What's up, guys? How we doing? It is game day, baby, and I am hyped. Thomas is hyped. Everybody's hyped. Welcome to the chat. Make sure to hit the like button for both of us. We appreciate you guys, but it is Monday Night Football. Thomas, how you doing?
Back-to-back primetime games, Josh. This time we're actually in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. No ice rink conditions. Hopefully some good pass rush and a lot of big storylines heading into this one, Josh. I'm pumped. I'm excited. I think we're going to do just fine tonight, but we got to see the Falcons stink it up for multiple weeks before I officially declare them a bad football team. They got a lot of talent. Let's go ahead and really get ready for this Monday night matchup.
Absolutely. I am right there with you. The fact that, it feels extra because we had the Friday night matchup and then you wait
Yeah,
so long to play more football. And, it's like
yeah.
you had some positives, you had some negatives, some rust, whatever you want to call it. There's areas that they can improve. We had the A.J. Brown news, obviously, for those. I think everyone's up to date on that. In case you are not and you've been living under a rock, A.J. Brown is out with a hamstring injury. And who knows how long that will be. It's definitely tonight, obviously, but will it be with the Saints? Regardless, you take care of business in front of it. And you have a team in the Atlanta Falcons that did not play very well against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. But as we've seen this past weekend, anybody can beat anybody, and it's the NFL here. So curious to see how the Birds do without A.J. Brown. What are your thoughts there? I mean, is there any level of concern? Like I say, it is the Falcons, but we're coming in here, primetime matchup. How are we going to do?
We don't have a lot of, really instances of A.J. Brown not being out there with Devonta Smith. The most recent one was, of course, the wild card loss to Tampa Bay, where Smitty had 8 catches for 148 yards. But, the offense was a shell of what it is, hopefully, going into week 2 here after a very explosive week 1 performance. They also didn't have Saquon Barkley, Josh. I think Saquon Barkley really helps to kind of even the playing field right now without A.J. Brown on the outside, because you still have to worry about Devonta Smith. Hopefully, Jahan Dotson makes his first catch as an Eagle tonight. You gave a third-round draft pick for him. You'd expect something in return. Also, Dallas Goedert, again, somebody who gets overlooked a little bit because A.J. Brown is normally dominating all coverages, Jalen Hurts' favorite target, and so on and so forth. Goddard maybe has a big night tonight against an Atlanta Falcons secondary that, listen, Josh, is very good. Lost in the Falcon loss last year or last week was the play of the Falcon defense. Yes, it's the Pittsburgh offense. Justin Fields is not anything special, but that Falcon defense did not give up a touchdown. It was 5 field goals that were essentially the difference in that football game. And so, no A.J. Brown. How are you going to attack a very strong Falcon defense? That's the big matchup to go ahead and watch tonight. And on the flip side, Josh, I'll ask you, do you expect the pass rushers to get home? Bryce Huff recorded basically no stats in his opener down there in Brazil. A lot of people blame the field. Some people think he's not ready. Do we finally see Agent Zero get his first sack in Eagle Green tonight?
I think we do. I can appreciate the question because, again, with that field argument there, but you play on an actual football field. We see a quarterback who is immobile in Kirk Cousins. The question of, is he going to play? Some people speculating like, oh, we're going to see Michael Penix out there. I don't think it's
I
to
don't
that
think so.
extreme. Like, let's not go that far. But heck, you can watch the film against the Steelers. You can watch him in practice. And
Yeah.
the fact that they did not run a single play action play last week against the Steelers kind of tells it all of going, okay, well, you know what? Kirk Cousins cannot really move that well. So I'm going to say yes. You have a banged up right tackle in Caleb. I'm drawing a blank on the last
McGarry.
name.
Yeah.
McGarry, there it is. Yes. So I think that it's actually time for Bryce Huff show up. He even talked about it, in the press conference afterward of being like, hey, going back and watching the film, it wasn't as bad. Like, there were some issues with the field, but all in all, it wasn't as bad. There weren't as many opportunities. So you know what? This is your time, Agent Zero. Introduce yourself to Philly. Some that may claim he's not lived up to the Agent Zero nickname. We can't call him that yet. So, you know
Not
what?
yet.
Fair enough. You go out there, you make some plays, you get things done. I'm going to say probably around like that 4 sack number for the team, 4 or 5 sacks for the team as a
Okay.
whole. And
That'd
I'm
be big.
going to say, Bryce Huff, 1 sack, maybe even 1.5 sacks. We'll go with that.
Lots of Eagles legends in the building tonight. Nick Foles, it is officially Nick Foles' retirement night. He is going to receive an incredible standing ovation anytime they flash him up there on the screen. They're obviously going to honor him at halftime. But also, Fletcher Cox is in the building. Jason Kelsey doing ESPN's Monday Night Countdown. He's obviously hyping up the crowd, wearing a big dumb, Italian suit, as they call it, or South Philly Italian suit out there in the green. He looks great. Also, it's been interesting in actives tonight, Josh, as looks like linebacker Devin White, despite practicing, despite being a full participant in the past couple of Eagles injury reports, Devin White is inactive. He will not play for the second straight week after being the Eagles starting linebacker all of the really training camp time plus the preseason. Are you surprised by that? No Devin White at all tonight, huh?
It is a little bit surprising, yeah. And I mean, again, you see it there. Got the list of names for everybody to keep track of as far as the inactives, but I would have expected, because he's getting in those practices, and you do think about, okay, there's a chance for him to, I mean, certainly be available for one, but
Yeah.
also like he's talked about it, like, yeah, I'm still here. I want to be a part of this team. We've got a future ahead of us, all this sort of stuff. But yeah, we've seen so many times with not only just the linebacker position, but if you have injuries, you want to have someone ready to go and be able to, take over. But in this instance now, it's like, okay, he's not playing, so it's going to be Ben Van Sumeren or Oren Burks if you were to have to go to a backup linebacker. I think that's it's just a little curious. This whole thing's been odd, for him to not be a starter, yet he got all the first team reps in preseason, in training camp, doesn't make the trip to Brazil. Okay, fine, ankle injury, but then he got in full practices. I don't know. This is a very curious situation. I would be interested coming off of this week to see if we get any other news from that. But it's not, I think, just optically outside looking in, it's not the best viewpoint, I think, from the linebacker part. But you know what? Hey, as of right now, the starters, as long as they're still there, they're more than serviceable. They will be good with Zack, Baun, and Nakobe Dean, or they can be good. I think that's the question. Do they live up to, or kind of even, I guess, continue on with how they played against Green Bay? Yes, you could say run defense wasn't fantastic. They gave up a lot of yards to the Packers, but the D-line did not play as well. We talk about the slippage of the field, but being Zack Baun was better, much better than advertised. So if you get that play, you get that level of play from Nakobe Dean, it's not as much of an issue. But yeah, like I say, it's very curious that you don't see Devin White there. You would have assumed that was an automatic if he's healthy, and we hadn't gotten any reports there would be concerns of the ankle. So a little bit strange.
One person you don't see on the inactive list is a friend of our channel's Isaiah Rodgers, the cornerback who broke a bone in his hand about 3 weeks ago on the final practice of training camp. He missed the first game down there in Brazil on Friday night. He did fly with the team, unable to play. He is 100% or as close as he can be. He's a full participant in practice the past couple of days. He will play tonight, Josh, though, although during warmups, we noticed it was not Isaiah Rodgers out on the field in the base nickel defense where they thought would put Quinyon Mitchell into the slot, then put Rodgers back on the outside. It was Avonte Maddox who struggled in coverage when multiple big passes to Christian Watson in the opener against Green Bay. Does that mean that Quinyon has officially won the outside cornerback job? We're not going to see Isaiah Rodgers. Who knows? But good to see Zay active for what will be his first game in almost a year and a half since being suspended by the Indianapolis Colts at the middle of last season.
Yeah, we absolutely love that. The fact that we get to see him out there, but it is a good question because, I think we would have assumed that he's going to be out there on the outside. Vic Fangio had mentioned that as well of, is there going to be the best lineup in Brazil anyway was, hey, okay, it'll end up being Zay, and then you have Q. You'd be able to kind of insert back and forth, and we won't know officially. We're about 15 minutes away from kickoff. We'll find out very quickly, but it's one of those you would have assumed, especially with the way Avonte Maddox played last week, that, all right, it could be better. There's other options you could go with. So I don't know. That's another one to keep an eye out for as well. We do have to mention, and let me get to these really quickly also. Orville Benton, let's go. Welcome to the Let's Run It tier. Thank you for the membership there. Also, Jesse Coleman, another membership. Heck yeah, appreciate that. And also, I'm seeing all the comments as well. I do appreciate the many thanks for the 75,000 subs. That was crazy. I don't know if it's coincidence or what.
I would like for that.
Isaiah Rodgers' first game as an Eagle and Philly special night with Nick Foles. Kind of cool, but appreciate all you guys. You guys make it possible. Hit the like button if you've not already. We're already up to 140. Last stream, I don't know, we got to 1,500. It was crazy, the number of likes and people here. So I don't know if we'll get up to that point with it, being Brazil and the Peacock stream and all that. But it's Monday Night Football and the Eagles home opener. I am absolutely hyped to see several different guys here. And, we talk about some newcomers, new faces, things like that. But Johnny Wilson, that's another one. Do we get to see a little bit more? He is active. How much do we see of Johnny Wilson? Can he make that impact?
Well, it's going to be interesting. He obviously was on the field for about 10, 15 snaps in that Friday opener against Green Bay. No targets, but he did have some really good downfield blocks that was called out by Kellen Moore in his post-game press conference. And so he said the role will expand as he continues to grow in this offense. We'll see if he's able to do that as we are getting close to kicking this one off, Josh. We're getting excited for you guys to hang out with us. Appreciate everyone liking the show. I seem to be a little blurry. I'm going to hang up and come back here really quickly just to make sure that I don't know if you see me as blurry on your end, but I'm seeing blurry in terms of on
Okay,
YouTube. So I might restart here.
all right. Yep, you got it. As Thomas is jumping out to try and reconnect, should be all good. Getting several questions here. Sean, what's up? Barkley going to dominate? Yeah, I think that's an almost given. Jamar, appreciate that, man. Dirty Air. All right, let's see. Get Thomas back in here. See if that's a little better quality. And there we go.
We'll see if it works.
Okay. I think we're good. Yeah, towards the tail end, it started.
Get it to be a little clearer, but at least one of us.
Well, it's going back to. It's a little fuzzy.
All right. Well, I'm not really sure exactly what to do. I can. We'll see. Audio good though is what people are saying. So we'll at least take the good audio and see if it hopefully gets looking a little bit better. I don't know what's going on. It's odd. We're having some bad Wi-Fi connection here, Josh.
I know that's very strange. We didn't have that issue last week, and then now I don't know what's up.
Oh no, we'll have to figure it out. We'll see what happens as we continue on here. What do you think Saquon Barkley does tonight, Josh? You think it's gonna be a big Saquon Barkley night? Are they gonna feed him a lot without AJ Brown out there?
I think they for one better, but I think that they will. I mean, we saw what he did last week, and the fact that especially as you say, without AJ, it's almost a given because you're going to end up having so many opportunities with this offense, this offensive line. You've seen what he could do. Why not? And even Nick Sirianni, the question of like usage and are they giving him too many carries, too many touches, things like that. He pretty much just shot that down. It's like, no, we're good. He's able to handle that workload. So you signed him for that reason. You paid him the money for that reason. It's one of those that I think that you just kind of stick with it. And you say, all right, you know what? He's our guy. Let's make it happen. So like 20, 25 carries even. It depends on where this game goes, because if it gets to be a route, then you start seeing maybe Kenny Gainwell, Will Shipley, get some other guys in there. But if you really need him, go run behind that offensive line, run behind Mekhi Becton, Lane Johnson. That side seems to be the favorite. So I'm definitely in favor of that.
All right, I'm going to reset my Wi-Fi and try and fix things really quickly. So you hang down. I'll be back in a second, guys. Here we go.
Okay, you got it. Looks like we are about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Maybe less than that now. Extraterrestrial Philly by 50. What Jason Kelsey just said. That looked like that. Let's see. Let's get the... I also had the... There we go. Got the other inactives for people if you're curious on the Falcons. Brandon Dorless, Javon Gwynn, Antonio Hamilton, Jace McClellan, Rook. There's no way that I can pronounce that name. I'm sure you guys got that, but I don't even think I can get close. Yeah, there's no chance. And Brandon Parker. So there's your official inactives for the Falcons. Sean, that's all right. I appreciate that. Oscar, it's a good point. Yes, as far as the neon sign or the helmet, the neon sign the link is in the description. If anybody's interested, it's incredibly expensive. It's like 4 times as expensive as whenever I first bought it. But you do have the white helmet there. That's Isaiah Rodgers' signed helmet. And because we got over 75,000, thank you to those that were giving the congrats. That will be given away during one of the live streams. I'm thinking probably the next Friday night hangout, most likely. But I'll announce it. I'll post. I'll give plenty of heads up. So don't worry about that. You'll have definitely a chance. Jalix Hunt is playing tonight. I saw that question. He is playing. He's active. As let's see, we'll get Thomas back in here. Hopefully the quality working this time. All right, there we go. We back.
We'll see. Trying to see hopefully. If my rest of the Wi-Fi. It's acting up right now. I don't know if you can hear and see me, but hopefully we're good to go.
Okay, I can see you. I can hear you.
There you
Hopefully
go.
we're good. It
Okay.
looks better for now.
Yeah, let's see if it works. Nothing
I'm
like a great,
hopeful.
Wi-Fi issue. I can't even load the game right now, by the way, so I'm trying to get it.
Oh,
Okay, it looks like
geez.
it's starting to come back.
Okay. All right.
I
It
think I'm good to
just needed a refresh. That's all we needed.
I hope so. We'll see how it goes. Normally we have gig internet, so it should be fine, but you never know. Curious people score predictions down below in the chat. I asked this question a little bit earlier. I see 28-17 from JD. He says go Birds. CV Ghost at 39-15. That'd be quite the score there. Josh, what was your score prediction on our show on Wednesday? Did you have them close, or was it a little bit further away like me?
I had it, and I might have to revise it because it's gone back and forth, but I had a 31-20. And then with AJ and the news there, I was kind of like,
Yeah.
I was like in between. I was like 31-17, maybe 31-20. And then with the AJ news, now it's like, man, the line got a lot closer. I think it's like 5.5. I could still see a world where it's 31-20, but it's just a little bit less likely from, not having AJ, because the question all of a sudden becomes like, are we able to get the offensive productivity without AJ on the field? And you do have more playmakers, but you also look back and say, without AJ has not looked great in the past. It's a new offensive coordinator. So this is a really big test for like, okay, you have Kellen Moore. How much of a difference does he make, especially when you don't have these playmakers? Same thing for Jahan Dotson. You went out and traded for a former first-round pick. Does he make that difference? And can he make that difference to at least, take care of a team you should still take care of, even with AJ Brown out? But yeah, I guess I'll stay with a 31-20. I don't feel as confident about that number though, given the AJ news.
Yeah, no, I was 31-17. Maybe not 31. Maybe it's like 24-13. Come down a little bit here in terms of scoring, but again, I feel like they should be able to score on what is a good Falcon defense. If they can't, then you have to figure things out going forward. I'm sure we'll hear about it in the media, but we'll try and see exactly what they're going to do here as we kick off very shortly. Yeah, I hear that I'm still blurry. Our Wi-Fi is having all sorts of problems, but as long as you can hear me, that's kind of what matters here, Josh. If
That's
you're
true.
in 4K and I'm in like 10-bit, then it's just stare at Josh's side of the screen and listen to my voice. How about that?
It's better than it was. I mean, I don't know that that's saying everything, but it's better than it was in terms of the quality, but it's still a little bit blurry on that side. Let's see. Nate, appreciate the 2 though. Said, "What's up? Much love. Eagles win 38-17. Thoughts?"
Okay.
Well, we kind of went through the score predictions there. I don't know if we're quite on the 38-17 train this side with AJ Brown in the news there, but I'd love it. Heck, if you score 38 points without AJ Brown, I think you have all the answers to, did Kellen Moore fix the offense? Absolutely yes. I mean, unless we're talking about like 3 defensive touchdowns or something where the defense just takes over. So my fantasy team could use that. I will say that.
I will say, Kirk Cousins has got to throw a couple interceptions tonight, Josh. Like, he had a couple of really bad throws. 2 interceptions in the Falcons loss last week. I thought he should have thrown a couple more that were dropped by the Steelers. Steelers defense is good. Like we understand the Steelers defense is very, very good. But at the same time, he seemed like a statue in that pocket. And Drake London, maybe tonight's his coming out party for this season, in a Falcons uniform. But he was very, I would say, below average in that loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. So I'm very curious to see what the Eagle defense looks like against what I thought was a very surprisingly bad Falcon offense just a couple of days ago.
Yeah, I think that'll be a true test too. Can you get some turnovers? Can you capitalize with Kirk Cousins? He's going to give you opportunities. He's not going to push the ball down the field, or certainly didn't.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see this time, but it's a same case in point every single time. We see Kirk Cousins on week 2, which is, last 3 seasons. Kind of strange. Prime time.
Yeah.
Can we have the same result? That would be great. Shout out to Maxwell for the 2. Said fly Eagles fly. Appreciate that. Absolutely. Go Birds. Go good. The good guys. The good Birds. Everyone's favorite. I guess I have to clarify a little bit. It seems kind of strange, but it's the dirty Birds, and the actual Birds. America's bird.
Yeah. The actual bird.
Anthony here. What's up, Mr. DeBona? This Thomas's looks like he's using my Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my gig internet that I pay AT&T a lot of money for. It doesn't seem to want to be happy right now. No problems in this last week, but as long as I'm not breaking up in terms of my actual voice, I think that's the big key. So, we're calling the game. We're not showing the game. I guess you watch our faces as we,
For
react
sure.
to the game.
And the
But
scoreboard should be clear. So
and
we
the
should be fine.
scoreboard is very clear. Yeah. So just ignore my half of the actual screen. I hope it's going to figure itself out. We'll work on it as the game goes by. But
Yes.
I do have the stream up, though, which is great now. YouTube TV is not blurry for me. So that is nice, as we are very close to kicking this one off, Josh.
All right. Looking forward to it. It is almost game time, baby.
Looks like there was a little bit of a update on A.J. Brown's telling Mike Garafolo he's going to be back very soon. There were reports saying he might miss next week's game against an undefeated New Orleans Saints team down there in New Orleans. I think he's going to be probably good to go for that one. This one really feels like it's a super precaution. Don't want it to linger. And I think Philadelphia feels like they have enough weapons on the outside, especially with Jahan Dotson, Josh, someone who really should be performing tonight at a high level in order to pick up the slack from A.J. Brown, but we'll see. So someone says I'm using broadband internet. I actually do have fiber, by the way. People are asking. I have gig internet. It's fiber from AT&T, and normally not a problem. So you can blame AT&T for what's going on right now. They are absolutely killing me, but it should be just fine.
And we can still hear you. At least I can. I feel like everyone is saying the same thing. So hit the like button. It helps Thomas's internet get a little faster. So make sure to do that. That's the way this thing works.
We can 100% use it.
Appreciate it. Terry Hayes. I don't know if I got this one, so let me make sure. The Terry Hayes for the 2 says no turnovers, and we should be good.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, yes, I think we're all behind that. Does Jalen play a little bit sharper, not make some bad decisions, some mistakes, costly turnovers? Blast 0825. Appreciate the dollar. Don't have a comment, but appreciate the super chat nonetheless. Timothy Brown, the 2 says, will Sweaty J outperform Huff again? That's a good question.
Well, he
pressure-wise, he did.
Either way,
it's not a lot, but pressure-wise.
Yeah, I mean, maybe pressure-wise, but I don't know. I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be a Bryce Huff night. I feel like he's going to work on Caleb McGarry a lot tonight. That's almost a given. I'm pumped to see what he can actually give us tonight, and he can really turn the stigma on $17 million. This guy's a bust really, really quickly.
I like it. I'm excited to see this pass rush again. I know we talked about it before, but with the field conditions, we're close. We're getting the Monday Night Football music. The kickoff is almost here. I'm getting Raheem Morris on my stream, seeing him on the sideline there.
Yep, I got him too. I think we're going to be synced up here as we're almost 1,000 people watching on both shows. Appreciate you guys.
Heck yeah.
The like button. We get 1,000 likes here real quick. That'd be huge.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
A couple quick super chats before the kickoff here. Big Time Joe, 28-14. Saquon, 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns.
Smitty, 1. And Jalen Hurts, 1. Fly, Eagles, fly.
My fantasy team, Josh. That'd be fantastic for my fantasy football team. I'll take that any day of the week.
Mine's been terrible, so I guess sure for you that'd be great. It's been a rough patch. I think I could eke out maybe 1 win in that one league, but otherwise not so sure. 2 more from Nate. Says Dotson and Goedert I think are going to be the X factor. Thomas talked about that a second ago. Absolutely reasons to believe in both of those guys, but especially Goedert. Is he that answer, especially over the middle of the field? If you want to target there, he should get some more target share from what we saw in Brazil. So we'll see if we get that. Also, Dope Baby, appreciate the 2. And just a little sticker there, but we love the stickers. It's a Shiba Inu.
Shout out to Ray Gerard saying Florida watching with TV sound off. There you go. That's how you do it. That's the way to do it right there.
Heck yeah. And Tad Queen, appreciate the 2. Said helmet giveaway time. Let's run it. We are absolutely going to do the helmet giveaway in the next few days. I'd imagine it'll probably be on a live stream. So like I said, probably a Friday night hangout or something like that. But we reached 75K. So Zay's helmet will be given away to one of 75,000. One of those lucky members.
All right, they're showing me the Younghoe Koo, the Falcon kicker right now. Is the Philadelphia Eagles will be receiving this football. I believe the Falcons won the toss. Actually, it's their punter, Quinyon, who's going to be kicking this one off. And Philadelphia will return to start the day. We're going to see the Eagle offense, which had some pretty bad opening first 2 possessions a week ago, a little over a week ago down there in Brazil, Josh. But hopefully not an instant turnover and then a fumble by Jalen Hurts to get this one going, as the Eagles going to be green jerseys, white pants, and then all white with the black helmets for the Atlanta Falcons. We're going to have to send this one away, Josh. Make sure we're synced up, and glad you guys are with us. Let's get the Monday Night Football Week 2 underway as the kick is up It is returnable, and this is returned at the 10-yard line, running across the 30-yard line, up across the 32-yard line. So a decent gain there for Philadelphia to go ahead and set up Jalen Hurts in this offense with first down and 10 from their own 32.
Let's go, baby. We made it. We are Monday night. Shout out to Hunter Lacrosse with a 5. Says, let's go, Birds. Appreciate everything y'all do. We appreciate you, Hunter.
There you
Try
go.
to give
Someone
the
asked
best
Thomas,
that we
where'd you
can
get
here.
the Devonta Smith painting? Etsy, actually, if you're wondering. It was on Etsy. But here we go. Calcaterra, and looks like you're going to have Goedert out there for a 2 tight end look. Hurts will start out in the gun. Saquon Barkley to his right, coming off a 410-yard total offense day. Smitty and Dotson are stacked to the near side. Here we go. First and 10. Opening play of Monday Night Football Week 2. Motion Smitty across the formation. Hurts standing in the gun. Calls for the football. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. 4-man pressure. Looking left. Throwing left across the middle. That's caught. Calcaterra up across the line to gain to the 48-yard line of Philadelphia. Good throw. Good catch. And a good start for Philadelphia.
Love to see it. Using the middle of the field. Jalen there in the gun. Got a little bit of time. Trying to work it. Just see Calcaterra. That's a... You know, I mean, those are the looks that we wouldn't have seen as much of Jalen. Utilizing the middle of the field, willing to throw the ball in that spot, but a good throw, good catch, first down.
Really good protection. You mentioned it. He got all day in a 4-man rush. Here's first and 10 from the Bird 48. Hurts in the gun. Looks like Saquon to his left. He'll be a first. Nope, play fake. Throw back to the right. That's caught Britton Covey, and he's hit immediately by A.J. Terrell, the all-pro cornerback of the Atlanta Falcons. Not after a gain of 7. We have a flag. And you wonder if this one could come back. Maybe an eligible man downfield. A little early, though. He got that pass off pretty quick.
It seemed like he did, but yeah, I think that's what I heard. It's ineligible man downfield. Started cracking down on that quite a bit. It seems like
it is
early.
Looks like they got 51, so that'll be Juergens getting down a little too fast. Again, this is an RPO that feels like the Jalen Hurts got out of his hands fast enough, but not the case. And Juergens got way too far down. Yeah, he's across the 50-yard line.
That's fair.
You're not really surprised there. That'll negate the 8-yard gain on first down. Back him up first and 15 from the Bird 44. Hurts in the gun. Covey motions across the formation. Calls for the football. Turn give Saquon Barkley. No, Hurts is going to keep it running left side, and he's going to fall out of bounds. Gets clipped after a gain of about 2. And that, again, didn't look like the fastest version of Jalen Hurts we saw during training camp, but it'll bring up second down and long.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Little slow. I don't know what it is necessarily.
No,
but
it's
just
a little slow.
bit slower than maybe what we'd be accustomed to. It feels like that the Jalen of old would have picked up like 6 or 7 yards there instead of 2 yards.
Second down and 14. They officially give him 1. Take a quick snap here. Looking left, throws. That's going to be caught. There's Covey. He's spun out of bounds, getting back across their original line to gain. Make it probably a 5-yard gain. So third down and 9. That opening drive penalty causing problems here for the Eagle offense. We'll see if they can convert on their first third down of the evening, something they were pretty good at in the second half of that game against the Green Bay Packers last week, Josh. So we'll see.
Try to build that momentum. You're seeing some focus on Covey early, which is interesting. We wondered, is it going to be Dotson? Is it going to be a combination? But so far, Covey getting in some action.
Covey was in the backfield. He motions into the slot. Now 5 receivers on third down and 9. Hurts in the gun, standing from his own 47-yard line. Falcons potentially showing pressure. Here they come. It's a quarterback draw on third down and 9, and Hurts is going to run and get hit across the 50. He's not even close, and that's a gain of about 4, and those should get a couple of fans reminiscing to last year, Josh. On third down and 9, you're running quarterback draw. I don't like that one.
Not really sure what that. Yeah, you said it. It's last year. Like that's what it is. The down and distance here. I would personally, I think a lot of people would love to see him just drop back and try to find something via pass. I guess they like the look enough, though, to say, hey, let's go ahead and do a quarterback draw.
No touches for Saquon Barkley as Braden Mann gets this one off at his own 45. Falcons is going to let it hit and bounce at the 10 and roll down to the 8-yard line. Nice catch there. I believe that is Cooper DeJean who helped return the kickback as well. Pinning the ball inside the 10, and we'll go to timeout with Kirk Cousins trotting onto the field, Achilles and all. Birds essentially struggle on that first drive following the penalty, and I don't know, Josh. I mean, third down and 9, Jalen Hurts doesn't seem as fast as he once was. It's like a weird thing to say because there's no indication that he's not faster what he was last year other than the eyeballs. But the eyeballs tell you that a third down and 9 run is not going to work, and not a good start. I didn't like it. I did not like it.
I didn't either. No. And, we look back to all you can do is the eye test really for basically everything. But it's like you look at that and you say, okay, if I'm trying to remember 2022 Jalen, and I know that it was different. I know that there's lots of things that you could point out to it, but still, like I think about the Packers game, you think about even the Vikings game in week 2, like there was just a different element to Jalen's game there. And that's fine if he doesn't have as much of the speed, but then I would just question, and I know it's early because people are going to be like, oh, hold on, we're fine. Yes, and I do understand that. I'm not freaking out, but
just fine.
A 3rd and 9 QB draw, it's little PTSD, it's that we saw that last year. That's not exactly what I want to see on a 3rd down play from a quarterback who, he's protecting himself. He's not taking the same shots that he used to. That's fine, but we're just feels like it's not as good of a chance to get a first time there. So I don't know.
All right, defense up first. Again, very curious to see what the secondary rotation looks like. Is there going to be a all Quinyon Mitchell where you see any sort of Isaiah Rodgers getting into the mix here? Where does Cooper DeJean fit in? We find out at the other side of this break. But interesting start, to say the least. Yeah, I don't know. Very, very, I don't know, Brian Johnson-esque is the only word I have right now. But it's still early, right? They had a terrible opening drive last week, so
it's true. Yeah, I don't love hearing that. Just hearing that name, let alone if I hear Brian Johnson-esque, that's kind of like, okay, well, doesn't give me the warm and fuzzies.
All right, well, they're back showing us all the struggles of Kirk Cousins last week. Again, throwing multiple interceptions. A couple more should have been picked, and just not really mobile in the pocket. He had one rollout really the entire game, and that was a touchdown pass to Kyle Pitts on the left side of the field. So we'll see if it changes now. But a 3-minute opening drive for the Eagles, 12 minutes to go here in the first quarter, and now the $100 million man coming over from Minnesota, rocking the number 18 on his chest, which is odd to see here in his white jersey with white pants, sits down in the huddle and gets ready for the first snap of the Falcon drive, deep in their own territory, starting at the Falcon 8. Here we go. Quinyon and Avonte Maddox out there right now with Darius Slay. Here's a run. Bijan Robinson up the middle. Nice gain. Big hit it there at the end by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Bryce Huff looked like he was in the tackle. Gain about 7. It'd be 2nd down and short. They didn't use Bijan a lot last week, Josh. Tough defensive line to run against, but they're going to go hurry up right now and immediately go no huddle with Cousins directing the line at about the Falcon 14-yard line. He goes under center, though. Motion Drake London across the formation. Takes a snap, turn give. That's going to be Bijan running right side. Makes a man miss. Spins out of another tackle. And a first down with a big hit at the end of that one as well across the 20 to the Falcon 23-yard line. And there's your first down of the game. Big hit by Bryce Huff. Big miss there, though, by Reed Blankenship.
Yeah, and also a big miss by Nakobe Dean. He's got a chance there. I know he's getting blocked a little bit, but he's kind of over-pursues. Bijan cuts back. That's going to be the biggest question. I think that both you and I talked about it in our shows this week, in the live show, and everything else. It's Bijan Robinson. If you make the team one-dimensional, you're going to be okay. But if you keep letting him run the football like this, it's going to get a little dangerous.
Here's your first play fake by Cousins. Tipped, and it falls incomplete. Dean was spun the wrong way. That could have been an easy interception. You were wondering about the first under-center play fake, because they didn't run a single one last week. Did Cousins in the Achilles? Here was one early, and I think Jordan Davis got his hand up there to cause the incompletion.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was, I'm seeing it again here at the replay. Yep. Big old JD getting hands on that one. You'd like to see it. If he's not going to get pass rush, at least get your hands up there, tip the ball. But, man, if Nakobe doesn't jump to the left there, he's got a chance of that pick.
2nd down and 10. Cousins in the gun, takes a snap, looking right, still looking, throws, fires. That's caught. There's London before the 30-yard line. That'll be about a gain of 4, maybe 5. Be 3rd down and about medium now for the Atlanta Falcons. Darius Slay right there in coverage as they show us Vic Fangio from his perch up in the Eagle defensive booth right now, calling in the defense to what could be the potential first 3rd down stop of the Birds' entire evening.
Come on, baby. Let's go defense.
Crowd getting really heavy and loud right now. Surely putting the Falcons in a silent count. They can make it 3rd and 4 from the Falcon 36-yard line. Cousins takes a snap, 4-man pressure. Looking left, still looking, stands in the pocket, steps up, throws. That's dropped by Bijan Robinson. He was working Nakobe Dean at the line to gain. He basically had enough. Hit him in the hands. He dropped it incomplete, and that will be a 3rd down stop for Philadelphia.
Man, that was close. You're right. He had that one. Little, shout out to Milton Williams getting a little pressure there late on Kirk Cousins, but definitely didn't affect the throw Bijan, he should have had. It probably would have been a first down. He had that opportunity. That was a good throw.
Good coverage everywhere else. I saw Bryce Huff slip pretty badly on that play. He wasn't a factor. The punt is up, and looks like you're going to be having Britton Covey catch it at the 25, running outside of the 30. Britton Covey with a block in front of him across the 34, dives across the 35, and that'll be good field position for the Eagles. Jalix Hunt out there, also playing tonight for the first time on punt return, and they're going to go to commercial break for what will be becoming our second Eagle offensive drive of the night. 9:55 to go here in the first quarter. So pretty good defensive drive, I'd say. I mean, they got a little bit of pressure on Cousins there. A nice batted ball by Jordan Davis being a factor, and got to stop. We'll take it. Now you need the offense to not look so Brian Johnson-y, if you will.
Yes, please. Let's make sure that we don't get a repeat of that as we saw the last drive. But, the positive takeaway, and it's just the opening drive, but it's the feel it out, right? Like you're starting to see, okay, What are the Falcons going to try to do? Are we able to be ready for that? You make the adjustments. You get off the field on third down. And, every single time that we see that, it might take half a season before we kind of just fully dispel the or exercise the demons of last year for third down plays. So you get off the field, you make a play, you got somewhat fortunate. Yes, Bijan dropped it, but nonetheless, it's a stop. You have the offense in good field position here. Time to go capitalize. March down the field. Let's see if we get Jahan Dotson involved too. We haven't seen him yet. I figured that we would get maybe more of an early, okay, hey, let's get your confidence up, involved in the offense. Nothing in the first drive. Or Saquon.
Young Choppa says the fact we paid Huff so much money, not even doing anything, is crazy. Roger should get in the next drive. Devin White, the new Rashad Penny, says Matt Dillon. Yeah, well, maybe. It seemed to be that way.
Game.
People are saying relax about Bryce Huff. Yeah, I mean, slipping, it's interesting, right? You're not in Brazil anymore, so I've probably just got a bad start. Bryce Huff needs a sack more than anybody. I mean, anybody in the NFL. Bryce Huff gets one sack. Everybody calms down. It's not a problem. Just one. That's all it's going to take right now. Please, just give us one.
For sure, yes. And by the way, you talked about this with the whole Hassan Reddick, because I'm seeing all the Reddit comments, like Reddick, pick up your phone and everything. So you had a great breakdown on one of the videos that you did. But like, to the notion of Hassan Reddick, like we were saying the same thing. You remember, like in the beginning of the year, we go, oh, well, where's Hassan Reddick? He's not showing up, and he didn't. But then all of a sudden, you get a sack or two sacks. Okay, you know what? He's here. We're fine. Same thing with Bryce Huff. If he gets a sack here, we'll put the notions. But okay, he got a pressure, he got a sack. We'll be all right. It's Agent Zero now, so it's very early. Maybe don't love it from the first series, but. Let's wait. Let's wait till the end of the game here. Let's wait for a couple games, quite honestly.
They just showed us A.J. Brown there for a second. Looks like he just tweaked the hamstring. Are the reports there from the sideline? Should be good to go next week is my prediction. We'll see exactly how that hamstring feels probably on Tuesday when they get back, maybe Wednesday when they have their first real practice. But either way, it'd be Devonta Smith as your wide receiver 1. Maybe Jahan Dotson does something as your wide receiver 2. First down and 10, second drive for the Eagles from their own 36. Barkley, the lone running back to the right of Hurts in the gun. Orbit motion, Dotson behind him. Turn give Barkley running a left side. Big hole. There goes Saquon Barkley. And he will fall across the 45, maybe the 46. We'll see if they give him 10 yards. He might be a yard short, but a massive hole opened up on that left side. And there's Mekhi Becton, Josh, pulling and making a giant gap for Saquon Barkley to run through. Second and 1.
You said it. A pulling Mekhi Becton behind Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson on that side. That is unfair.
Quick pass. It's Jahan Dotson. He gets the first down, spins for more across the 50. And there's your third-round draft pick with his first catch as a Philadelphia Eagle who, again, rookie season with the Washington Commanders was absolutely incredible. Number 16 overall draft pick by Washington. Coming out of Penn State, he's familiar, obviously, with the Philadelphia Eagles, plays them twice a year, and nice to get the ball in his hands right there for the Birds' first down as we dip below 9 minutes to go here in the opening quarter. Birds in plus territory at the Falcon 49. Hurts, pistol. Barkley behind him. Now motion Smitty in the orbit motion cross. This is going to be a turn give. Barkley running up the middle. Makes a man miss. Saquon Barkley. Oh, he's still going across the 41-yard line. Another 8-yard run there, Josh, but he made a man absolutely juked him out of his shoes, and number 26 is looking good for his Lincoln Financial Field debut.
Man, this is just, I mean, it's vintage Saquon, but it's also the new Saquon, the refreshed Saquon behind the Eagles O-line. He's got holes, but he's able to make people miss in the hole as well. And I mean, it's 2 back-to-back runs that he's had there. You're like, is he going to break one for like 40? Because he seems to have that rejuvenation, I guess, in the legs, and certainly behind this O-line. So moving the football here.
2 carries for 18 yards, ball at the Falcon 42. Hurts in the gun, takes the snap, play fake. Now stepping up in the pocket, rolling to his right, pressure coming, stops, throws. That's caught. There's Calcaterra again, and he has enough for a first down and a little bit more. That'll be a gain of about 8 on 2nd down and 1. And it's not Dallas Goedert early, Josh. It's Grant Calcaterra with 2 catches from the tight end spot. And the young tight end wearing the number 81 looks pretty good as Philadelphia huddles up quickly.
Yep. Shout out here to this is Elucidator. I'm not sure if I say that correctly, but appreciate the 5. Said they just said AJ's out a couple weeks. I also saw the tweet from
oh really
Adam Schefter. He said, yeah, Brown told Lisa Salters he expects to miss at least a couple weeks due to hamstring.
Turn give. There's Barkley again. Nice hole right side. Barkley stiff arms across the 30. There he goes. Falling across for a first down gain. Down to the Falcon 26. 3 carries. He's averaging almost 9 yards a rush, Josh.
Oh, and if you're like Thomas and have him in your fantasy league, you're happy. Woo! And if you're not, then you're just wondering or kicking yourself, why did you even doubt that he was not going to be this dominant with the Eagles O-line?
Wow, AJ out multiple weeks. I really thought he was going to be good to go next week. You got the Saints and Bucks, 2 undefeated NFC South teams coming up. Falcons are the problem at hand now. Here we go. First down and 10. Philadelphia sitting at the Falcon 26. Hurts in the gun. Barkley to his left. Takes the snap. Turn give. Barkley running up the middle. He's got a nice size hole. Makes a man miss. There goes Saquon Barkley. He's got first down and more across the 20.
This is unreal.
Into the red zone. He's had 10 yards of rush all 4 times he's touched it, Josh.
I mean, come on. Like, it's to be expected with Saquon, but it's also unreal because just every single time. And to me, it's so reminiscent of the fact that we say, like, DeAndre Swift, a year ago was a home opener, breakout game for him. The holes were, massive to run through, pick up tons of chunk yardage. But it's like, okay, if he could do that, what would a back like a Saquon Barkley? And we're seeing it because it's literally 9.8 yards a carry. Ridiculous.
Kenny Gainwell in the pistol now. He'll spell Saquon. Nice size hole there. Gainwell falls across the 17 down to the 16-yard line. Gain of 4 on first down. 4 carries. He's averaging 9.8 yards per rush is Saquon Barkley here, Josh. Not a bad start. If you're watching right now, give the show a thumbs up for 26 being an Eagle Green. Man, he averaged 4.5 versus Green Bay last week, Josh. It's pretty good. 9.8 tonight. It's early, but man, the Falcons have had no answer. A lot of yards after contact, too, as the Eagles have a 2nd down and 6 now for their 7th play of their 2nd drive here in the first quarter. 5:44 to go. Birds at the Falcon 12. Gainwell still in. Motion Dotson in the orbit motion. Takes the snap. Turn give Gainwell up the right side, and he falls across the 10 to the 9. Give him 3. It'll be 3rd down and 4 now. We'll see if Saquon checks back in.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes, Saquon has checked back in.
I was going to say, why are we... I know he might need a spell. We're in the red zone. Like, let's go. Let's get Saquon back in there.
Great question. He is back in there now. Looks like Johnny Wilson also. Big number 89 is checked in as well. Active for the 2nd straight week.
Okay.
They split Saquon Barkley out wide. Here we go. 3rd down and 4. Empty. Now they're going to bring Barkley back to the right of Hurts in the gun from the Falcon 9. Hurts calls for the football. Takes the snap. He's going to throw. 4-man pressure all day to throw. Hurts directing traffic. And now here comes some pressure. Hurts rolling to the left. Can he get past Grady Jarrett? Now he fires end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, intended for Johnny Wilson. You see, he's looking for his man. We wonder what he's going to do in the red zone, but that's a difficult throw. He had all day. I mean, shout out to the O-line. Looked like Atlanta just dropped back into coverage with some extra defenders there, but still, he had forever to throw.
I thought for sure he could just keep this. It's Grady Jarrett, the Falcon D tackle, the Pro Bowler, chasing him here. He got 4 yards to make it in the end zone. The problem that Hurts had, he ran left. There was no one else to the left of this formation. Everyone went right. Eagles going to go for it, though. 4th down and 4. Ball at the 9. Saquon in. Might as well just give it to him, honestly. 4 in the play clock.
Come on.
Hurts in the gun. And they call timeout. Yeah, I'd have a really hard time. A really, really hard time not just hand it to Saquon after he's averaged 9.8 yards per carry on 4th down and 4, Josh. But that's just me. What do I know? That's just me. What do I know?
The way the O-line's blocking, yeah, I would say let's do it. But I don't know. You bring up an interesting point, though, going back to Jalen's run, right? And I understand it's nitpicking, but that's obviously what we're doing. We're playing armchair quarterback, and we're streaming and analyzing things. But it's like Jalen of old, I'm pretty sure he beats Grady Jarrett. Grady had a good angle. Yes, he's fast. I understand that, especially for his size. But
Sure.
Jalen of old, I think he beats, not to the end zone, probably not to the end zone, but you get the extra yardage to pick up the first down there. And whether it was Jalen, questioning, can he get to the corner, or he's just trying to force something there, maybe hitting a Johnny Wilson, obviously, that he did throw to. I don't know. It's just a little bit different.
Hurts 4 for 5 for 29 yards. He has a 5-yard rush earlier in this game. Over 2,000 people watching us right now for this Eagle 4th and 4. From the Falcon 9, Hurts in the gun, Barkley to his right. Jalen mutters something to the offensive line. 3 receivers at the top of the formation. Goedert low to the bottom. Now they motion Barkley out of the formation. Jalen takes the snap, looking Barkley's way. Now he's going to roll to the right. Still looking. Hurts has got to throw now. He fires an end zone incomplete.
God.
He wanted Goedert short of the actual touchdown. Would have been good enough for a first down, and the Eagles go all the way to the red zone and stall as Saquon doesn't touch the football for 4 straight plays, and they're going to turn the ball over on downs.
Man, that's disappointing. A little bit deflating. Would love to get points. Would love to get certainly a touchdown there, but
I think
it got stagnant.
I think he was throwing to Saquon, and Goddard got his hand in the way. I think he was there.
I think you're right. Yeah, actually, on second look there, that appeared that he was not trying to go to Goddard and hit Saquon. They're in the same area, though.
Well, I mean, you can move the football well. You basically pin them deep. It's like a big punt, but disappointing to not be able to get a first down. Again, play calling is vastly improved, but
for sure,
if you're averaging 9.8 yards per carry, maybe within 4 plays inside the red zone, handing the ball to Saquon, it could make sense. But again, they don't pay us to call plays. They pay us to, talk about the Philadelphia Eagles. So
right.
We do what we can. But
it's a good thing that they don't pay us to call plays, too, to be fair.
No, I think we can figure it out, right?
Yeah,
Get the ball to Saquon Barkley. Not that hard.
Yeah, you're right. Just give me the Ask Madden, the Ask Coach. Let me select off that play sheet. I could do that.
Yeah. Someone says stay in a clean pocket, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That might have worked. That'd have been actually fine. Keep giving that thing to Saquon, says Maxwell. I would definitely agree. Josh DeRilly says take the bleeping points. Do you have any problem with going for it on 4th and 4 early in this game?
No, I don't. I hear you would take the points. You can certainly make a case for it based on the analytics. It says to go for it. Again, analytics are only so good to a certain point. But I could see it both ways. Like if they kicked a field goal there, personally, I've probably been like, oh, come on. You could get 4 more yards. You can get a touchdown. But also hindsight being 2020, it's like, yeah, sure, I'd take the 3 points. But either way, that was kind of, I feel like more so no man's land in a sense of you could go either route and you're probably fine. If it was, granted, much closer, then, absolutely everybody's going to go, what are you doing? You need 1 yard, run the tush push, run the brotherly shove, get this thing. I don't know. But yeah, like if we want to judge it based on after the fact, then maybe so.
There you go. Shout out to Jeff Stackhouse in the chat. What's up, Jeff? He says, how do we not take the 3? Help me with that.
Hey.
Well, I think Josh just kind of said what we were all thinking, right? I mean, it sounds good, but then if you score a touchdown on 4th and 4, then it's like, well, we're just so ballsy. We're not going to take the 3, and yet now we wish we would have taken the 3. So either way, 0-0 still early in this football game as the Falcons will start deep in their own territory for the second straight drive. Here's a turn give, Bijan running left side, and he's going to be hit and tackled nicely by Nakobe Dean and Jordan Davis for a gain of about 1. That was probably the best defensive play so far of the very young evening for an Eagle defense that was pretty up and down, Josh, last week versus the Green Bay Packers. They had some good drives. They had some bad drives. Tackling in space was a big issue, but overall, I thought they played well, conditions and opponent regardless. But 2nd down and 8 now, 4:11 to go here on the second drive for the Atlanta Falcons. Vontae Maddox still in, Josh.
Very interesting. Very, very peculiar.
Here's a shotgun's handoff. Bijan Robinson, nice hole left side, makes the man miss, and then he's tackled across the 20 to the 25. There's Nakobe Dean. I couldn't tell if that was the cornerback Quinyon Mitchell, who he made miss, but a really good cut there by Bijan Robinson. These all-world running backs are making their presence felt early on both sides.
Yeah, Q's there to make a play. I mean, it's incredibly hard. I don't care who you are to try to stop Bijan Robinson in open field, but just makes him slip, kind of breaks some ankles there, cuts back. You were backed up to the 4-yard line, now the 25, 1st and 10 for Atlanta. So
Bijan averaging 7.5 yards per rush to Saquon's 9.8. He's first down and 10 from the Falcon 25. Here's a rush, Bijan Robinson. He's going to be tackled across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Nice play by Zack Baun getting, involved for his first tackle of the evening, coming off 15 last week. 3-yard gain, second down and 7. 3 minutes to go here, first quarter.
Yep. Also, good play from Jalen Carter. Was getting blocked by two guys, still able to shuffle out to the right side to make a tackle there. So, got to see that from the bread man. Shut down Bijan. Make him one-dimensional. Can't keep letting these chunk plays. If Bijan's at 7.5 for the game, we're gonna be in trouble.
Second down and 7. Cousins under center, takes the snap, turn, give Bijan left side. There's Josh Sweat. He swallows up Tyler Algier. Back up to Bijan Robinson. Fell forward for a gain of 2. But a nice tackle there by the other edge rusher. We're waiting to kind of do something this year. Opposite of Bryce Huff. Nice play there from his defensive end position. It'll be third down and 4.
You'd like to see that from Sweaty. How about that? Make a play, get a stop.
4 runs, no passes on this drive here from the Kirk Cousins and that right Achilles-led offense. He'll be in the gun here on third down and 4. Cousins motions London across the formation. Now he goes back to the bottom of the screen. Takes the snap. Third down and 4. 4-man pressure. Looks left, throws that. It's intercepted!
Oh, yes!
It's Quinyon Mitchell!
He dropped it.
Oh, he dropped it at the very end. I thought
he had it. Oh, my gosh.
He jumped right in front of Drake London. This is a pick. He just couldn't hang on at the very last second. Oh, he has it.
My
Dude, just
gosh.
hang on to it.
Gosh.
Oh,
I mean, I know he dropped it, but that was a fantastic break on the ball. I mean, just rips it away. Gosh, could you, if he had held on to that though?
Oh my
gosh.
Quinyon Mitchell for you. He looks great. Here comes a Falcon punt on fourth down and 4. Booms it away from his own 20. Back to fair catch. This is Covey, and he is almost interfered with, but not at the Eagle 25. And a nice job by the Eagle defense, giving up a first down and then forcing the punt there as Quinyon Mitchell was really close to making this even better field position for the Bird offense.
That was, I was about to go crazy. I mean, just that play alone, but I was about to go crazy because that was, I mean, for a split second, you saw the throw and you're like, oh man, okay, Drake London's going to be able to catch this pass. And the next thing, like a blur, Q runs in front and rips it away. It looked like he had it. It really did. Charles saying, yeah, that dude's going to be an all-pro. Wish he had made that pick, though. Everyone's right there with you. He has that all-pro potential, and he's showing out.
Sean D. Sarcasm, this dude is better than advertised. It sure seems that way. I mean, I'm at better than advertised right now, Josh. And I think you really have to start kind of not talking about Defensive Player of the Year because it's really hard to beat out pass rushers. But, I mean, you get that pick there, and you just keep playing the way that he has through the first game and a quarter now, and just start to wonder, Josh. You just start to kind of lean back and go, yeah, he looks pretty good. He looks pretty good.
Yeah, he looks phenomenal. You know, we mentioned the past couple like Jalen Carter. Then you have a Quinyon Mitchell. Not every draft pick hits, obviously, but at the same time, you want to say that the first pick in each draft so far, very early returns, but neither one, even in the rookie season, looked like they were afraid of the moment or not able to show out in that moment. So Eagles home opener, you love to see that so far. We'll see. PJ Vasquez, appreciate the 2, said I need a Kirk pick for my underdog picks.
Hey, we almost had it.
There's a chance. You almost did. There should be more opportunity. Let's just say that there should be more opportunity. Get some pressure, get up big. Or just get up a little bit, force Kirk to try to push the ball down the field. And then, also a little plug because he brought up underdog. But obviously the QR code is there. So if you want to, feel free, scan the code, use the code Philly Special, get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Helps out my channel. We appreciate it.
Shout out to Two-Face. I love you guys. Appreciate that. Love you guys watching. 2,300 people watching between both channels right now. We appreciate that. Is Rodgers playing today? That'd be Isaiah Rodgers. He is active. Doesn't mean he's played yet, but he is active. So we are keeping an eye on waiting to see if Rodgers, number 34, will get some action in this one, Josh. So I'm hoping he does. I feel like you getting the dime maybe could be an option for Rodgers, depending on where they feel. He was the starter all season during the training camp time. And then at the last minute, Quinyon Mitchell, I think his performance against the Packers is pretty eye-opening and hard to keep your first-round draft pick off the field has kind of been the vibes I've gotten so far. But we'll see here.
Yeah. And case in point, last play that he made, it's like, well, okay, if you want to play him outside, that's fine, I suppose.
First down and 10, Eagles at their own 25. Third drive here for the offense. Running the ball very well so far with Saquon Barkley in the pistol behind Jalen Hurts. Hurts calls for the football. Turn give Barkley. Running left side. Now bounces it up the middle, and there's the first good stop by the Falcon defense. That's a gain of a yard. That'll hurt the yards per rush for number 26, but 1:45 to go here. It'll be second down and 9 in the first quarter.
Well, they can't all be 9-yard runs, so that's okay. It's going to happen every once in a while.
Looks like it's Smitty, Dotson, Barkley. They're doing a lot of 2 tight end looks without A.J. Brown and Calcaterra and Goedert, who's been targeted twice, but no catches so far, especially down in the red zone. Hurts will be in the gun. Both those tight ends to the left. Now motion Calcaterra across the formation. My stream is frozen, Josh. You got it.
All right, Hurts looking to the right side. Has a man, takes a shot. It's complete. Smitty and hit immediately. It's a really good tackle there. Looks like, couldn't tell who that was. Gain of 5. A.J. Terrell. So, yeah, up to the 32, 33-yard line.
All right, I just got the replay in. Yeah, they're showing Terrell there high-fiving, and they're back in the huddle now. Hopefully we're synced up.
Yep.
Breaks the huddle, and we got a third down and 4. Eagles struggling so far on third down tonight. They did not convert on a 3rd and 4 and a 4th and 4 in the red zone their previous drive. This could be the last snap of this opening quarter. Hurts in the gun, 3rd and 4 from their own 31. Motion Barkley out of the formation. Hurts takes a snap. Here comes some pressure. He's going to spin out of a sack, rolling to his right now. Hurts stops, throws. That is incomplete. And the Eagles have to punt again. Wow.
Man, I mean, even if that was completed, it would have been a short of the sticks. But
for Devonta Smith.
Gosh, it's hard to see. They're going to show the angle of looking downfield, but it's just 4-man pressure. They do a stunt between Becton and Lane Johnson. I don't know if it's Becton's spot to pass off or if he's supposed to go with the man, but immediately in Jalen's face, and then he kind of just scrambled, drill, try to throw to the outside, nowhere to go.
I don't want to keep bringing up Brian Johnson, Josh, but it hurts his right side. He had a 5-yard stop from Smitty and looked like a sluggo, a slant and go from Jahan Dotson as the punt is away. This is going to be returnable at the 15-yard line. It's Tyler Algier falling out of the bounds across the 27 to the 30. But we talk about route concepts and motion and getting people open. Very little motion from the receivers on that play. It was Saquon motioning out of the backfield, and you had 2 very simple routes for Hurts to look at on the right side. I haven't liked the play call so far that don't involve 26 getting a handoff on these first couple of drives, Josh.
I'm with you. I think a lot of people are with you. Yeah, not as much creativity, not as much of a situation to take advantage, I suppose. I'm not sure exactly, but they're maybe it's a setup to use later to come back to those certain plays, but overall it's been fairly conservative and not a whole lot of success besides, like you say, running to Saquon.
First and 10 from the Falcon 26. Under center is Cousins. Play fake. Now he's going to look across the middle. Steps up, fires. That's wide open. That's caught Drake London falling across the 45 to the Falcon 46. And that's the first big chunk play by the Falcon offense and the first big completion for more than 4 yards by Kirk Cousins. We end the first quarter with a Falcon drive starting to build here, Josh. And I think an antsy Eagle crowd. You saw 34 points last week on Friday night against the Green Bay Packers, and so far you're scoreless. So we checked that catch. I think he got it, but scoreless so far here after 1.
Yeah, that was very wide open.
Very open.
Middle of the field, it's going to happen occasionally. At that point, don't love to see it that easy for Kirk Cousins to find, especially a guy like a Drake London, but
sure.
I don't know if somebody missed that one.
All right, so timeout on the field. Man, I really thought Quinyon Mitchell could have intercepted that. That would have been, oh man, that would have been nice. But what are you going to do? It's got to be a rough hamstring injury to be out for this many weeks, Josh. Expected to miss a couple of weeks is interesting. It's that's quite the hamstring injury, if I do say so myself. Not the best.
Yeah, especially just to pop up, like late in the week. It's kind of like you didn't expect to see that one, obviously, but
yeah.
I don't know. My assumption was like, all right, well, all of a sudden have one game if he's going to miss that, and then get back out there, but for it to be multiple weeks, it's a significant, I guess, within practice, because he was fine Thursday, nothing on the injury report. Then Friday he pops up with a limited practice. So, I think everybody's of the mindset. Obviously, you want like AJ to be healthy 100%. He's your success long-term for the season. He's a big part of that. But, I don't think anybody would have expected it early on of AJ going to be out for that long.
Jalen Carter did not play the first series, according to Zach Berman. He did play the second series, so interesting to keep an eye on there. Not sure why Jalen Carter would not play in that first series. Here you go on the replay as to why there was a wide-open player. Boy, he had another Ray-Ray McCloud wide open across the middle as they're showing us this blown coverage by Philadelphia. So secondary minus Quinyon Mitchell having some problems with the motion from that Falcon offense. And big first down gain. They're almost to plus territory at the 50.
It's kind of close that he almost didn't catch that.
It moves.
I guess that he did
definitely
because
moves.
they're up at the line. But ball on the 46 now. Cousins takes the snap, handoff to Algier. Right side has a little bit of push, but Milton Williams, a good stop there, along with Jalen Carter and Zach Baun. Only a gain of about 2 to 3 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
Williams has had a pretty good first couple of weeks of the NFL season, Josh. He's been all over the place. He's played a ton of snaps. He's kind of been the guy, more so than Jordan Davis, especially later in the football game last week against the Packers. He's still in there as the Falcons go hurry up.
There you go. Cousins play action. Now going to drop back over the middle. Complete. It's Algier, and Nakobe Dean brings him down, but not before an easy first down there, all the way up to the 39 of Philly. First down.
Jalen Carter gets good pressure here, but he slips and falls. It continues to be a theme. Not even in Brazil, but a problem there by the Eagle defense. And now this is, again, really good drives starting to brew here from the Falcons up to the Eagle 37.
Keep and go with tempo here now. Cousins under center, handoff Algier. Left side has a big hole, plenty of space up to the 30, the 25, finally tackled all the way at the 22-yard line by Reed Blankenship. Really big gain of about 15 or 16 yards.
You saw Josh Jacobs last week, Josh. He had some nice runs off this left side. It's Milton Williams and Nakobe Dean getting completely lost coming from the second level. Good tackle there by Blankenship to avoid an even bigger gain. But run defense, it's definitely it's been a problem. Very quiet tonight, too. Zack Baun, interestingly enough, after his 15-tackle performance last week. But Algier is averaging 7.3. Bijan averaging over 6 yards a rush. Nice drive here from the Falcons.
Falcons keep the hurry up here. Cousins handoff. It's a fumble. Bijan dropped it. I think the Eagles may have it. He dropped. Is it? Oh, did he recover it back?
I think Bijan got it back. Nolan Smith was right there.
Oh, he did. Yep.
Yeah, he did. Oof.
Gosh, that was so close.
I don't think he ever has this football. This is put right into the gut of Bijan Robinson, and it pops right out and then goes off his knee and takes a really favorable bounce right back into the waiting arms of number 7. Nolan Smith was real close to taking a big turnover and helping out the Eagle offense.
God, that was so close. All right, well, 2nd and 11. Now Cousins in the gun. Handoff Bijan up the middle, and just a gain of about 2 yards. Jordan Davis with a good stop there.
Bryce Huff also involved. You know, he has struggled against the run throughout his entire very young career. It's a big question. Can he come off the edge and do something? Jordan Davis makes a really good play, but Huff getting off of McGarry there to help with the arm tackle at the end. Good to see Jordan Davis, too. People like to get on him. You know, you're big body. Got to stop the run. Gain about a yard. Good stop there. 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 3rd and 9. 12:15 to play in the second quarter. 0-0 game. Neither team able to convert a third down so far. Long one for the Atlanta Falcons. Cousins in the gun. Left side Bijan. And whistles here. There's going to be a timeout. Okay, I didn't see any yellow.
Timeout?
So timeout Falcons.
My stream is just starting to lag a little bit. There it is. So, yeah, timeout Falcons. Okay, I wonder if they didn't like something or if they just simply wanted to, reset and have another shot here. They're already in field goal range, so it's already, able to get points out of this drive. But very interesting defensive possession here for Philadelphia. They got to button things up. There's been very little pass rush, Josh, and this goes back to the Green Bay Packer game when they simply were unable to generate any sort of pressure on what we all said was a slippery field. 4, now make it 5 quarters basically into the season, and the pass rush, I think, has definitely been a problem.
Yeah, early takeaways, I'd have to agree with you. I don't know if it's tempo here that the Falcons are going to. They're getting some success with it, so probably helping in that way. But run defense also sets it up. And when the running game's getting 7.5 yards a carry, that's not a recipe for success to get some pass rush. So we'll see. 3rd and 9 here. Cousins in the gun. 4-man pressure. Looking left side. Plenty of time. Pump fake. Now going to try to take off and run, and he's brought down short. He's at the 21-yard line. Not a sack officially, but Bryce Huff is the one who brings him down. It'll be 4th down.
Yeah, Bryce Huff got really close to getting a sack in the pocket here. Cousins kind of double clutched. He didn't see anything open down at the bottom and decides to step up in this pocket. Good play here by, I believe it's Moro Jomo also getting the tackle there, combining with Josh Sweat. Good play by the defense to hold Atlanta to a 39-yard field goal attempt.
All right, so we'll see here. First field goal attempt for Younghoe Koo. 39-yard attempt. Snap is good. Hold is good. And it is right down the middle. So the Atlanta Falcons are the first ones on the board. 3 points. Good for them.
Okay.
Not really.
All right. I would refresh your stream. Make sure we are linked up here. Just because I got a little ahead there towards the end. But we got to do commercial break. And nice to see some pass rush there on 3rd down, Josh. That seems to be part of the problem happening right now, where you could use a little bit more pressure on statue Kirk Cousins, who showed you right there on that 3rd down that he cannot move up very well in terms of the pocket. But, it's what it is. We'll see what they do going forward. Nice to see a little bit more pass rush, though.
Yeah, at least get a little bit of something. You do hold them to a 3rd down stop, force a field goal, so not a touchdown. That part is good, but few blown coverages and the way the run defense has been so far, I will say that's a little bit alarming. It's early, but coming into the game, it's not like it's who is this team? Who is this running back? It's Bijan Robinson. So there's no surprise that they're going to try to run the football. I don't know. You gotta limit him a little bit more. Trenton Browning, appreciate the super chat. Said, get the feeling it's going to be one of those games. I hope not, but we are
Let's hope not.
into the
Jeez,
second
I
quarter
hope
and
not.
have not scored.
Yeah, please.
So,
Let's hope it's going to be okay. Let's just hope it's going to be just fine.
The longer this thing goes, the more it's maybe feeling like that'll be the case.
Yeah, it's just some weird offensive play calling. It just feels a little stagnant, Josh. I don't know. I don't know if it's just, listen, it's a good Atlanta Falcon defense. They have not surrendered a touchdown literally all season long. Technically, they didn't give up one last week in their loss to the 5 field goal led Pittsburgh Steelers, but it's worth noting it's a good defense. Now, the Eagles played a good defense last week in Brazil and put up 34 points with a lot more potentially if Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the football over a couple of times. And so, no A.J. Brown. That seems to be clearly having somewhat of a factor. Is it really that big of a deal? Remains to be seen. But right now, 26 has been your best player. You might as well keep giving him the footballs or giving us some Saquon Barkley highlights running behind Cam Jurgens, Josh.
Keep doing it. You're right. It's a play they've not been able to stop basically any side of the field that you're running to. Sure, yeah, they probably know it's coming to a certain extent, and I know that you don't want to be predictable, but if you're getting that type of push with Saquon Barkley, then let's go ahead and run it.
5
Still 8
carries,
yards.
40 yards. Yeah, 8 yards a carry. How about that? Jeez. Nice to give him a couple more. Yeah, it would be nice to give him a couple more. I need a nice Saquon 12-pointer win the fantasy league this week. So a little selfishly, just a nice touchdown will do it. But
okay, yeah,
we're gonna need it.
Let's get that for Thomas. Help with your win individually, and then also the win for the group. As by the way, I missed it here a second ago, but it's a touchback on the kickoff, so the ball will be at the 30-yard line for the Eagles.
Shipley back there, huh? Gotta like that.
And let's see here. Would it be? Got Lisa on the sideline. That's what I'm getting on my stream. So hopefully we're linked up here.
We're locked up. Now we're in the huddle.
Yep.
Come on, offense. Give us something. Quiet night so far from Smitty. 1 catch for 5 yards. Be nice to get him involved as well. But I wouldn't mind just pounding the rock with Saquon. It's worked on that lone drive deep into Falcon territory. Here we go.
All right. 1st and 10. Jalen in the gun. He's got Saquon to his right at the 30-yard line. Now we got Dotson in motion behind. He's going to take the snap, hand off Saquon. He's got a little bit of hold, tries to bounce it to the middle, and he picks up about 3 or 4 yards, but ran into Lane Johnson. That was kind of awkward there. 2nd and 7.
Landon Dickerson got rolled up on as well. I think he's okay. He stood up and flexed that knee. Make sure he's good to go. He is. Gain of 4, 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, never want to see any injuries, but certainly none of the O-line magnitude. But he does appear to be okay. He's back in the formation, 2nd and 6, 10:50 to play in the second quarter. Jalen in the gun. Saquon to his right. Now Goedert motion far side right. Trips right with Smitty and Jahan Dotson. Fake handoff. Pressure up the middle. Now Jalen escapes it. Throws over the middle. Has a man complete. Smitty. And it's a first down. Play for about 15 yards on the left sideline.
Really good job there by Jalen Hurts climbing the pocket, having time, given time by his offense. Devonta Smith comes from the opposite side of the formation on the right side. He runs a really deep in, working on the nickel cornerback for Atlanta, and Hurts hits him in stride. Nice gain there. 23 yards so far tonight on 2 receptions for Devonta Smith into Falcon territory. They're going quick.
Yeah, they're going to go quick. Jalen now going to be passing. Has a little bit of time. Can't find anybody. Rolling right side and just going to have to throw it out of bounds. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10.
They trying to get the Falcons off guard there, Josh? The ref put the ball down, and they snapped it quickly, and everyone kind of stood around, and no one was open.
Yeah.
Didn't make a lot of sense. That was weird. I think they were worried about the catch here by Devonta Smith. Oh, it was?
Maybe.
Yeah,
that
it rolled
was
a little
very
bit.
close.
So they wanted to... Yeah, they called it
Okay.
a catch on the field, so I don't think it would have been overturned, but he hits the ground, and that sucker moves.
Yeah, that's really difficult.
That's
I'm
why
with
they
you.
went quick. Okay, I'll take it. I'll
Okay.
take it.
Yeah, not the worst thing now, because I was seeing the same thing. The O-line just stands there, not much going on. But, all right, 2nd and 10, Jalen the pistol. There's 4 on the play clock. Directing traffic. Now 1, he gets it away, takes a snap, handoff Saquon, pressure up the middle, immediately wrapped up, loss of 2 yards. There's a play by Judon, the acquired pass rusher, edge defender.
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be on the right side of the formation, and I think Johnson blocks down, so you're trying to block one of the best pass rushers in the league with Grant Calcaterra, and yeah, I'm not gonna... Calcaterra held, too, basically, on that play. Lucky it wasn't a 10-yard loss, so... Yeah, I don't like that one so far. 3rd and 11.
Okay, need a big play here. 9:30 to play in the second quarter. Jalen in the gun. Saquon to his left. Falcons showing pressure. They're going to bring pressure. Looks to the right side. Hot route complete to Goedert. Short of the sticks up to the 41, though. And it'll bring up an interesting decision because it's 4th and about 3 yards.
I like the hot route call there, Josh. They came with a safety blitz from the nickel position off the right side, and Hurts threw right behind it, too. And when there's some guy coming at you from an extra position, it's going to give you a chance to throw right where it is. The analytics say here that you go for it on 4th down and 3 on about the 41-yard line. It's a long field goal, and yeah, the Eagles obviously go for it on 4th and 4 inside the red zone. They're going for this on 4th and 3. Here we go. Maybe a little better than a quarterback draw, Josh.
Come on. Hurts in the gun. Saquon to his right. Has Smitty in the slot. Near side left. Covey in motion left as well. Takes the snap. Looking left side. Now middle. Going to have to escape to the right side. No, stays in the middle. Jalen's going to run. He's got the first down and more up to the 35 to 30. Still running 25-20. Slides down at the 18-yard line. And that is the longest run from Jalen Hurts in I don't know how long. But heck yeah, first down. There's whistles. Did we get it? Is there anything? Oh, there's a flag. Oh, come on. You got to be kidding me.
This is after the play, so this is not going to negate the first down, I don't think. You mentioned it, Josh. That is the fastest we've seen Jalen Hurts. That's exactly what you hope for. They're pointing back towards Philadelphia. I just don't know what you could get here. Here comes the call. They're going to get Hurts for spiking the football on a delay of game.
Wow, okay.
Wow, so they're going to give him the first down. You can't spike the football like that? Come on.
I mean, I feel like I've seen other players do that. Maybe not, I suppose, but... Okay. What is it? It's just 5 yards, right? It's just delay of game, so it's not a huge loss. I hear that yards are important, but... It's kind of odd.
I will take that for Jalen to get up, be pumped, show emotion, get the first down, approaching the red zone. We'll take it. I'll take it. Who cares? 5 yards, whatever.
That's so it's just kind of it's kind of odd. All right.
Showing you
Sirianni?
Yeah, give me a play clock when they start winding it. Let me know what yours is officially at.
Let's see. I've got a 1st and 15, 22, 21, 20.
Okay, we're good.
All right. So, yeah, 1st and 15. I've got 1st and 10. I'll fix it in a second on the scoreboard. 1st and 15 officially. Jalen under center. Haven't seen that much. Takes the snap. Pitch to Saquon right side and going to be, oh, my gosh, the Falcons everywhere. Just completely beat the O-line. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards.
I counted 7 Falcons trying to get to Saquon Barkley before he even got back to the original line of scrimmage. Yeah, there's a lot of Falcons at the ball there. Make it 5, I think, is probably the right numbers. They show Sirianni shaking his head. Yeah, under center, rare, but happens in the Kellen Moore offense. Little toss right, supposed to be real simple, but he lost 5 yards, and with the 5 yards from the spike, you have second down and 20 now. So penalties really killing these drives early on.
Yep. All right, you need some bigger plays here if you want to get back in contention. Second and 20, Falcons showing pressure, 3 on the play clock. Jalen takes the snap, blitz coming, looks over the middle, now tries to escape right. He's going to run again up to the 20-yard line, takes a hit and down at the 19, but picks up about to the, original where before the delay of game would have occurred, but picks up about 8 yards.
He bails in this pocket a little soon. I know they come with an extra rusher off the right side. It's pretty clean. He sees that there's no man in the middle of the field, steps up, decides to run. I don't hate the decision. I just wonder, no A.J. Brown, you wonder how open the receivers are getting down the field. We haven't seen Dotson minus the 1 screen pass catch. I just wonder if he's really making a difference in a game where he should now. 3rd and 11.
Mm-hmm. All right, Jalen empty set now, has Smitty and looks like Dotson in the far side right. Actually, Dotson's near side. Takes the snap, pressure coming again. Bells to the right side immediately. Jalen's going to run, though. He's got some space up to the 15. Jukes the defender. Gets the first down, and Moore pushing all the way to the 5 at the 4-yard line before he's brought down. I was almost thinking about the vintage Vikings clip of him pushing all the way through.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
First and goal.
This time a year ago on a Monday night, Hurts did the same run. They bring an extra man off the left side. Hurts bails immediately, and he's running. He's hit 5 yards short by the Falcon nose tackle, and Hurts pinballs off of him for a first down and goal from the Falcon 4.
Here we go. Going to go fast. Jalen Hurts takes the snap fake handoff. Incomplete. Throws it at the feet of Goedert. And
Penalty
we're going to get a flag.
You're getting pass interference here, or maybe illegal contact. This is that classic RPO they like to run with Goedert on the right side, where they fake the run, this time to Gainwell in the middle, pull out the ball from Gainwell's stomach and throw it to Goedert on a little pop pass to the right. I think they're going to get an ineligible man downfield, Josh. Never mind. Excuse me. So classic RPO. There's the ineligible man downfield. It's Lane Johnson this time, and that'll back him up. Second down.
Man, if there is one play that it feels like the NFL offenses this year are very scrutinized under, it is that man downfield.
Yeah. He's way down there. He's standing in the end zone.
Okay. Well,
I mean, the NFL's a game of timing. It's a timing play. It's got to be out quick. There's a man got in front of Goddard's face. Hurts wants to not throw an interception, double clutches, and they'll back him up. It'll be 3rd and goal. Here's play number 10. 6:05 to go in a 3-0 game.
All right, 1st and goal from the 9. And 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Hurts RPO, left side. Covey has a block, shakes a man for a little bit, but then immediately brought down. Gain of about 3 yards. That was a really good tackle there by Justin Simmons.
Yeah, that's why the Eagle players or Eagle fans all wanted him this offseason. This is a one-on-one with Covey on a quick screen to the left, and Simmons basically arm tackles him after a really nice cut almost by Britton Covey. Still, though, Josh, 2nd and goal. Where are these Saquon Barkley red zone touches? That's what I'm looking for. Scored on multiple of these a week ago. Give him at least a chance on a simple run here, huh?
Kenny Gainwell's been in on a couple, too. Yeah, this time it's Saquon, so I'm with you. 2nd and goal, 5:25 in the second quarter. Trips right. Jalen the gun now motions Saquon Barkley out left side. Takes the snap, 4-man pressure over the middle. Yes! Has a man complete. Touchdown! Devonta Smith, the Slim Reaper, for 6.
There he is. Yep. Nice little slant route to the back of the end zone. I was a little bit ahead of you there, Josh. I spoiled it. What a pass here from Jalen Hurts, finding Devonta Smith. And we were wondering who's going to step up with A.J. Brown out. You assumed it would be Devonta Smith. Couple of nice catches the past 2 drives. 11 plays, 70 yards. Took Philadelphia 6 minutes, and they scored the first touchdown of the entire season on the Falcon defense. It's the Slim Reaper. Got to like that.
Let's go. All right, line up the extra point. Make sure we're good here. Get 7 on the board officially. As the snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is good. So 7 points. The first time the Atlanta Falcons have given up a touchdown, and that variety of 7 points. But, I mean, there's 3 defenders in the area there. You got to love the throw, the timing in the pocket. Jalen steps up. Lot to like about that drive. And, I mean, how many times did we say this? But if Jalen Hurts, if he plays like he did on that drive and using his legs like he did on that drive, it's over. Like, they're just the two-dimensional type of quarterback. The reason that he got paid all that money, you want him to be safe and protect himself, but that was the difference maker. I mean, Hurts converts on multiple first downs because he uses his legs.
Yep, big time there on the third down. You mentioned the third down and 9 whenever he is hit 4 yards short, uses that 600-pound squat and drives forward for the first down, and good throw in the back of the end zone, too. This is over multiple defenders, so got to like it. I mean, hey, offense, a little slow of a start. They did the same thing a week ago, and the 2,800 people watching, give us likes down below. Eagles back on top, and they, I think, look pretty good on that drive. Defensive time, though, now.
Heck yeah. We're almost to 600 likes. We can skyrocket through that. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already. Got, obviously, tons of videos, content, game recaps, and all that tomorrow. But this is the blast, quite honestly, as everybody knows. It's hanging out, watching Eagles football, Monday night action, no other team there, too. So prime time. You want to shut people up of, can you read a defense? Can you throw the ball over the middle? Can you make plays without A.J. Brown? There you go. Love that drive.
There you go. Got to love having a wide receiver 1 as your wide receiver 2, right? Everyone keeps saying it. He's a wide receiver 1 anywhere else except for Philadelphia, and now as he has to be a wide receiver 1, he did a pretty good job.
Honestly, I mean, how great is that? I love that. The wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 is your wide receiver 1 because it's 1A and 1B. And this is really, I mean, we think about it also, like longer term ramifications. You're helping with not only the confidence, but also kind of instilling that mentality of, okay, hey, if we're going to, which it sounds like because AJ told Lisa Salters it's going to be a multiple week injury for his hamstring. If we're going to be without AJ, then go make play. Like primetime game, go make some plays, get that confidence. You got a difficult opponent coming up, and you're certainly not looking ahead to them already, but it helps with that morale and it helps with the confidence going forward. So you got to love that.
You still have 5:15 left in this game, Josh, or at least, in the first half. And now maybe the Eagle defense settles in. They'd given up some nice points there on the last Falcon drive. They held down on third down inside the Eagle red zone, but settle in. Start hitting Kirk Cousins. Make him make a mistake like he did last week. That's what you want. Falcons playing from behind and hopefully throwing a little bit more instead of running because Bijan's hurt them a lot early in this game.
Yep, he has. There's the kick on the kickoff. It's going to be fielded at the 2, and it's going to be all the way up to the 23-yard line. Brought down. A flag comes in late after, I believe, Shipley made the tackle.
Yep.
It was Williams on the return, though. We'll see what that is.
Probably an illegal block on the back. I think they hit Shipley, even though he still made the tackle. That'd be my guess. So hopefully backing him up. Yeah, waiting on the call here.
While we're
blocking the back. Yep.
Okay, so they will back him up 10 yards. It'll be a first down, obviously, still for the Falcons, but back him up a little bit, which is not too bad. Also, real quickly, let me get to these super chats we missed while in the game stream itself. Let's see. Elucidator says, doesn't help that the game plan made all week involved AJ, who went down midweek. Still, no excuses for some bad decision-making again. That's fair. All right.
Fair, sure.
And they're warming up. You could see they're getting more confidence as the game goes on. Also, Kai Scott, appreciate the 2, says, love kicking it with the guys. Go Birds. Go Birds, baby. We are up 7-3. Kirk Cousins under center. It's handoff into round here. That's Ray-Ray McCloud. Nowhere to go. Great read from Zack Baun. Only a gain of about 1 yard there. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, that's not a play you're going to see on SportsCenter's top 10 tomorrow, Josh. But that shows the Zack Baun speed that he has. This is a reverse, essentially. They're trying to sneak it really quickly across the formation, and Baun is the only player anywhere close to even having a shot at the speedster Ray-Ray McCloud. And he immediately shuffles his feet, gets him to go out of bounds, and makes a nice stop of only a gain of 2 yards. Nice play there by Baun.
Okay, 2nd and 8 officially. Cousins under center. Fake handoff. BG with some pressure gets it off to Pitts, but Baun there breaks a tackle, and then finally Milton Williams brings him down. Only a gain of 1 before Baun had him for a loss. Only gets 1 there. Brings up about a 3rd and 7.
Nice play there by Brandon Graham, getting in the face of Kirk Cousins. Still gets the ball off to his big tight end. Only the first catch there from the first-round draft pick, Kyle Pitts. It looked like they had maybe a loss of 1. They spun across. Milton Williams and C.J. Gardner-Johnson cleaned things up. 3rd down and 6, though. Chance for a real short, really quick Eagles 3 and out.
4 minutes left in the second quarter. Crowd is on their feet and loud. Kirk Cousins in the gun, takes the snap, Going to have four-man pressure, looking middle, throws it, strike, complete. Ray McCloud. It is a first down up to the 30-yard line. Pretty open there.
Eagles dropped into a simple zone coverage here. Baun's your Mike linebacker standing right in the middle, and McCloud runs it deep in and just stops in the opening right there, right behind Avonte Maddox and right in front of Zack Baun. That's what you do to beat zone defenses. Nice play there across the 30. It's a first down. And Avonte Maddox, Keely Ringo was in there on dime defense as well. Interesting cornerback movement here as Maddox is like your full-time nickel.
Very interesting. Bijan now hand off to the left side and just all day to run. A first down. Looks like they may be spotting him just short of it, but a gain of 9-10 yards. Didn't get touched for, 8 of those yards.
Us Eagle fans, we complain about a lot. I think if there's one thing to complain about so far tonight, it's the run defense. They are not getting a hat on any of these rushers for at least 5 yards. Linebackers got to play better.
Now another handoff left side and a huge hole. Bijan all the way up to the 50, the 45-yard line. Brought down at actually the 45 of Philly, but yep, there is a flag. So
this is probably a hold, but Reed Blankenship probably saves what would have been a touchdown. I mean, this is Bijan Robinson in the open field. And again, Josh, massive holes. They're getting no run-stopping ability up front, and no one's touching running backs for the first 6 or 7 yards. And so you have Bijan Robinson, a 4.3 guy with a full head of steam, getting 6+ yards. Thankfully, you have a hold here, though.
Oh, wow. There's no foul for holding. They took it away. They took it away. Okay, great. So it does count. That's crazy. Let's show the replay here.
Jeez, Baun got blown up there.
Yeah, he did.
By Chris Lindstrom. McGarry with a nice block. Jalen Carter been very quiet. Very quiet so far tonight. 7.4 yards per rush for Bijan Robinson. That cannot continue here. The Eagle run defense has been really bad.
All right, officially ball on the 46-yard line of Philly. Into Philly territory, 2:43 to play in the second quarter. Cousins, fake handoff, drops back, looking left side, pump fake, and he's sacked!
Hey!
He's sacked! Brandon Graham with the sack. There is a flag, though. Again, please don't be defensive holding.
Ooh, it's probably going to be. Yeah, this is quite the pump fake from Kirk Cousins here. I mean, he faked out the camera. And they're probably going to give you at least illegal contact here because Cousins obviously double-clutched that for a reason and took the sack. They're going to negate this.
Come on, they just picked up the last one. Yeah. Illegal contact, Nakobe Dean.
They got Nakobe Dean. Yeah, he kind of grabs. It's kind of a weak call. I mean,
That's
he's touching him,
worst
sure.
one.
But
I mean,
it's linebacker on their best receiver, Drake London. He grabs a little bit there.
Yeah. Goodness. Well, we thought we had one. We thought we had a sack. BG with the great move to get back there, and he's had a couple pressures, but unfortunately that does not count. So 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line of Philly. Cousins in the emptied set, takes the snap, pressure coming. Now look at right side, he's going to complete it. No, it's broken up. It was incomplete. Avonte Maddox with a good breakup intended for Darnell Mooney. 2nd and 10.
Good play by Maddox, much maligned the past couple of quarters here, going back to Friday's game. He's in man coverage in the nickel. Mooney makes a good play, kind of a bad throw. He threw it behind him with a lot of Maddox to go ahead and recover here as Philly brought Baun on a little extra blitz, and no one gets close to Kirk Cousins in a very clean pocket with a 4-man pressure, and lucky to have that one incomplete. Cousins now 5 for 9 for 51 yards. He's been accurate, just not on that last throw.
2nd and 10, 2:10 to play in the second quarter. Now Cousins in the gun, takes a snap, 3-man pressure, looking over the middle, has a man complete. Ray-Ray McCloud, first down up to the 23-yard line before Zack Baun breaks him down.
Big concern last year, Josh, middle of the football field. Teams attacked it time and time again as a penalty flag after the play came up with Gardner Johnson, John with Ray-Ray McCloud. I think they're going to get McCloud for unsportsmanlike conduct, but that middle of the field with very little pass rush so far being generated has been wide open, and Kirk Cousins doing what Kirk Cousins has done his entire career, and that's carve people up. And they are going to get McCloud with a punch on C.J. Gardner Johnson here.
Gosh.
And Gardner Johnson pulled out his mouth guard, but that's an unsportsmanlike conduct on McCloud. And if you throw a punch, you can be ejected. That's their number 2 receiver. Waiting on the call. They do not eject him, but it is a
15.
15-yard penalty on McCloud. So New York can review. When the flag has been thrown, they can go to the New York office, or whatever you want to call it, their officiating offense, and they can change that to an ejection, but not the case. 2-minute warning,
Okay.
though, which is crazy. What a fast first half here, Josh. Really fast first half.
7-3. We have made it to the 2-minute warning. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll come back and figure out if the Eagles can get another stop. You limit to a field goal. I don't know, but this is a much quicker game than what we saw in Brazil. Brazil was lots of scoring and time stops and everything there. This one has moved along very quickly with a lot of successful running. We'll say that.
Oh man, yeah. You just wonder about this Eagle rush defense. I mean, how are they gonna get stops, and how are they gonna get pressure? It's we're 2 games in. We're 6 quarters in by now.
Mm-hmm.
Had not seen anything from Bryce Huff, but Josh, I think Jalen Carter. I think the expectation was he's your best pass rusher, and Jalen Carter, he's made his presence felt at times. He had, I think, more than the actual stat sheet showed up last week against the Green Bay Packers, but overall, I don't know. I feel like the defensive line is missing something. It's definitely missing something.
I would agree. It's a combo, obviously, with the coverage, and I get it. People are saying like, oh, there's only 3 points scored, and we're complaining about the defense. But in an attempt to be still like a fan, somewhat objective, and like, what are we seeing holistically? There has not been the pressure that you want to see from the defensive line. Now, you've created a little bit with some blitzes, and Zack Baun, against Brazil or in Brazil, had 2 sacks. But overall, the D-line is getting shredded in the run game. They're making just enough plays to get off the field. So, yes, but you do want to see a little bit more. It doesn't have to be crazy, but you need to see some sort of dominance, limit some plays, limit the yardage. I mean, heck, we're sitting here right now at yards for Bijan Robinson of 7.4 per carry, 7.3 for Tyler Algier, 14 carries, 84 yards. I mean, it's just the fact that Kirk Cousins has made a few poor throws and you've made a couple incompletions, but you're not stopping the run game at all. And then it makes life difficult on the pass defense too.
A lot of people shouting out Josh or Bryce Huff in the chat. Yeah, he's been a little slow. Jimmy wants to see Devin White in the second half. You can't, though, because he's inactive. They did not actually play him. So makes you wonder, though, with the performance, the linebackers have not been great tonight, if that could change. But here you go. 2 minutes to go. Plus territory for the Falcons.
Cousins in the gun, officially at the 38-yard line of Philly. Takes the snap, 4-man pressure, has time, looking right, dump off to Bijan, has plenty of room up to the 35, makes a man miss, and then up to the 31. I said made a man miss, but Avonte Maddox recovered fairly nicely, and C.J. Gardner-Johnson as well to make the tackle.
Gardner-Johnson cleaned that up, but yeah, good play there by Avonte Maddox. Again, in the chat, he's having a rough night, but on the field, he's not been terrible. They chipped Bryce Huff with Bijan on that play. Curious to wonder if they're giving a little more respect than us Eagle fans are. But here you go. This is your base front four with Jordan Davison on a 2nd down and 3.
All right, ball on the 31-yard line. Under center, handoff Bijan, right side, plenty of room up the middle, and Moore breaks another tackle, pushes for the 20, the 18, and good, all the way up to the 16-yard line. It's just never bring him down.
Yeah, Jordan Davis misses a tackle here after Bijan had already gotten about 5 yards. Baun completely lost at the linebacker spot, and then a miss by Reed Blankenship and a thankful save, essentially, for what would have been a touchdown by Quinyon Mitchell. 9 carries, 73 yards, 8.1 yards per rush for Bijan tonight, Josh. Red zone time for the Falcons.
Cousins under center. Bijan's taking a little bit of a breather, but Algier up the middle now and brought down by Reed Blankenship, but not before a gain of 4 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 6. Ball on about the 12-yard line. 40 seconds to play. Time is ticking. Atlanta is still with 2 timeouts.
You gotta go hurry up.
Cousins in the gun now. Ball actually officially on the 13. Hands off Algier and pushes forward, 1st down. Reed Blankenship and Darius Slay bring him down, but it's at the 6-yard line. It looks like 6 or 7-yard line. So 1st and goal, 26 seconds to play.
We're in a timeout,
and we got a timeout.
Josh, big difference last week. All over the field, making tackles every single play were the Eagle linebackers. Tonight, everyone making tackles are Eagle safeties and cornerbacks because these running backs are getting so far past the line of scrimmage. It's It's not a good night for Vic Fangio's defense. Not a good night in front of this home crowd. They looked much better, giving up way more points last week against Jordan Love and the Packers.
They really
Much
did.
better.
Yeah. And it might be crazy to say that because of points wise, but they had a good prep. It's not like they weren't playing against a good team with a good run game and Josh Jacobs, so it's not that type of an issue. But they gave up about 7.5 yards a carry against the Packers, and here you are giving up 7.5, 8 yards a carry against the Falcons. So you got to shore things up. Still be great to get a stop or a turnover here. Ball on the 6-yard line. Cousins left side screen to Bijan, and it is going to be a tackle, but a face mask. Brandon Graham, totally unintentional, but just can't really help that there.
Yeah, BG put his hand out and got it right into the face mask of Bijan Robinson, so that's going to move him half the distance to the goal. And you got to start thinking here, Josh. It's really 2-for-1 opportunity because they're going to get the ball to start the third quarter. So BG with a nice cut, he gets his finger lodged and basically tries to decapitate Bijan Robinson. Not sure how his head is still on. Jeez, that's my neck would have snapped in two there, but I'm obviously not an NFL running back, thank goodness. So that's still a positive play with the penalty. So 1st and goal, and I think the ball's be like the 3 or 4.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's at the 3-yard line. 22 seconds, as we say, 22 seconds to play. 1 timeout for Atlanta. Atlanta gets the second half kickoff too, so kind of a 2-for-1 situation if they're able to pull it off. You hope not, but Cousins in the gun, trips left, far side. As Bijan to his right. Takes the snap, handoff Bijan, middle, nowhere to go, stonewalled there, and that time it is, that was Thomas Booker actually with the stop. That was a good play.
Yeah. Boy, they lined BG up in the nickel there. He was playing edge rusher, but they backed him up, and he was technically playing coverage. Is he spying? Is he, I don't know what he's doing, but he is so far off the line of scrimmage. You just hope and pray that the front four can get a stop there. And sure enough, there's Thomas Booker, probably the 53rd man on this roster. He barely made it. Really good push there on Chris Lindstrom. Nice play by Jordan Davis. That's what he's there for, to be a big body clogging holes. And number 59, a name a lot of Eagle fans don't recognize, but had a good enough training camp to make this roster in on a critical first down goal line play. And it's 2nd and goal. No timeouts for Atlanta. They had to burn their last one there, Josh. 17 seconds left. This is going to get interesting here. Time is of the essence.
Yep, you assume they're going to pass it because you don't risk running here and then not able to get a playoff. But ball on the 4-yard line. Takes the snap, looking left side, has a man. It's overthrown, incomplete. Good pressure there, and just overthrows Darnell Mooney, brings up a 3rd and goal.
Atlanta tried to go fast to get this snap off. They get a little motion Bijan out of the formation. And I believe it's Josh Sweat unblocked, gets a free run at Kirk Cousins. He does. So he's got to go hot to Darnell Mooney. And just a bad throw. I don't think he makes it in the end zone either way. Baun was in good coverage. Big 3rd down here, Josh. This is huge here. You get a stop.
Yeah.
And they kick maybe they go for it, but 3rd down and goal from the Eagle 4. Here we go.
Yeah, the Eagles went for it from the 4. So we'll see. But it looks like we're going to get a timeout, Eagles. We are. So 1 timeout left for the Eagles. 14 seconds to play in the 2nd quarter. And the Falcons have the ball at the 4-yard line, 3rd and goal.
Oh man, okay. Well, it's interesting. It feels like one of those Monday night games, right, Josh? It's one of these Eagles games. I'm trying to remember a game that kind of felt like this last year. No turnovers yet by the Eagle offense, which is really nice. I don't know if the Colts game is the right one because the Eagle offense still has had a couple of nice drives. The defense is just really getting gashed. Yeah. This would be a massive hold here as they line up for 3rd down and goal, though. Keep them out of the end zone at the end of the first half. Here we go.
Cousins in the gun, takes the snap, looking over the middle, pressured a little bit over the middle, and throws it way out of bounds out of the back of the end zone. There is no one in sight, incomplete. 4th and goal, 9 seconds remaining, and they are trotting out the kicking unit. So we will get a field goal attempt.
Yeah, you mentioned the pressure. That's a good pressure. I couldn't tell who it was here. It was great coverage by the Eagles secondary. They doubled Drake London on the bottom of their formation. They went Maddox one-on-one with Ray-Ray McCloud, and Slay was isolated on Mooney. Had a really good coverage there. I still don't see who got the pressure, but a well-done job by the Eagle front four, forcing what is even closer than the original field goal was, 22 yards. This is nothing.
Little chip shot, and that is good. So it'll make it a 1-point game, but the Eagles should presumably go into halftime with the lead, 7-6. There is 3 seconds left? No, 6 seconds left in the first half. So we'll see.
Okay. Well, we said it. Get a stop. Hold them. It's a nice drive right there, but the Eagles are able to, get out of this hopeful first half. It should be, based on any sort of craziness, be able to get out of this first half with a lead, and you'll see what kind of second half adjustments you can get. Remember last week, the second half adjustment was a deep ball to A.J. Brown that got the entire third quarter going with a nice pass and a touchdown. But I don't know. This is why week one is so hard to judge what kind of football team you have, right? Up and down the league, not just in Philadelphia. The Bengals look inept. They almost beat the Chiefs. They probably should have an Arrowhead. Joe Burrow looks much better. Philadelphia drops 34 on the Green Bay Packers. Their defense, I think, played a lot better in that game than they did here. 7 points. Defense getting gashed by Bijan Robinson. Completely different game. Jordan Love goes out for the Packers. You don't think Malik Willis can do something. Malik Willis comes in. They run the ball really well. They get beat, a pesky Colts team. Week 1 to week 2 is such a dramatic change in the NFL that now you're going to have, if this kind of, storyline continues and say the Eagles win a low-scoring, tight football game, you're going to have two very different games to kind of try and figure out what you have in this Philadelphia Eagle team so far.
Yeah, because it's been, like you say, very, very different. You would have assumed or hoped, okay, we're going to go into it, maybe see some similarities or know a little bit more about this team, but it could be vastly different. It's understandable because AJ's not there, but you want to see a little bit more of and some efficiency, some creativity from the offense, and then combined with, we say it, at least it's a bend but don't break, I suppose, because it's 2 field goals, there's very much opportunities where it could have been 2 touchdowns. So similarly to we were saying it could have been, Packers scoring very early on. They did not do that in week 1. And here we are with the Eagles, a good chance to go into half with the lead. So it could be much worse. Shout out to PJ Vasquez for the 2, said this is getting to some earlier ones, but CJGJ with the between the whistle play, obviously ripping off the mouthpiece from who was that? Ray-Ray McCloud. Batman Pikachu, the 2, says there's no way this is Fangio. This has to be Nick. Nick getting shade even from the defense.
Yeah, maybe.
Albert Pastrana with a 2 said, God, please sit Dean, give me White. As I think we brought up earlier, that maybe eventually, unfortunately, if you were of that mindset, it cannot happen tonight since White is inactive, but it's sentiment from several different people is the kick here on the kickoff is away and into the end zone, and that'll be out at the 30-yard line where the Eagles will have the ball and 6 seconds remaining in the half. SVG Glow, thanks for the 2, says looks like a lot of holding on their O-line.
Yeah, well, that's every play for everybody in the NFL, I guess.
You could call holding every single play. So you get some of them. Let's see. Brian with the 5 says Howie projection with Huff is now a bust. The guy looks outmatched. I can't believe we paid a 1-year wonder, a.k.a. Byron Maxwell.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, listen, it's too early to say Byron Maxwell, but it sure does look like it, as Philly is probably going to knee it. They do to end this first half. The Eagles need a pass rusher, Josh. That's honestly what it feels like on defense. Now, there's a lot of other issues because they obviously do not stop the run. The linebackers, I think, kind of reverted back to what we expected. I think it might have been an out-of-body experience down there in Brazil just based on kind of what they've done so far in this game versus where they were a week ago. It's been very different play from Dean and Zack Baun. If you're Devin White, you're probably having fun on the sideline or wherever he's watching this game from. But yeah, I don't know. It's not the best. But I think if you want to be positive, Jalen Hurts looked very vintage. 2022 Jalen Hurts on that final drive there to go ahead and get the Eagles their first score of the game. Electric pass through three defenders, right where he needed to be for a Devonta Smith touchdown. Saquon hitting it early. I think there's some positives here. I'm a lot more concerned about the defense, yet they only gave up 6 points than I am with the offense. Yeah,
especially considering AJ's out. I'm probably with you on that one. You still want to see more naturally, but yeah, we're between the two. It just doesn't look like they're able to, and it kind of goes into CJ's point here. Appreciate the 5 said this D-line couldn't create pressure on high schoolers at this rate. Do you think we make a trade if it stays like this? So kind of along the lines of what you're talking about there of needing a pass rusher, needing someone to whether it is on this roster or do you have the ammo? I mean, that's what Howie's doing. It's not like he's watching this game and going like, well,
Yeah.
it's the group that we have.
Yeah.
We've seen him time and time again make a move, whether it's like last second trade deadline or just, hey, go make a trade in week 2, wherever the situation is. If he really feels like that, he's going to do something, I would imagine. But yeah, it's like you can't have incredible feelings from seeing this type of play from the D-line. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to kill the Son Reddick churnings from Eagles Twitter at all. You know, you were hoping that Bryce Huff would waltz out here and have a really good game and really silence the crowd, and it'd be just fine. But no, and you see the super chatter here from Albert Pastrana saying, hey, if they not going to play Devin White, trade him for Reddick, Jets need a linebacker. Well, you know, I would do it, but you got to pay Reddick after that.
And
so
then, yeah.
Wishful thinking, I would say, but I like the idea if that's if we can say that.
I mean, honestly, the early overreactions, hypotheticals, and everything else, like from what we've seen so far, you know, if you have the appetite to say, well, maybe, you know, we figure out something, see if we get something to work there, get a trade, bring him back. I don't know. Seems like that one, as I think probably the majority feel like it's still unlikely. But the more that you see the ineptitude of D-line or specific players, then, yeah, you might say, okay, can you go out there and make a trade? Can you get someone to help this D-line? It's a fair point. You have some draft capital you have draft capital, but you also have some players there. So do you make a trade with those? That will be the speculation, too. Why did they have Devin White inactive? Is it a situation of, like, legit, you're going to go and trade him? Or was it like he re-aggravated the ankle? I don't know. It was just just an unusual interview to hear from him about the ankle, why the ankle there. He got in full practices. You saw video clips of him look perfectly fine. And then to just be inactive is strange for a guy that you signed like that. So I don't know. Maybe there is something to the rumors of them looking to trade him before the roster cut down. We'll see. Let's see. We got a 2 here from Mike Huss, says Davis and Smith. Worst first-round 2-player draft ever. Wow.
Yikes. I've seen a couple of those comments. I see, it's me, G, saying these Georgia D linemen have looked sorry. Hey, Jalen Carter hasn't looked that good. I mean, to be honest, he has not looked that good. I mean, we were billed, and I probably unfairly, but we were billed the next coming of Aaron Donald, which you don't have to be the next coming of Aaron Donald for us to say that. You got to be somewhat close, and go back to the end of last year. He basically disappeared. First game, he had a couple of, go back and watch the all-22. Oh, there's Jalen Carter making a little bit of, pressure, but he's been very quiet. And this defensive line, as 215 Jay Philly said, has no gap discipline. I mean, at all. They've had very little gap discipline so far tonight. Now, granted, as I said with the Atlanta Falcons, you can't judge them off of 1 week. Same with Philadelphia scoring 34 last week. So is Atlanta a better run team than they showed versus the Pittsburgh Steelers? Maybe, the Eagle offense scoring a touchdown for the first time with the Falcon defense this year. Maybe that is more of a positive. The offense to me seems fine. I don't seem to have a problem with what the offense is doing. It's the defense is where I'm sitting back and going, okay, you're playing a really good team next week that scored a lot of points the past 2 weeks in the New Orleans Saints. You play another good offense that you've had trouble with in the past with Baker Mayfield and the Bucks. They're going to have to figure things out very quickly, I would say.
I agree. This is because of, all the reasons that you mentioned, but also like you see the way this league, like the parity in this league, and anybody can sneak up on anybody can beat anyone on any given week, and you want to be able to capitalize and take advantage. They're going to have takeaways, and obviously it's make sure that you get this thing settled here before you look at upcoming opponents. But I think the big question is going to continue to be on the defensive side. It'll be, okay, can you be... I think it really starts with, and we talk about the pass rush, but I would still come back and almost make the argument. It starts with stopping the run, because if it's 7.5 yards a carry against Green Bay, and it's, heck, we're at 6.1 officially, but it's some of those were very short yardage situations at the goal line, so that kind of skewed it. But you're getting just gaping holes and gashes all throughout the defense. So I think that may be, before we even get to the pressure, say, make sure that a team feels that they cannot run on this defense. As soon as that happens, then fine, go pressure the quarterback, and can we see something there? But if it's not, and it's easy taken for the running back, then it may be I wouldn't say a completely moot point for the pass rush, but somewhat, because you keep the line's open for what a team can do, and it's not really dictating terms. So I don't know, maybe a little better. They'll make some adjustments. We've seen that in the past. Make some adjustments, come out. Can they limit Bijan? Bijan's 10 carries, 72 yards. I'll put up, let's see, some of the stats here. I think I could do that. There we go. Yeah, we got box score on a couple of those. And
those run stat numbers, Josh, they're not good. They're not good. I'm going to quickly go use the restroom for my halftime break and refill the old water. I'll be back in a second. Give me 2 seconds here.
You're good. Yeah, there you go. You got Kirk Cousins, 75 yards. That's it. 75 yards, 5.8 average, 71 rating. Jalen Hurts, 70 yards, 5.4 average, 1 touchdown. So not a lot of the passing game, but 94 rushing for the Eagles and 109 for the Falcons. I mean, it's literally just a run game. Shout out to all you guys in the chat. Yes, I'm seeing the bots. There's unfortunately, you guys, moderators, are awesome for deleting all those. It happens regularly, unfortunately, but that is what it is. Even while we're hanging out on the stream, I'm not gonna lie. The underdog picks that I went with earlier not looking that great. In fact, the Young Wei Koo already went over, so that's a loss. But I didn't expect this game to go this way necessarily. Felt like there'd be a few more of those. Maybe some more in the passing game. I'd see a little different in the second half. Let me get to, I think I missed a couple super chats. Tony, I saw yours. Put this one over. Should have kept us on. He was our closer. CJ with the 5. Said another note, if this D-line plays like this against the Saints or Bucks, going to be a long season. I think Thomas maybe mentioned that. I didn't throw that one up there. But, yeah. Agree with that one. Grant Barton, appreciate the 2. Didn't see a message, but thanks for the support. You guys are awesome. We're literally, what is it, almost 2,700 views between both the channels, 800 likes. If you've not already hit the like button, we'll get to 1,000 combined. That'd be kind of legit before we start this second half. Get the vibes up. I'm going to be giving away the Isaiah Rodgers helmet, which is kind of hard to see with the split screen, but right back there. Hit the 75,000 subscribers. It's absolutely insane. I'm not sure that I envisioned getting here, let alone like how quickly that happened after Zay was like, oh, let's just give that helmet away. So as I said before, probably the next Friday night live stream. I'll give lots of heads up for everybody. Let's see, got another 2. Appreciate that. Said Smitty and a first for Parsons. Come on. I'm just getting to this, so I'm sure that the chat has already reacted to some of this. But Smitty, are you kidding me? Smitty and a first for Parsons. There's like, man, I Micah Parsons would help. Pass rush would help. But come on, you're not getting rid of Smitty for this group. Especially when you look at right now, timing. You say, oh, hey, we're without A.J. Brown for a couple weeks, the hamstring. You want to trade away Smitty? Say, okay, good luck. Let's see what the passing game does. Josh B., I'm not sure. I have no clue why White did not dress. That was the surprise. Cranky, you agree Friday night live stream would fill it right? I think so. I think it would. Let's see. Grant with the 2. Said our defense looks horrible, soft, just like last year. Yeah,
yes, it does.
A little softer than we would like. A little Charmin soft, I think.
I would agree with that, for sure.
Sadly.
But, make an adjustment. Yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting.
There's still time. You're right. It's not over. Not out of touch.
I mean, it's hard to kind of pick. Obviously, it's a D-line problem, right? Because they're not able to stop the run. They're not able to get any sort of pressure on the quarterback. But you start to try to kind of wonder which one it is. I do wonder why we're not blitzing Kirk Cousins a lot. You figure the strength of defense is the secondary. I read that Pittsburgh blitzed Cousins 40% of the time during their week 1 win and forced multiple turnovers off of those pressures. Like, you'd feel like that would be, kind of the time, but I don't know. What do I know? What do we know?
Well, I mean, I'm with you. It's changed it up. Try to do something to anything that will work, basically. But I think I think right now it's a little bit difficult because he says, okay, well, if I blitz and Bijan runs it right past the blitz because they're going to a different side or they've beat us with a different angle, then all of a sudden there's nobody back there in the second level to stop them. So it's, I mean, you're kind of, for Atlanta, it's a pick your poison, or at least putting Philly in that situation, but you're not doing yourself any favors on the defensive end because neither answer, or neither option, I should say, is the answer, because you're getting gashed if you try to stop the run in that sense. It's not working for the most part, and then in the passing game, then you're not getting those pressure rates either. But I don't know. I would be okay, maybe some timely blitzing, just something to throw Cousins off, because he looks too comfortable for a guy that is a statue in the pocket, is immobile, not going to get anything to happen. Anything, please. Annette here with a 2.
Go ahead.
I was going to say Annette with a 2 saying, Josh, I called it. Huff is worrisome. So Annette, you did. I do recall. I still would say, like, let's give it a little bit of time. I understand that there's not a whole lot to say,
Josh.
but
we're growing impatient.
Come on, we're up. Atlanta's going to get the ball. We're up at halftime. If we win this game, it'll buy a little bit of time, but I hear you. We need to have we do need to have some more dominance from somebody. I mean, make plays. I know it's not like a TJ Watt situation, but you just get a few pressures, a few sacks. That'd be nice.
Through 1.5 games, Bryce Huff has 1 assisted tackle and 0 other stats. So
lovely.
$17 million, man. That is yeah. I mean, sometimes you hit in free agency, sometimes you don't. But I am surprised that he has been so non-factor. You don't get 10 sacks in this league by being a bum. And maybe Quinyon Williams is just the best guy in the entire world to play D tackle. He probably is right now with Donald being out. But you figure Huff would do a little bit more than what he's done so far. But absolutely nothing, Burger. We get some thumbs up, though, in the chat. We need to get these thumbs up.
Yeah, we're almost to 1,000 combined. We're at 897. We can get there.
I guarantee the Eagles will win every year whenever we get more thumbs up. So, that's just kind of
hit that like button. Ryan, I got to get to the super chat as well. Our defensive line looks like single-ply toilet paper. We need a drastic improvement in the second half overall.
Not a
the
good
team
time.
needs to wake up. I am in agreement there. Also, Micah with a 2 says, Nick Sirianni makes me envy Italians. So... okay.
Hard to blame Sirianni for this one, I mean, go for
I'm going to run real quick.
Goal. Go ahead.
If you've got the broadcast, because they're kicking off. So I'll be back in just a second.
Kickoff into the back of the end zone, takes the knee, and of course, with the Eagles getting the ball first, Falcons will be out there for another drive. And that last drive, the end of the first half, into the Eagle red zone, a couple of nice plays by the Eagle defense, and now you got Lisa Salters talking to Nick Sirianni. Just got to get a stop. That is the goal. Let us know. Okay, give me your score predictions right now. Let me know what you guys think the final score prediction will be right now as we continue to roll into quarter number 3. Someone says state-issued toilet paper is how bad they've been. Yep. Here we go. All right, Falcons with the ball at the 30. Cousins under center, takes the snap, turn give, nope, play fake. Cousins steps up in the pocket, looking left, still looking, fires left side. That's going to be caught, falling forward as Bijan for a gain of about 7.5, tackled by Baun. Kirk Cousins is a statue in that pocket, man. He cannot move at all. It's almost wild to see, and yet, again, no pressure here as Bryce Huff doesn't really get anywhere working on a tight end. Good coverage there by Slay on Drake London on the opposite side where Cousins wanted to go. Sweat was the closest man, I guess, to the quarterback, but a gain of 7, second down and 3. Cousins under center. Motion McCloud across the formation. Turn give Bijan running right side. He's going to get the edge, still going. Nice game by Bijan Robinson. He goes out of bounds at the 50 as Josh checks back in. And one pass to Bijan for 7 and then another run there for at least 12. And so far, the Eagle defense has not been fixed, Josh, in case you were wondering.
Well, I was hoping that things might change with me taking a quick break, but I see that they're, up at the 50, past the 50-yard line? Fantastic.
All right, well, the linebackers, too, tonight have not been good. Already in plus territory. 91 rushing yards for Bijan Robinson. All you, Josh.
Gosh. That's lovely. As now it's going to be handoff left side. Bijan cuts up the middle, and another about 4 or 5 yard gain before he trips up and kind of tackles himself. I feel like he would have gained more if he hadn't just fallen down. But 2nd and 5.
Again, though, you don't get touched. There's a big hole that opens up as they move. I believe it's Jordan Davis out of the way, and there's no linebacker to fill the gap right now. So, oh man, he's going to be a 100-yard rusher tonight. He's going to easily get to 100 yards rushing.
It's appearing that way. Ball at the 39 of Philly. Cousins under center, fake handoff, pressured, now dump off to Bijan, has blockers in space up to the 40, the 35, left side 30, cuts up into the middle, and then finally brought down at the 25-yard line by Reed Blankenship, and a first down, clearly.
It's screen passes. The Eagles came with pressure from the left side, and it's crazy Josh Huff did not get to Kirk Cousins there. He had a free run at him and kind of stopped whenever he saw Bijan run by him. And they throw it to their best playmaker out of the backfield for a big gain. And they're at the, Eagle 30, 25-yard line. Bijan over $110 yards from scrimmage tonight. And they are carving up this Eagle defense. It's getting ugly.
It is. Sean says this is actually embarrassing, and it completely is. There's 12:36 to play in the third quarter and getting shredded on the run defense. Now it's Algier spelling Bijan right side, makes a man miss to the 20, first down. And just inexcusable. It's almost every run at this point now. Don't get touched for about 7 yards and then push your way forward for another 3 or so. First down up to the 15, 14-yard line.
They run right at Bryce Huff. It's a simple stretch play to the right. Gardner Johnson gets swallowed up, misses a tackle. Don't even know where Nakobe Dean was on that. 1st and 10 from the Eagle, 14 now. Goodness gracious.
Man, handoff left side. Algier cuts it back up the middle and brought down, but not before about a 4-yard gain. Reed Blankenship and Gardner Johnson, but like we continue to say, just about every handoff didn't get touched until a 4-yard gain.
Yeah, you got to call something to stop these runs. You got to sell out for the run now. This is getting bad. You have pretty good cornerbacks on the outside. You got to trust them in one-on-one. They are not throwing and beating you tonight anymore. You got to sell out against the run if you're Vic Fangio. This is getting ugly.
2nd and 5 in the red zone for the Falcons. Ball on the 10-yard line. Algier still in there. Single back formation. Now motion to the right side. Cousins under center. Motion back to left side. Far now a toss left side. Has some blockers. Go to the edge and brought out of bounds or pushed out of bounds by Thomas Booker to get out there. Pretty good play to only limit it to about a 2 or 3 yard gain. Brings up 3rd and about 3.
Fact you're seeing Thomas Booker get reps, Josh, is it's a sign that this defensive line is really struggling because Fangio's trying everybody. Moro Jomo is in there right now. Obviously, Booker has gotten a bunch of reps. If the front four were doing their job, you would not be seeing 59 out there for the Eagle defensive line. But here we go, 3rd and 4.
Yep. Milton Williams and Jordan Davis are the ones in the middle right now. It looks like actually is Jomo. Now Cousins takes the snap. Pressure. We got a sack.
Hey!
It's Milton Williams, the first sack for the Eagles in the game, finally. And Milton Williams is the one who does that. Thank you. We finally got one.
It was Moro Jomo. It looked like 90. I'm with you there, Josh. This is Williams one-on-one. They double Jomo. He shreds the right guard, Chris Lindstrom, and Kirk Cousins has no time to throw this ball. And do we dare say Milton Williams has looked like the best interior defensive lineman the Eagles have had through, 6 quarters and 5 minutes so far? It seems that way. It's pretty crazy.
I think we dare say it, yep. As now Younghoe Koo's kick is up and good. And automatic 34-yarder, So that is Falcons take the lead 9-7. But, all things considered, it's a win of sorts. But, how many times do you just kind of let them continue to march down the field? I don't know. It's not a touchdown, so you want the positive spin to it. At least you're only 1 possession game, 2 points.
Yeah, I don't know.
You got a sack. You showed up on a play when you needed to. I am curious, though, Jalen Carter. OP Snipes, no, I did not say 7 sacks. I think I said 4 sacks, but I did say 4. We're there, though.
Oh, man.
Some people are mentioning, and you probably know this, am I mispronouncing Younghoe's name?
No, it's Younghoe. It's Younghoe.
And then last name, is it Koo or okay?
Koo.
Weedosaurus was saying as a Korean, I'm gonna need you to pronounce his name right. So I felt like it was, but okay.
I live in Atlanta. That one's correct.
You would know. You cover the team, so
yeah, that's definitely correct.
Hey, we're at 986 likes combined, so
pretty good.
Let's get those 13 more. We can get up to 1,000. Appreciate you guys hanging out. We're almost there. Eagles are about to get the ball back.
Appreciate almost 3,000 people watching between both channels. Right on to that. And yeah, you basically sit down here and you wonder what the offense is going to look like, Josh. They haven't been on the field in a long time. I mean, you think back to the last time they touched the football was, what, 4 minutes left in quarter number 2? And now you're getting back out there 10 game minutes plus a halftime break. I mean, 30-plus minutes since the Eagle offense has been on the football field, and they're going to need a big play because you do not want to get behind further from the Atlanta Falcons where they can just sit back and run the ball over you and play action you to death and throw to those receivers behind, run-stopping linebackers. Who, again, we're going to talk about the defensive line a lot after the next couple of days. Linebacker group has been dramatically worse. Zack Baun has been non-existent tonight. Nakobe Dean is not flying around. You start to wonder, you sit Devin White, right? And you don't activate him, Josh. But then you get to a third quarter where it's like, well, it'd be kind of nice to maybe throw another body out there and kind of see what happens. But it's not been the case. Not been the case at all.
Yeah, you're right. It really hasn't. As we got, really appreciate the 5. Let's see, as we're waiting on the kickoff, it says, we are not talking about how good our red zone defense has been the last 2 weeks. They are at least holding up. I mean, we
fair.
You do give them credit.
Sure.
I don't like that it's incredibly easy until they get into the red zone, but to their credit, that is true. PJ Vasquez with a 5 also said 0 to 15-yard line, bend, 14 to goal, don't break, and then am I having heart palpitations? Good grief. As the kickoff is in the end zone, yes. Kenny Gainwell takes the knee, so it'll be at the 30-yard line for the Eagles.
All right, Jason Kelsey in the Monday Night broadcast booth. They're probably trying to prep him for a future gig at some point in a broadcast booth somewhere. I'd love to hear his thoughts on the Eagle defensive line. I'd like to hear his thoughts on this Eagle drive, too. This is going to be kind of fun to get kind of an inside look at what Kelsey's thinking from, the mind of somebody who was there. And this team looking very similar to Kelsey's team last year, the final 7 games, at least in this first half so far.
Always funny to see Kelsey in a suit. Doesn't have the tie, but even just nice dressed up. So I should say a jacket. But a 1st and 10, ball on the 30. Jalen in the gun. Saquon to his left. He's going to take the snap and hand off Saquon. Middle has a hole. And Moore pushing forward a first down. Looks like he's got it at the 40-yard line. And, just keep riding the hot hand. We saw that in the first half.
If it isn't broke, don't fix it. They got away from it a little bit. You keep running behind Big Mekhi Becton, who's not been called at all tonight for a good reason. He's been very good in pass protection, even better in run blocking. They gave him 9, 2nd and 1.
Here you go. Now Jalen in the gun. He's going to take a look and direct some traffic here. Now slowing down. 9:40 to play in the third quarter. Saquon to his left. Looks like he's got Dotson left side. Handoff to Saquon. Pushes forward. Easy first down and falls down about the 44-yard line, but a gain of about 5 more.
Yeah, well, if you like run blocking, tonight is the night to watch for you. You got really good run blocking on the Falcon offensive line, really good run blocking on the Eagle offensive line. They have looked pretty great handing the ball off to Saquon Barkley. And you got to think Kellen Moore, go back and watch the film on this one, a little more balanced. They got a little away from it in the red zone when it worked all the way down to the red zone. Hopefully he learns here in the second half. But so far, 2 good runs by Saquon, another first down for Philadelphia.
Jalen now under center this time. Goedert in motion. Left side now comes back right. Going to be drops back, fake handoff to Barkley. Now going in the middle, pressure and a sack. That is, looks like Mekhi Becton is the one who gives that away. But that's Matt Judon with a sack, brings up a 2nd down.
Got to see where Judon's lined up here. I can't tell if he's lined up. He's the edge rusher on the outside. I don't know if this is Lane Johnson's fault. It's a stunt, and Becton really just didn't pick it up that well. He kind of tried to hand fight him when he should have put his big body in front of Judon. Lane does his job. It's a poor job by Becton, right as I call him out as being somebody who, wasn't or was doing really well. He struggles there. Loss of 4.
The announcer's jinx, of course.
Yeah, I guess.
Ball on the 39-yard line. Jalen takes the snap and going to be looking over the middle. Has some time. It's going to be intended complete. Devonta Smith, first down, brought down at the sticks, but he's going to have it at the 45-yard line of Atlanta. Great throw and catch.
We talk about Kellen Moore getting matchups, finding the favorable matchup. You line Devonta Smith up in the slot. He's going to go against Alford, the nickel cornerback for the Atlanta Falcons. Great pass protection, holding Grady Jarrett one-on-one with Cam Jurgens, and a nice throw and catch on another deep end for Smitty into plus territory now. That's his 44th yard of the night. He's got 4 targets.
Jalen now taking the snap again. He's going to dump it off to Saquon. A little spin move there, able to get away from the first defender and push forward. It's a first down. Really nifty move. How great is Saquon just in this offense? I mean, just
They asked him
something as simple as that.
in some of his locker room press conferences, Josh, 26 touches last week. Is it too much? Do they need to kind of spell you? You got to get the ball in this guy's hands, Josh, as much as possible, because he makes another man miss there for a first down. They're going to go hurry up now. He's been absolutely fantastic, and he looks the most explosive we've seen since maybe that really big rookie year.
He really does. And 11 touches so far in the game, so still plenty more to come for Saquon. He gets the handoff, now left side, pushing forward, a gain of about 4 yards before he's brought down, brings up a 2nd and 6.
Good block there by Mailata and Dickerson on the left side. That's touch number 12, so he's got some room, as you just mentioned, but no reason why 20 touches shouldn't be the reoccurring theme for Saquon Barkley week in and week out, especially with A.J. Brown being out. I think they've done a good job without A.J. tonight, and this does not look like the 2021 offense where Smitty was their feature target. They seem to have a little more variety, but Dotson, extremely quiet. Paris Campbell's had some snaps. He's not even playing in this game, it feels like. Got to find someone else besides number 6. Where's Dallas Goedert?
2nd and 6, ball on the 32. Blitz coming. Now Jalen going to roll out right side. Flushed. Complete. It's a man. Devontae caught. And that's a first down all the way up to the, looks like the, 17-yard line?
It's a great throw by Jalen Hurts, Josh. This is a blitz off the edge. They come for a nickel blitz the last second. Saquon one-on-one in blitz protection. Really good job. Hurts bails, and they go for the essential scramble drill as Smitty got away from his route, finds the hole in the defense. Good throw by Hurts into the red zone.
Then hurry up on the first down. Barkley gets the handoff, makes the first man miss in the hole, and then pushes up until about the 8-yard line. So brings up a 2nd and 6 at the 8.
Yeah, we're going back to the Smitty play here. It's a 10-yard stop, and he gets away from A.J. Terrell. Great throw right behind the Pro Bowl cornerback. Even better catch. That ball's almost tipped right as it gets the face mask of Devonta Smith. What a great catch there. That'll get him over 50 yards and a touchdown for tonight. Make it 63. Back in the red zone at the Falcon 9. They can get a first down here on 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. Ball in the 9 officially. Jalen in the gun. Blitz looks like it's coming. A little dump off to Covey on a screen pass. Has some blockers and going to be able to get up to the 6-yard line. So a gain of 3 there, bringing up a 3rd and 3.
There's that same screen to Covey they ran in the red zone last time they were here. They had another nickel blitz coming off the edge. Hurts sees it. They throw hot to Covey. Nice play call there, gaining 3 more yards. But now, Josh, 3rd and 3 in the red zone. Saquon Barkley should touch the football.
Run the
here.
ball.
It doesn't make sense not to when you're averaging over 7 yards a carry.
Right. Run the football. Even if you get stopped, the idea is that you have the tush push. If it's short, we'll see what they do. Jalen in the gun. Dotson in motion near side left. Barkley to his left, takes the snap. Blitz is coming. Right side, hot route, complete. No, it's incomplete there. It's broken up. Smitty had it for a second, but Jesse Bates with a good play, and it brings up a 4th down. Gosh, he was close.
This is a great play by Bates. This is a good throw by Hurts, and it's just hand on ball. The second it touches Devonta Smith's hands, this would have been a touchdown. Number 2 for the Slim Reaper, but a good punch out there by a really good Pro Bowl safety in Bates, and the Eagles are not going to go for a 4th down and 3, and they will kick to try to take the lead. Again,
right, little chip shot.
A Barkley red zone touch, Josh. That's got to be a theme tomorrow. A Barkley red zone touch. I think you got to get it. They're lining up for a fake.
Looks like what is going on here? Calcaterra is under center. There's 1 on the play clock, and they're just going to. Please don't take a timeout. At least don't take a timeout. Okay.
Delay game.
I was going to say, if you're going to do that, at least don't burn a timeout. See if you can get him to jump. So a 29-yard, 29-yard field goal coming up instead?
Looks like it.
All right, 4th and 8 officially.
Oh, man. Okay. Well,
see if he can take the lead. A little high snap gets it down, though, and it is perfect. Jake Elliott with the 29-yard make, and the Eagles have regained the lead, 10-9, just like everybody thought would happen. You know, a 10-9 game, 4:28 to play in the 3rd quarter, an absolute barn burner. Wow.
Oh, man. Yeah, I hope you took the under, Josh, with all the, picks that you love to do. I hope we just took a nice under and Hey, Josh, the offense
Yep.
looks okay, right? No A.J. Brown. The offense moving the ball on a really good defense into the red zone. I think a couple more play calls, getting the ball into Saquon Barkley's hands makes more sense on 4th down and 3 because he's averaging so many yards rushing. But the offense seems fine, right? No turnovers, knock on wood so far tonight. We said no turnovers, they win this game. But now you get the ball back to Atlanta in a 1-point game. You've not been able to stop them running the football the past 3 drives. What does Vic Fangio have? Does he have any sort of play call to help clog this hole that has been the running game so far for the Atlanta Falcons? If I'm Vic, it's like, just make Kirk Cousins beat me, right? Drake London, Darnell
Hmm.
Mooney, Ray-Ray McCloud, Kyle Pitts has 1 catch. They've been non-existent through the air. Make him beat you. Come on.
Yeah. Again, because of the fact that we've seen just start out with limiting the run game, whatever that means. If we could just make sure that the run game is not picking up 6, 7, 8 yards, 15 yards every single carry, then if Kirk Cousins starts just moving down the field and he's completing passes of better distance and able to drive on the football and things like that, then okay, maybe we readjust. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, Bijan Robinson has pretty much had his way. He's just about to go over 100 yards, 8 yards a carry, 12 for 96. So, I mean, Cousins is 95 yards, 6.3 average, not doing anything super aggressive. There's been a couple throws over the middle, but ultimately, I mean, it's coming down to the fact that the run game's so effective, he's able to get more time in the pocket. Just find somebody, make a relatively easy throw.
All right, well, we'll see what the defensive line can do. Showing us a little Jason Kelsey, Lane Johnson, WWE WrestleMania. That's fun. Yeah.
I remember that.
Sure, they
That
were
was
very worried
so
about
great.
protecting Lane Johnson on that one. Kelsey, not so much, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't get any trouble. Don't do anything that you should not be doing in that instance. But thankfully, they're all right.
All right, what does defense have? Come on, here we go.
Braden Mann here, about to kick it away. And we've got a kick from Mann. Yeah, finally. And it is well back into the end zone, and it's going to be a touchback. So ball at the 30-yard line is where Atlanta will start with it. 4:28 to play in the third quarter, and the Eagles leading 10-9.
All right, well, they keep giving us these booth shots of Kelsey. We talked about the very quick first half, Josh. They have really slowed us down here in the third quarter. 3:28 to go in a 10-9 game. I mean, again, the Falcon defense is good. I just thought the Eagle offense would be able to score a little bit more. We still have time, but it's a big drive here. 151 rushing yards for the Atlanta Falcons, 6.6 yards per rush. This is the drive to kind of, show me what you got to get a stop, get the ball back into your hot offense's hands, and go down, score, put this game away, right? Cousins from behind is where you want them. But if they go down and score here, they take the lead, you're back into this little low-scoring, barn burner back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. As Cousins now in the pistol. Right side is to throw complete to London, makes Slay miss, makes Reed Blankenship miss, and then gets a first down before Zack Baun tackles him out of bounds.
Sweet. Yeah, I got to like the missed tackles there. That is a 9-yard gain. They're going to get him a little bit short here. But Drake London, their first-round draft pick from a couple of drafts ago, he's a good player. I mean, you wonder if he's first-round worthy. He's interesting if he's the one on this offense, kind of feel like more like he could be a real good 2 behind somebody else. But nice play there, showing off the big body. And now they get to the line with 15 seconds on the play clock. We dip below 4 minutes.
Short yard needed here.
Where's Jalen Carter? Come on.
Looks like Algier's going to get the handoff and going to have the first down. Only a gain of about 1 or 2, but Nolan Smith and Kobe Dean bring it down after the first is accomplished there. So, new set of downs.
Don't forget TJ Thomas Booker there. He also was in. He's the defensive tackle playing in a third quarter of a second game in for Jordan Davis. I mean, the defensive line rotation has just been wild in this game. It shows you how crazy, bad maybe is the word there, but Booker and Carter, along with Nolan Smith and Bryce and BG, are your pass rushers.
Yeah, Cousins under the center. Jalen Carter, a little pressure coming here, rolls out right, gets it away, and it'll be incomplete. But you hadn't seen much of the bread man, and Finally, Jalen Carter forces an incompletion.
There he is. Yep, huffing and puffing as he gets out and runs to the sideline here. But yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for is Jalen Carter blows up Chris Lindstrom and opens the speed on Kirk Cousins. I mean, he got real close and first forced Kirk to throw that one away, but excellent job there by Jalen Carter. 2nd down and 10.
There you go. JC still in there. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 41-yard line on Atlanta's side. Cousins in the gun. He's going to take the snap. 4-man pressure. Screen coming to Bijan. Left side. Eagles sniff it out and going to be brought down. Thomas Booker. We've called his name a couple different times. Loss of 2. Brings up a long 3rd and 12.
It's not, you can't overstate how close this guy was to not making the roster. When they had their final roster meeting, Booker was probably the final, if not the second to last person to make this roster. A lot of snaps tonight. He's out for the 3rd down play. Ajomo in now, but nice play there for 3rd and 12.
Big 3rd down. Cousins dropping back. Going to try to find someone over the middle. Pitts. It's complete. Breaks the first tackle and finally brought down, but it's going to be short of the sticks, about 4 yards, 3 or 4 yards. So most likely a punt coming here. 4th and 4. I believe Zack Baun was the first attempted tackle that Pitts was able to break, but Reed Blankenship bringing him down.
I don't know if I've missed this, but that's the first time as they're lining up to go for it. I'll hold my thought.
Wow, they're going to go for it here. So, or at least attempt. They are. Snap from Cousins. Got to get 4 yards over the middle. Complete easy first down. Ray-Ray McCloud breaks a tackle up to the 41-yard line of Philly. And that was just a little pitch and catch. I mean, there's plenty of room. Cousins has enough time. He had to step up a little bit in the pocket, but that's too easy.
Yeah, I want to give Josh Sweat a little bit of love 2 plays ago. They lined up Sweat on the right side. I have not seen Huff and Sweat switch positions on the defensive line. They do those past 2 plays, and Cousins goes through his progressions. Ray-Ray McCloud is his 3rd option. He looks to the left and comes back to the right and finds McCloud one-on-one with Reed Blankenship, beats him on a little choice route there. But interesting to see Sweat again mixed up on the opposite side of where he normally stays.
Blitz coming. Cousins gets it away. Complete. Has a man wide open. It's Mooney. Breaks the tackle, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. That's too easy. Blitz was coming. Pressure was there. Cousin gets it away. C.J. Gardner-Johnson missed tackle, and that's a touchdown for the Falcons.
Well, we asked Josh, why haven't they blitzed Kirk Cousins? That time they brought everybody. It's a 0 blitz, and they're going to go for 2. And we need to see the replay if this is a blown coverage or if Gardner-Johnson is the man here. He is. So it's Gardner-Johnson one-on-one, and he gets beat on a slant and then makes a just awful tackle. Really should have stopped him at the 10.
God.
Wow. This defense is rough, man, and they're going to go for 2. Holy cow. This is getting a little scary here.
Oh, yeah, that was brutal. So 15-10, 1:21 to play in the 3rd quarter. Trips left for Cousins in the gun, takes the snap. 4-man pressure, has all day, and it is incomplete. A good coverage there from Quinyon Mitchell on Drake London, but that was, all day again. Cousins could have held the ball for another 2-3 seconds.
Yeah, wow, okay. Oh, man. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You ask Vic Fangio, why haven't you blitzed? Why haven't you blitzed? And then he finally brings a 0 pressure, and he goes man across the board, and his guys get absolutely torched by Ray McCloud. Kirk. Wow. If I'd have told you, Josh, 15-10 with 121 to go in the 3rd quarter, Falcons leading, would you have believed me yesterday? I don't think anyone would have. I don't think anyone would have.
Not really. That's not exactly the scoreline or the thought that I would have. So, yet here we are. Darnell Mooney with the getting right past C.J. Gardner-Johnson. 15-10 ball game. Such a strange score. Shout out to Daniel here for the super chat earlier, but said this Vic is Jim J is a hoax. They are running it hard. So, it's not great from what we've seen so far.
Yeah. Oh man, it's going to be a very interesting drive here. This is a very important drive because your defense is not getting stops, and you're in a touchdown game, a 5-point game. You got to score 6, and they have not been able to even when they've gotten into the red zone. So, oh boy, the waking up tomorrow losing to the Falcons would be something I just don't want to have to deal with. But it's not out of the realm of possibility at the moment, Josh. Not out of the realm of possibility.
Unfortunately, a hobbled, one-legged Kirk Cousins. You watch him in the pocket. The pass to Mooney, the pass previously to Ray-Ray McCloud, he's not moving off. He's flat-footed. He's a statue. He's very immobile. You can tell that there's not 100% confidence on that Achilles, and yet you just can't get anything to force him to move off the spot or just have enough off of a throw. Like, that was just way too easy. Pitch and catch, touchdown for them. There's still plenty of time, but yeah, we're sitting here where I was hoping and thinking, let's take care of business, make sure we got this, put this one to bed hopefully a little sooner, and take advantage of getting the first place lead in the division. Unfortunately, that is the opposite as of right now, where there's a bit of anxiety. We're losing 15-10, and the third quarter is almost over.
I've seen super chats or chats saying, "When's the last time the Eagles won a convincing game?" Beats me. I can't think of the last convincing game we had.
The Miami game, kind of.
Maybe.
The one that we were at.
Yeah.
That was somewhat. Before that was the one in Tampa, which was what, like week
3?
2, 3? Yeah, week 3. Yeah, that has been a little bit long. It's to say the least. All right, kickoff here.
Offense has been moving the ball the past couple of drives. Here comes the kickoff, but come on, Josh. They gotta go down and score here. Now is the time. Yep. Somebody's got to make a big play. They need a big play.
Touchback. Eagles get the ball at the 30-yard line. I'm right there with you. Yes, let's get a big play. Something to move the sticks, get down the field, make some plays. Shout out to Pizza the Hut with a 2. Says, "Hooray! Nice. Our big free agents are trash." So,
well, not Saquon Barkley, but defensively, there's been one. Bryce Huff has not been good, and CJ's been okay. I don't think he's been as electrifying and solidifying the defense as we thought. I don't know, missing piece is the right word yet, but
yeah. So far,
here you go.
Trenton Browning also said, "I told you, one of those games, same as last year." So it's what we're seeing so far. Still time, 1:21 in the third quarter. Jalen in the gun. Saquon to his right takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Going to shuffle out to the left side now, and he's going to think about running. He does, and about 2 yards brings up a 2nd and 8.
Don't know if he needed a run here. I mean, I'll take a 2-yard gain if no one's open down the field. We don't get to see because of the way the broadcast is set, but I felt like he bailed a little bit earlier there in the pocket, but overall, positive play on first down. I still think running the ball with Saquon Barkley on first down is probably your best option, Josh, because you're almost guaranteed 5 yards. Makes 2nd and 3rd down a lot easier. But again, what do I know? So
maybe they'll eventually go that route. Jalen the gun now trips right, takes the snap, fake handoff to Saquon, a little screen pass to Covey, jukes past a man up to the 40, now to the 45, still running. And the 47, but we've got a flag, and I'm going to wonder if that is man downfield.
I think it is.
Which is what we've seen time and time again on these RPOs.
Gosh, such a drive killer. It's crazy that that's called as it's immediately thrown to Covey. It is an eligible man downfield. They got Jurgens again. Golly, it's a drive killer.
I mean, that was a gain of about 16, 17 yards. Gosh, that's just Kelsey saying in the broadcast the D tackle kind of tosses in that route, but I mean he's 5 yards beyond the legal limit there. Okay, well, backs it up to a 2nd and 13, so they'll try to rerun a play here on 2nd down. There's 23 seconds left in the third quarter. Jalen takes the snap, 4-man pressure, has plenty of time over the middle, complete Smitty, and going to get about 7 or 8 yards back. Brings up a 3rd and actually about 10, so about 3rd and 3.
Critical. There you go. There's Smitty on a linebacker. That's pretty easy there. Good pocket. They're going to go hurry up, but they're not going to get this snap off. So they're going to go to the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 3 from their own 36-yard line, which feels very must-have, Josh. Must-have. Very must-have.
Yes, it definitely does. The way that things are going, and you want to get your defense some rest, some time to recoup, get a little game plan together, make adjustments. Shout out to Elucidator, says Howie should have went edge instead of DeJean. So we got a lot of takeaways with the edge rusher. Maybe. We do need a pass rush.
Maybe.
It's hard to say. Who would you have gotten in that point if you go pass rusher instead of DeJean? Do they pan out yet? Do we know, I guess, about some of the rookies? Who's to say? Call me Rod with a 5. Said starting to see a lot of our players on defense play was elevated by those pressures and sacks back in 2022. Still only week 2, though. So kind of temper that from both sides. But
yeah, well, I don't know, man. You've given up 15 points, which is crazy to think that we're crying about 15 points, and yet it feels like they've given up 30. It feels like they've been gashed all night. And now, I mean,
It
you're
does.
really with a 3rd down and 3. This isn't 4-down territory, Josh, because where you're at in the field in a one-score game, but you got to get this first down. I think if you were to get down to 4th and 1, you would tush push this. So, this is getting dangerous.
Yep, it is, because if they get a stop, then they're going to be even more comfortable, because like, hey, we got the lead by 5. We can keep running the football. We can get into territory of we've got a good field goal kicker. Like they'd be perfectly happy with that. If you know what, you give us up to 18-10 ball game.
Yeah.
And then the Eagles got to go down the field, score a touchdown, get a 2-point conversion. Like, this does feel like, hey, let's start out the fourth quarter, make some plays, get something done, move down the field. And you definitely need it. We know that.
It does show you that, Josh. You spend first-round draft picks on pass rushers and defensive linemen for back-to-back seasons, and they don't take over, right? They don't become superstars, at least so far. It shows how difficult it can be when your draft picks don't hit. And again, it's still early. Nolan Smith, Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. That trio was billed as the second coming of a great Eagles defensive line. And at least so far tonight, that's not been the case. And with Bryce Huff, $17 million. I mean, you take a risk. He's supposed to be $8 million cheaper than Hassan Reddick. That's a big number. It allows you to sign Saquon Barkley, but so far it's been pretty lackluster. Now, listen, Reddick wasn't great last year. I don't think he was, as good as we remember him during the 2022 season, but he clearly was better than what Bryce Huff has shown. And so here we go, fourth quarter, 3rd down and 3. Hurts in the gun from the Eagle 36. 4 receivers, no motion. Hurts tries to go hard count. Now the offensive line points out some extra rushers, motion. Saquon out of the backfield. Hurts takes the snap. 3-man pressure. Now everyone backs out. Hurts all day in that pocket. Now he's going to roll to his left. Now he's got pressure coming, rolling to his right. He's got Matt Judon chasing. Now he throws. That is caught. Britton Covey, first down.
What a throw and catch.
Across the 45-yard line. There's Britton Covey having himself a really good night. And that's a great play by Jalen Hurts, throwing on the run to his right. And a big first down for Philadelphia. Good job by the offensive line. Better job by Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, really good job by the offensive line. Only had 3-man pressure. And I think you could see early on, Jalen expected pressure to come. So whenever he dropped back, he had to make an adjustment. But good play.
Quick pass throw to right side of Covey. That'll go out for a gain of a yard. 4:22 to go, fourth quarter now. As they've kept Kelsey in the booth. They said it was only going to be a, third quarter thing. They kept him in there for a lot of fun. They're going to go hurry up now. 2nd down and 9. No huddle. No Dallas Goedert tonight, Josh. He's at the bottom of the formation. 0 Goedert. 2nd and 9. Hurts. Goes hard count. Now he calls out the protection. Mumbles something to Saquon Barkley. Walks up to the line and now walks back. Smitty in the slot. He's got Paris Campbell and Dotson at the top. Actually, that's Covey. Excuse me. Falcons showing a little bit of pressure. 4 on the play clock. Hurts takes the snap. Here comes 5. Looks to his right. Now he's going to stop. Throw. Barkley falls across the middle. Man. He gets past the line to gain, and he'll get maybe to the 49-yard line for a gain of 2. He slipped. That might have been a little bigger than it turned out to be, but a very quick 3rd down has popped up here, and it's 3rd down and decent amount. 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, it's difficult throwing across your body, but it almost looked like if it had been a better throw, Saquon could have gotten the first down there.
15-10 ball game. Philadelphia, they scored field goal on their last possession, got into the Eagle red zone. No runs for Saquon, but he did get a touch with a pass on that last play. 3rd and 6 now. Falcons with 5 on the line of scrimmage. Hurts in the gun. Saquon to his left. Takes the snap. Here comes those 5. Hurts steps, throws right. That's caught. Smitty, did he get the line to gain? Depends on the spot. He's going to be a yard short. That's an interesting spot there. And I think he's going to go for it, obviously.
We're going to get a chance for the tush push. It's hard to say where.
Caught that at the line.
I was going to say it's hard to say where they give him first official possession, but when it hit his hands, he was beyond the sticks.
Here comes the tush push formation. Inches. This is half an inch here, with Kelsey in the booth. Hurts, 45-yard line. They try to go hard count. 9 on the play clock. Are they going to snap it in tush push formation? Hurts motions Goedert behind him. 3 on the play clock. Now he takes the snap. He's got it, first down.
Woo! It's kind of scared me a little bit there.
Yeah, that got a little scary. Oh, man, with Kelsey watching as he laughs in the booth, there's a first down. That's big for Jalen Hurts. Yeah, low man wins. And, boy, who is that? That's look at that. That's 68. It's Jordan Mailata got real low, and he bulldozed whoever the linebacker was. Jeez. Hurts got about 2.5 yards.
Love that.
As they give you a look at Jeff Stoutland, who looks calmly to his notepad and checks off a first down as the Birds are in business now. 11:54 to go here, fourth quarter. Sitting at the Falcon 46. Hurts takes a snap. Turn gives Saquon. Running right side. Bounces off one man. Makes another man miss across the 40. And then is gang tackled at the 40. He doesn't go any further. That'll be a gain of about 4. Boy, it almost feels like just a home run waiting to go for Saquon Barkley every single time he touches as the Eagles down 5, needing points on this drive.
Man, you got to love the fact that they convert on that. It was a little scary with the tush push. You keep running with Saquon. There's not a reason. I mean, if he's going to keep picking up these yards like this, run behind the O-line. You don't have to force anything.
Hurts goes empty now. 5 receivers, takes a snap, looks right, throws. There's Covey immediately hit. He gains about 4. Nothing vertically down the field on this defense has been given up. That's probably part of the design for Atlanta, but that's a short gain of about 4, and they're going to go third down and short again as we get another replay of the tush push.
Man, every time that they do that, I wonder, is Jalen going to fumble the snap? Because
I know.
You see it there, it's got to be such a quick move.
All right, big third down now. They already went for a fourth down once. This is third down and 2 from the Falcon 36. Hurts again goes empty. Barkley and looks like Smith are stacked to the bottom of the formation. Now motion Barkley across the formation. Hurts takes the snap. Third down and 2. Quarterback power. Hurts up the middle. He's got a first down and more.
There you go.
Rolls over one man. He lowers the shoulder on Jesse Bates, and he flexes for a big first down, showing some emotion. That's a nice job running quarterback power on 3rd and 2 against a weak defensive front. Only 4 guys there. Lead blockers, Dallas Goedert. Good play also by Lane Johnson. And running over Jesse Bates is Jalen Hurts. Good drive going here for Philadelphia.
You called it. Great play. We didn't love the quarterback draw before that, but they've been bringing not as much pressure, so you run on that one.
First down and 10. Hurts takes a snap. Turn give Barkley. Right side, big hole. There goes Saquon for a gain of 8. Untouched. Really good job behind Mekhi Becton. Jordan Mailata out there as well. And the Eagle offense, again, it's moved the ball well here in the second half. Haven't had a lot of possessions, but they're inside the red zone.
I mean, Mekhi Becton clears a lane that is just, unbelievable.
Second down and 1. Hurts is going to keep this one. He probably shouldn't have, but makes Judon miss. He's got a first down.
Okay.
Simple read option. You think maybe you got to give it if Judon's going to sit on the give. Either way, first down. 9:23 to go in a 5-point ball game, and the Eagles are in business. Here comes play number 13 of a 7-minute drive that's taken up most of the second quarter and almost a third of the fourth quarter so far.
You're right. Jalen probably should have handed that ball off, but give him credit because earlier when we said he looked a little tentative, not willing to run, put his head down, you want to be smart about it, but hey, he's made some people miss. Run a little better now.
Under 9 to go. 8 on the play clock, though. Hurts in the gun. They got 3 receivers at the top, including Johnny Wilson. 4 on the play clock. Motion Smitty in the backfield. Takes a snap. Turn gives Saquon. Running left side. Got blockers in front of him. Saquon to the 4. Saquon with a flag at the very end. He's about a yard short of the line to gain. They got an Eagle receiver with a hold, though. I think it's Dotson.
Oh, my gosh. You got to be kidding me there to call this.
Golly, we're killing us with these penalties. And is a hold on number 83. There's Dotson. Not even really that close to Saquon either, Josh.
I think it was Johnny Wilson.
Oh, actually, they got Wilson. Yeah.
He was mauling whoever that was. I couldn't tell.
It's this nickel corner. Right there, just let go.
Yeah, you don't need that, man. You do love him for the fact that he plays physical, but it's smart on like, hey, you've done your job. You don't need to just continue to grab him and throw him down.
He's a menace against little tiny 5-foot nickel corners trying to block 6'6" Johnny Wilson. Oh my goodness. 1st and 16 from the Falcon 18. Hurts in the gun. 4 receivers. Takes the snap. 4-man pressure. Here comes a quarterback power, and Jalen Hurts makes a man miss. There's Jalen across the 10. Jalen's still going across the 9, down to the 5, out of bounds. And boy, we're having a vintage Jalen Hurts rushing night tonight, Josh. We haven't seen this in a long time.
You're right. We have not seen this, especially, like we said, the willingness. And then also, hey, there's a little bit more of speed and some agility. Breaks a tackle as well. Let's go. Get a lot of those
Really
yards
good
back.
missed tackle. 2nd and 4. 83 rushing yards on the ground for Hurts. $146 through the air. Ball on the Falcons, 6. Hurts slows things down. 8 minutes to go here in a very critical fourth quarter. Here comes play number 15 of this 8.5-minute drive. Hurts in the gun. Barkley to the left. Turn, give Barkley. Makes one man miss. Spins out of a tackle and falls across for a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and 3. Here's your Saquon Barkley red zone touch, Josh.
Yeah, at least they did it. I mean, that was an immediate blow up because he was met in the hole. But I can appreciate the fact that they do a handoff. Honestly, let's do it again. I don't see why not. You got 3 yards. Run Saquon here. You've got the tush push if you need it.
Yeah, it feels like 4-down territory for sure in a 5-point game. Here comes play number 16 of this drive. 7:18 to go. Hurts is going to stand under center. We'll see if he stays there. Motion across the formation. 4 in the play clock. Hurts under center. Barkley the lone setback. Jalen takes the snap. Play fake. Rolling to his right. Throws Barkley into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Woo! Let's go. Saquon.
There he is.
Back-to-back games with a touchdown catch.
Gotta like the under center rollout. Saquon one-on-one against a linebacker. That's easy, Josh. That's very easy. Actually, he's on Jesse Bates. Oh, is he in?
Short?
Is he a yard
yeah,
short?
that's hard to say. I think he's in.
I think he's got it. We need to see the here. Here you go. Down the line shot. If he's not in, he's a yard short.
They need to stop it. They need to freeze frame it. I can't tell by that angle.
I think he's got it.
Oh,
nope,
he's down. They're saying down short.
So this is going to be here's your instance
This will be
no Saquon touchdown, Jalen Hurts rushing touchdown is what you're about to get right here, Josh.
This will be a vulture
it's
touchdown.
Half a yard short.
Gosh.
Darn. My fantasy team has already secured victory, but you'd love a little extra for 26, huh?
I mean, I would take Jalen, quite honestly, just because I don't have Saquon in one of mine. But like,
yeah, I have him in one of mine too. Jalen, yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I don't want to just.
Good snaps,
so I won't say anything.
Good snaps, please. Yeah, Good snaps, please. Come on.
Take care of business.
All right, points off the board. Barkley out, Gainwell in. They're in brotherly shove formation from the half-yard line. Hurts telling the crowd to quiet down. 6:54 to go in a running clock. 15-10 Philadelphia. Hurts takes the snap. He's pushed. He's in by at least 1.5 yards. And the Birds are back on top. There we go.
Now we can play it. Touchdown. Jalen Hurts. Tush push is back. It is successful. Yep. It works.
It worked well on that drive. That's a 17-play, 70-yard drive that took 9 minutes and 34 seconds, Josh. They had a couple of these at the end of the halves against Green Bay. Offense feels really good. Offense feels really strong, and there's your tush push behind Mekhi Becton, Cam Jurgens, and, geez, Jordan Mailata gets like 5 yards deep, just bowling pin people over.
The left side of that, you know, as much as we say about Mekhi Becton, but for the tush push itself, he has plenty of practice.
Because we got to get back here.
Interesting.
They will go for 2. Makes sense in what would have been a 2-point ball game with an extra point. 16-15. What's your best 2-point play to make it a 3-point game? Motion Covey, turn, give Barkley up the middle. He dives for it. I think he got it.
They didn't mark him. Are they saying he was short?
No.
I thought he got that.
They're marking him. No way. Ball comes out too.
There's no.
Barkley's saying to challenge. Barkley says he got it.
He lunged over. It looked like he for sure
had that. Here's our down the line shot. Officials are looking. Barkley lunges.
He hits his man there though.
Oh, he didn't get it.
Oh no.
Wait a second. Hang on. Let's see this side. He might reach out at the end.
He hits Landon. Okay, come on.
Doesn't have it.
Oh, he got it. Yeah,
yes, he got it. He got it.
There we go. Let's go.
Yep.
2 points good.
Yes. Yeah, you mentioned it. He jumps into the back of Lane Johnson, and then as he's going down, he reaches that ball out.
Yep, clearly. Okay. Still has a hold of it and everything before then it's a fumble after, but
man.
All right.
17-play drive. You got 3 points, and you've been holding the Falcons to 3 most of the night. Man, that was good.
Man, how great is that? And Kelsey's gotten basically like a whole quarter and a half of interview.
That was very fun. Give it at the end of the show a thumbs up for how about the Eagles finally
Let's
doing
do
some
it.
right things on offense. 9-minute drive is massive, Josh. Now, if your defense can get one stop, Josh, if this game ends, this is just thinking about this. This game ends 18-15. Anyone who didn't watch the game goes, okay, Eagle offense a little slow. Eagle defense really good, only holding to 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of been the opposite, right? Eagle offense has been really good. They haven't had a lot of possessions. They really figured things out after that first drive. It's been the Eagle defense has been a problem, but they've been bend but don't break. It's going to be a fascinating Tuesday if they hold on to this one.
It really will. And I mean, I know this is being optimistic, and I know this is trying to, look at it glass half full, but like you just said it's a bend but don't break, and you kind of know what you get with a Vic Fangio. So as much as you want to go, well, all right, they're just, wide open running lanes and take what you want until you get to the red zone. Like, well, you've limited to 15 points so far, and you've held a lot of what should be touchdowns to field goals. So it's not pretty. You need your pass rush to be better. You definitely need your run defense to be better. But, if we say the end justifies the means, then like as of right now, if you can hold on, then maybe we're okay.
It's a good point. Appreciate over. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say a couple of the super chats real quick I missed during the drive. But Josh H was saying, not going to lie, Covey has been impressive tonight. He's made a few plays, definitely in the screen game. And honestly, I mean, he's got 6 for 23, 6 catches for 23 yards. Not the best average, but he would have had the 16 or 17 yarder had we not gotten the man downfield. So good night for him. Cranky Cletus with a 5 said, Crash Test is having a night. Would be great if they could get him a touchdown. So also on the Covey topic, but
there you go.
We'll take a Saquon or a Saquon 2-point or Jalen.
Touchdown score would have hit pretty hard tonight. That's for sure.
I know what that one pays out.
Can imagine. But problem at hand now is an Eagle defense that had a 9-minute rest. So rest is not the issue now. 6:47 to go. You can give up a field goal. You can't give up a touchdown if you want to win this football game. 18-15. Birds trying to go 2-0. Falcons trying to stay away from 0-2 as it looks like Sipos kicks this one into the end zone, and we're going to get the ball at the 30-yard line. So
you just said Sipos, by the way.
Oh, sorry, Braden Mann, Aaron Sipos. Jeez, yeah,
man, what a blast from the past. So
yeah, Braden Mann, kickoff duties, old Braden Mann. Goodness gracious, got to punt better in the Super Bowl, man.
That's true. It's just ingrained in everyone's heads there. So
I guess.
Come on, dude. How great would maybe a sack or two? Can we get some extra pressure?
Be nice. Be very nice.
You figure though, there's still plenty of time to where, unless you stop the run game, like there's 6:47, they've got enough they can keep just running the football initially.
Here we go. 1st down and 10. Cousins takes a snap. Turn give. Bijan. He's hit in the backfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage. BG. Maybe your best edge rusher tonight has been Brandon Graham. Not interior, but edge rusher. BG's been pretty active, Josh. Good play there. Be 2nd down and probably 10. I think he got back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, BG was solid. All things considered, solid in Brazil. I mean, one of the best edges as far as how they did, and again tonight. So just because we got the age up there, still playing pretty good.
6:22 to go. 2nd down and 9. They gave Bijan 1. Kirk under center. Here comes a run blitz. It's going to be a play fake, though. Cousins steps on the pocket. Deep ball right side. Got a man open. Incomplete. Oh, and looks like we have an injured. It looks like Maddox was holding his back on that one. They were trying to hit Mooney on a go route, and pretty good last-second coverage there by Reed Blankenship. But this is a Darnell Mooney post. Looks like Maddox ran right into one of the Eagle defenders and is holding his back. We'll see if he's on the field for the 3rd down play. Big 3rd down coming.
Man, it seems like he's always getting banged up. Hopefully nothing serious. Looks like he did run to the sideline, I think is what they're saying.
Keely Ringo comes in now. The Eagles are all out of sorts. They might have to burn a timeout here. No, now we have a play clock issue. They got to reset the play clock, so that's going to help Philadelphia, but they're still confused defensively. Very confused defensively. Oh, it's a timeout for the injured player.
Okay, so Maddox.
But Maddox got off the field.
I mean, thankfully, they gave it to him, I suppose, because that did
They
not
were all
look good.
sorts of confused. So again, Ringo comes in. Oh no, Maddox is still down on the Eagle 40. I think that's him. Okay, they go to commercial, so we don't get to really know. Fascinating rotation here. I mean, you basically don't play Isaiah Rodgers, and Keely Ringo comes in as your emergency guy. I don't know if Quinyon goes to the slot now. Got to kind of see here.
Yeah, I would have assumed. I mean, maybe it's just play it safe with the hand injury, the broken hand for Isaiah Rodgers. I would have assumed you see him come in, and then Quinyon Mitchell move to the inside, or even if it's in a dime, you have 4 corners, 4 defensive backs. You play that type of scenario, but I haven't seen him.
Oh, man. Who's going to make a play on defense, Josh? We thought for sure, we were going to get multiple Kirk Cousins picks, and it's been a very clean game. Shout out to the Eagle offense for playing a clean game up to this point, knock on wood, but who's going to make that play? Who's going to be the guy to go out there and help the Eagles win this football game? One turnover seals it, right? It's done if you get a turnover, but
for sure.
Yeah, we got to see.
Yeah, I don't know out of who that's going to be. Reed seems to usually be in a good spot a lot of times. Yeah. So it could be him. It'd be nice if one of the linebackers makes a play. You figure something either over the middle or a sack. I got several comments here. Looks like people are saying Baun. Some people saying DeJean. Got a Milton sack as a prediction there. We'll see. I mean, I'll take anyone. We're not really too much preference on who that is, but okay, who's going to be the slot? Hey.
Looks like Cooper DeJean is in now, along with Keely Ringo, Darius Slay, and Quinyon Mitchell. So they're going to go dime defense right now. And now the rookie is in on a critical 3rd down and 9.
Ready.
Here we go. 3rd and 9. Cousins from his own 31. In the gun. Motion Mooney across the formation. Takes a snap. 5-man pressure. Cousins steps up. Throws. Caught. Is he enough for a first down?
He's got to be short if they marked.
I think he's a yard short. Yes.
I was going to say, let's remain consistent here. If they mark Smitty short on that other one, then that's got to be a yard short here.
Good play by Slay here. They got a little bit of pressure on Cousins at the very end as they brought Dean one-on-one on Bijan Robinson. They're going for it. 4th and 1 from the Falcon 39.
Man, this could be the game.
Cousins under center. Bijan, the lone setback. Motion London into tight formation. Take the snap. Turn, get Bijan Robinson.
He got him.
He didn't get it.
Stopped.
Yes.
Woo! Look at that.
DJ
Oh, wait, there's a flag. There's a flag. There's a flag.
He took his helmet off.
Oh, wait, hang on. I think they're going to pick it up because I think his helmet came off. I don't think he took.
Off.
Yeah. He didn't intentionally take it off.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that thing, it came off.
They're talking about it, so come on.
No foul.
Yes.
It's done. Yes, they're good.
Go! Turnover.
Oh, man.
Oh, what a stop.
As Nick Sirianni runs down to give C.J. Gardner-Johnson some love. He popped Bijan Robinson in the backfield here. Oh, that's a big play. Oh, and then Dean came and cleaned it up. Oh, I think he did push his helmet off. Did you see? I think he did push it off.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, man.
He said it fell off, but I mean, I'll take that, I suppose.
Oh, man.
It was close.
You love the fired up play. Wow.
Oh, man. Okay. I was about to say, if we had that flag and Sean saying he took it off, there's several people saying he took it off. Yeah. It's tough to say there, but they didn't call it. So.
Good job lying.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so here's your opportunity. Offense, defense. We for the plays that they have not made, for the issues that they've had, they've made plays when you need to, and now I mean it's literally up to the offense can just seal the deal. That if they go down 39 yards ish, wherever we're at 38 yards, and score a touchdown, game's over. Now if you get held to a field goal, then all of a sudden we're like, well, okay. Can the defense make another stop? But the offense should take advantage, capitalize on the momentum. We talk about Jalen being able to be the guy, do it now without AJ, silence some of the doubters. You're still going to have people that are going to be hating on him regardless for whatever happens. But It's 38 yards. Move down the field.
Yeah, field goal really does stuff here. I mean, it at least makes you have to score a touchdown if you're Kirk Cousins. Yeah, it's going to be a fun Tuesday because if they can hold on to this, you're going to have offense was bad, but then they were good. Defense was bad, but then they made the stop at the end. It's going to be fascinating. It's going to be absolutely fascinating to watch how this week plays out if they can just hold on and get to 2-0. It's so much better than 1-1, Josh. It is unbelievably different than 1-1.
Yeah, yeah. And it's I love the fact that we're getting apologies for CJ now. So we hate on him when he makes some terrible plays, but then really the two here says CJ's the guy we missed last year, man.
Yeah.
So it's a what have you done for me lately, or what have you done for me on the previous possession type of situation, and it was better there. Man, what a dot from Jalen, showing the touchdown pass to Devontae much earlier in the game, but that was such a good throw.
Now they're giving you the Mooney one for Gardner Johnson, and then they're going to give you the tush push into the end zone. All right. I mean, you got to figure a heavy dose of Saquon Barkley if you need to sneak an RPO in there to throw for a first down. But here's your, 5.5-minute offense, 5:38 to go. Hurts, pretty great on that last drive, 7 for 7. Really great on the final drive last week against the Packers. Here we go. Plus territory from the Falcon 39. Hurts takes the snap. Turn, give Barkley up the middle. Big ol' Saquon Barkley. Goes around the 30 and touchdown.
Oh, we got a flag.
Oh, he almost had a first down, but there's a flag. Son of a gun. Hold on, Philly, and I don't think it's close to where Saquon had that TD run, or that run that could have been a TD.
Goodness
They
gracious.
got Landon Dickerson, and Dickerson's the left guard on a run that goes to the right. Dang it, that's a big run, too.
Okay.
All right, back him up. Golly, as a drive killer. What a tackle by CJ. They're showing us that replay.
That was
Man,
really good.
talk about just filling the hole and taking a hit. That's crazy.
Sirianni and CJ running along the sidelines.
All right, first and 17. As the Eagles are back up across the 45 to the 46. Hurts in the pistol. They can let the clock run down to 4 seconds, dip this below 5:10 before they take a snap. Hurts takes the snap. Turn, gives Saquon. He's going to be hit and dropped immediately. He lost multiple yards here, Josh. Listen, you want to run the clock here, but you don't want to give the ball back with 2 minutes left with a Falcon team with all 3 timeouts. I think you got to be a little bit aggressive here. I mean, they protected the ball well. Hurts has made the right decisions. They pass protected well all night. I don't think there's a sack of Jalen Hurts, maybe one. But I think you got to open it up a little bit on 2nd and 18. You got to get back in field goal range, period. But don't be conservative. You got to go.
For sure. Yeah, definitely do not get too conservative.
Hurts moving everybody across the formation. 3 receivers motion to the top now. 2nd and 18 from the Falcon 47. Hurts takes the snap. Play fake. Here comes a delayed blitz. Hurts, clean pocket. All day to throw. Steps up, fires. That's going to be caught. There's Dallas Goedert across the 35 down to the 33 to be 3rd down and short. And finally, number 88, you almost forget he's on this team sometimes. Really good play there. Yeah, has that helmet fallen off of Gardner Johnson or not? You be the judge.
Yeah,
it's coming off.
That's true. Yeah.
It's clean. All right, back.
It is coming off. Okay. All right.
3rd and 2. 3rd and 2. Come on. Nice, easy run to Saquon. Move the chains. 3:50 to go as they're going empty. You think quarterback power here unless he motions Saquon back to formation. Not going to do it. 5. Nope, here comes Saquon. Hurts. Calls for the football. Takes the snap. Steps up. Throws right side. Saquon with 1 man to beat for a first down. He lowers the shoulder.
Oh,
jeez.
Look at that.
Clark Phillips just took an absolute thumping from Saquon Barkley. Holy cow.
Oh,
Jeez,
my gosh. You love to see that.
Stays
I mean, I know it's
too.
incredibly different because of who the players are, but I think about like the screen pass like that to Quez Watkins where he's not even willing to go and run up the lane where there's an open hole versus Saquon who's like, nope, I'm getting the first. I'm running right over you.
100 yards from scrimmage on the night, 22 touches for Barkley. Under 3 to go here as we dip below it right now. 1st and 10 for Philadelphia from the Falcon 27. Hurts in the gun. Takes the snap. Turn, gives Saquon. He's hit and gets back to the line of scrimmage. And you might start thinking about burning timeouts if you're Atlanta. They haven't. I guess not. So this next snap will come with about 2:15 to go before the 2-minute warning.
Oh, come on.
Okay. So the Falcons can stop the ball 4 times. Philly in field goal range in an 18-15 game. 3,700 people watching us right now. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Hurts back in the pistol. 2nd down and 10. Boy, you just find Smitty for a quick gain here if you don't want to run it. Hurts in the pistol. Barkley behind him. Calcaterra offset. Takes a snap. Turn, give Barkley up the left side. Nice hole. There goes Barkley. Does he get a first down? I think he's going to be real close.
I think they're going to give him to him, aren't they?
Got it.
Yeah.
First down. Gosh, he's fast. And he just hits the hole and the burst.
He's just different, man. It is different with Saquon Barkley. That is just.
He's been the difference maker in these first 2 games. Truly. Let's see where this spot is.
I think be a little short.
He's half a yard short. So this would be 3rd and inches here. Oh man. All right. Saquon, he's been the difference maker.
Man. It's every. I think we talked about this back at the Brazil game, but it's like you're going to see instances of Saquon Barkley that we did and do expect, but then at the same time, there's just like elements of this that I don't know at what point is it going to kind of become reality of like, oh yeah, that's the norm. But Saquon Barkley, he's the difference maker. You give it to him when you need a first down, a little screen pass. He's just going to run through someone and get you a first. Same situation here. You have good blockers, but not all running backs make that play. I mean, he gets hit whenever he still is about 4 yards behind the chains and able to just keep pushing momentum forward and stretch there. I mean, it's probably going to be like inches short, but you have the tush push, so you figure you run that, or the 2-minute warning here, and then they're going to start having to call timeouts. So it's either one more first down or obviously touchdown, but one more first down, the game's over.
Getting close to 2-0. That is all that matters right now, is getting to 2-0. That is all that matters. Whew, man. All that matters. My mother's saying we'd be awful without Saquon. Yeah, well.
Yeah. And hey, I mean, see how this one plays out, obviously, but Bijan Robinson, as of right now, has not topped the 100-yard mark rushing.
Wow.
So would have seemed like an immediate happening there, but 97 yards turned out to be a little bit better than what it was looking like.
They have moved Barkley back. He is short, as we predicted, so he's about half a yard short. They'll call it 3rd and 1, but it's 3rd and about 3/4 of a yard, I'd say. Probably 4 down territory. You have to figure now with 3 timeouts with Atlanta left. You get a first down here, it makes a big difference in terms of the clock. But most likely tush push coming. Just make sure you get the first down. Good to go.
Yeah, I agree. It's got to be for sure 4 down territory. Elucidator didn't get this one earlier, I think, but it said, "You're all clear, kid. Let's go score a TD and go home." But that was much earlier. So
yeah, called it. Boy, Jalen Hurts might not get a lot of love from the media tomorrow because we're going to talk about the defense. He's been really good. 22 of 27, no turnovers, 170 through the air, 84 on the ground. So he's, close to 300 yards total, 2 touchdowns. He's been fantastic and really big drive for 9 minutes. Last touchdown drive, a drive ago, and now a chance for a first down to get below 2 minutes and start milking these timeouts away from the Atlanta Falcons. Tush push formation.
Oh.
And an offsides.
Oh.
Wow. That wasn't even close.
just to give me first.
Wow, what are you doing?
Oh, I see. I see what
they did it on purpose.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Wow, former Eagle Contavious Street. Yeah, so I guess that helps them in terms of using these timeouts, because if you get a stop here, 3 plays and a field goal.
Can they technically? Sorry, I was just
because the clock was already stopped, right?
Right. What I was gonna say, could they technically just keep doing it? Like, could you get in a I don't know what the rule is.
I think you start burning the clock, right?
I guess that's be an interesting. Oh, he got it.
Tush push is good. So Not a problem there. And so now you got to start burning timeouts if you are the Falcons. 1:56 to go, 3-point game. 2 timeouts left for Atlanta. And the tush push has been 3 for 3 by my count so far tonight with a touchdown. Might be 4 for 4,
I
and
think
they've not
so.
been close. None of them have been close like you saw in Green Bay, last week. Yeah, that's like
Yep.
3 yards.
I think so. I will say it is different than it was last year. Like you would see before, Jason Kelsey had an incredible ability of snapping the ball and getting the push. So you would see Jason going forward. It's almost like Cam is snapping the ball and just staying put, but it's really more so now it feels like Jordan Mailata. I mean, his just wiped the entire left side of the defensive line out of the way, and then Jalen just kind of moves over to that left side and gets the first.
Yeah, that's a good point. All right, 1:56 to go. 1st and 10, Philadelphia at the Falcon 20. Sorry, that's the Falcon 17. Hurts in the pistol, Barkley behind him. You're thinking 3 straight Barkley runs is probably what you're going to do here. Hurts takes the snap, turn, give Barkley left side. Nice size hole there for 4. And a tackle and a timeout immediately. So that takes 6 seconds off the clock. And you see the Falcon thought process here, Josh, as you get 3 straight stops. You burn those timeouts. And you're going to get the ball back, depending if they can get the stop on 3rd down with essentially 30-something seconds left, because they only have 1 left, right? So the 2nd down and 10, or in 6. So there's going to be a discrepancy, but they're trying to make sure they have at least a couple of plays to get into Hail Mary range would be the thought process.
Yep. Try to give themselves any potential shot that they can, but it's in pretty good spot right now for Philly.
Yep.
2nd and 6. Let's see. Looks like there was a super chat. Want to make sure I got from David. Appreciate the 2. Said 1 point out of Drake London. Go Philly.
There we go.
Yep. For those of us that may have drafted Drake London, not so good production. Well, let's just say that.
Not been the case. Not been the case. I don't want to toot my own horn, Josh, but 3 for 3 in all 3 of my fantasy leagues this week is not a bad way to go here. I think you might have been 0 for 3 in all the ones with me that you're in there.
Yeah.
Not to rub it in, but
no. Well.
Yeah, you needed more Drake London. Losing by 13, that's tough.
Yeah,
1 Drake London touchdown would have done it.
Any sort of just relative performance from him there would have been fine. The predictions or the projections coming in tonight said that I was going to win, but as we've seen way too many times, that does not really hold up.
Falcon receivers haven't seemed that deadly so far. It's been Bijan and that Falcon defense that have been really good. It's crazy that Atlanta, does all this work to get the offense better, and yet it's really not compared to it's better than what it was last year. Desmond Ritter exists, but yeah. Fade 2 end gaming with a 2. How do you feel about Dotson not getting a target? Has Howie nailed a trade? It's basically an in-season trade, is how I see it, even though it's still during training camp. But the Dotson trade for a 3rd looks rough right now. He's done nothing. He had 1 target. He's not even being targeted.
Yeah.
Is what's so crazy.
1 catch for 6 yards.
It's screen pass. It's like we have to throw it to him. So here, give me what you can. It's just wild. It's wild. He just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just the comfortability of the offense or Kellen Moore is, saying, hey, he's not going to get utilized there, or is it Jalen keeping an eye more so for Smitty, and it's Smitty, Saquon, or quick screen pass to Covey, which was a lot tonight here, but
Covey
was not a lot of usage on that side.
Yeah, the receivers behind Smith tonight. Besides, again, a couple of Covey screens it's been something, but 19 minutes of clock used by Philadelphia in the second half. That's been the game difference here, as Philly's had a bunch of nice drives, multiple of them here in the second half. 151, Falcons with 1 timeout left, 2:16, or 2nd and 6 to go here, from the Falcon 14. Hurts in the pistol. Barkley standing now to his right, takes the snap, turn to Barkley left side, makes a man miss, but falls across the 10, and he stops short. So 3rd down and 4 upcoming. There's your final timeout. And now you're at a scenario, Josh, where you have to get a 1st down, and you basically win this football game. I assume you're 4-down territory. I think you'll probably go, I would think about RPO with that little pop option to Goddard just to get the 1st down and seal this game. But, don't want to be crazy here. If I'm Atlanta, I'm selling out against Saquon. So you really wanna get this first down no matter what happens.
Yeah, 3 yards. You could get that here.
Be nice.
But I agree. I think you're not going to kick it at this point, even with the way the time is. If you were to get stopped, you're too close with a chance of putting the game away.
See what they do here. We haven't gotten the camera back to what the lineup is going to look like. They just broke the huddle. They're lining up with Smitty, Goddard, and Calcaterra. Barkley to the right. Now they're going to go quick. Motion Goddard across the formation, and they actually, I think they burned a timeout. They did, yeah. So they were trying to do a delayed huddle, Josh, then go up quick and get a offsides. Didn't work, but then they burn a timeout. Nick Sirianni's upset about something, but not sure. Timeout Philadelphia be 3rd down and short. Not sure what he's upset about.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what he would be upset about either. Like, what is he either trying to accomplish there or?
I don't know. Upset about something. Not happy about something. Saints next week, Josh. Clint Kubiak, Gary Kubiak's son. That's going to be quite the matchup for this Eagle team. That's going to be very interesting to see how that goes.
Yeah, they were dominant. Defense was good enough so far. We had a little bit more of the game left, but good enough so far, making plays when they needed to. You're probably going to have to play a little bit better against the Saints, though.
3rd and 3. Eagles 5 for 7 on 3rd down of the second half after starting 1 for 5. Hurts under center. Jalen takes the snap, play fake, roll into his right, looks, throws Saquon. Oh, he dropped it. He would have had a first down, and that stops the clock.
That's like a double whammy there because the clock and not converting. Now I think you got to kick the field goal. I was going to say if you ran it and you got like 2 yards, you're going to go for it. But 4th and 3.
That's going to be the call we question. It's just the problem is it's a first down. If Barkley catches it, it's a first down. It's the right play call.
Easily.
Oh, boy, this game just got a lot more interesting. Oh, boy. Yeah, so now you have to kick it. 28-yard attempt, and Kirk's going to have a $142 with no timeouts, and a touchdown wins it. That's ball spotted, low snap, good kick, up and good. So Philly gets the basically glorified extra point. But it's only a 6-point game, Josh. So, oh, wow. That's a lot of time left. This game just got way worse.
Yep, I was literally thinking we were going to be saying to ourselves, okay, well, they got about, 55 seconds, a minute, whatever it is, at best, if they were to get the ball back. But now they've got a minute 39. Oh, gosh, okay.
Hold on to your defensive butts, man. Hold on. It's going to be... Ooh. Told Peyton Manning was pretty sick by that drop by Saquon Barkley. Yeah. Yeah. No, I see a tweet here from Bleeding Green Nation. It can never be easy, can it? Nope,
it cannot.
It cannot be easy. Oh, man.
Yeah, like people are saying, it was a great play call, but it was just a drop. We've seen those.
I am sick right now thinking about how they could blow this. Let's hope that is not the case. Here we go. No timeouts. 139. There's the kick by Braden Mann into the back of the end zone, and that's going to be a kneeled touchback. And so now your defense, which has done well the past couple of drives here in the third and fourth quarter. Oh, man. Who wants to make a play? Let's see if Maddox comes back or we get DeJean. I can't tell yet. Ajomo is in. He is just getting all sorts of run. It is... Can you tell? I can't see.
Yeah, I couldn't really see that one either. Sure, we'll see it here in a second, but...
Come on. Make a play. Here we go. 1st and 10. It is... Maddox is back in. Kirk takes a snap from his own 30. 4-man pressure. Rolls to his right. Stops. Throws across the middle. That's caught. Gain of 7. Make it 9. He might have actually gotten across for a first down. They do give him a first down. And that will be the first play of this drive goes positive and second catch of the night for Kyle Pitts. So there you go. Drive gets started. 6-point game. 122. Cousins in the gun. Takes the snap. Stepping up. Clean pocket. Looks to his left. Fires deep left side. Wide open. Gosh. That's caught. There's McCloud into Eagle territory at the Eagle 39. 1:10 to go. Clock ticking.
I mean, they've got all day now.
Oh my gosh, this is making
Come
me
on,
so
defense.
sick. Okay, ball at the Eagle 38-yard line. Kirk directing traffic under 1 minute to go. Cousins takes a snap. Blitz coming from Nakobe Dean. Not getting home. Clean pocket. Steps up. Throws left side. It's caught. Still going as McCloud to the 10 and steps out of bounds at the 12. Oh my gosh, I want to die. Oh. 3 plays and they're at the Eagle 12, Josh. Oh, I'm going to be sick if they blow this game. I think Quinyon slips here.
Oh, that was a good route.
Yeah, Quinyon got beat. Oh my gosh, do not.
I mean, that was honestly like basically two of the same type of situation. They throw to Mooney on an out, and Mooney again. The fact that you can stop the clock.
Falcons at the 12. Cousins takes a snap. 4-man pressure. Kirk looking left, throwing left. That's caught short of the line to gain. London, he gets about 5. And they keep inching closer. This is going to be, I cannot believe they're choking this game away right now. I cannot believe they are doing this. This is going to be the sickest night of my life if they blow this game.
I mean, I was thinking, hey, if they get to this point, it'd be like, what, 10 seconds left in the game? It's 43 seconds. Like, the time is a moot point. There's no reason that they're having to worry about that.
Please make a play, somebody. Please make a dang play. Second and 5 from the Eagles 8. Kirk in the gun. Here comes a blitz from Philadelphia. Kirk
Get
steps
home.
into the pocket, looks right, throws right. That is incomplete.
No flag. No flag.
Good
No flag.
play by Maddox. No flag.
Man, that looked like he was draped all over him, and I'm worried every time I see that. But
that ball would have been at
okay.
the 1. Let's have a look. Official was right there, staring right at it. It's McCloud and Maddox, one-on-one. I think it's a pretty good defensive play. It's pretty light. It's pretty light. We're a little biased. 2 plays to go. Here we go. They can still get a first down. You got to be careful here.
Oh,
38
my gosh.
seconds. The run is still in play with how much time they have. 3rd and 5. Cousins from the Eagle 8. Motions London to the top side of the formation.
Get
Takes
home.
the snap. Looks to the right. Throws.
No.
And that's going to be caught. Touchdown. Drake London. They're going to blow this game, Josh. And oh my gosh. Tie ball game. Extra point away. They're going to blow this game.
Oh, my gosh. You got to be kidding me.
One-on-one with Slay. Inside leverage, and he breaks out. Oh, it's awful. It's just so bad. A drop by Saquon is going to sink us for this game because they didn't. 39 seconds. You got 3 timeouts. I can't believe they're going to do this. It was the
right play call, and...
Oh, a flag on London for taunting at the end there.
Gosh.
So unsportsmanlike conduct on Drake London.
So it's a 48-yard attempt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, would it be crazy if he were to miss?
This? Can you imagine if he missed this?
Could we get
I'm so
that
sick
way?
that they're going to blow this game, dude. I'm so sick they're going to blow this game. Oh, London was shooting the handguns, finger guns.
Oh, my gosh, what an idiot.
Yeah. Welcome to the NFL in 2024. That's a flag. Okay, this is a 48-yard extra point from the left hash for the lead with 34 seconds left from Younghoe Koo.
He's really good, but please miss it.
Ball spotted. Kick up.
Dang
it's dead center and good. Falcons take the lead. Jeez. Well, Atlanta went down the field 70 yards in about 3.4 seconds with no timeout. So all it takes is the Eagles to do the same thing. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, lovely. Love it. It's incredible. This is just, yeah.
They're really going to do this.
Oh, I forgot about, the whole Drake London is David with the 10 says London. There was Drake London's touchdown. He finally got, hadn't been doing anything. Yes, I've got him in fantasy, but I would have much rather had a win and not a Drake London touchdown. So
boy, they're showing this defense on this final drive. It's Swiss cheese, man. There's no pressure. Everybody's open, and then a wide open touchdown pass on 3rd and 5. You're so sick they didn't run Saquon on 3rd down just to burn the clock and kick a field goal.
For sure.
Oh, yeah. Jalen, please bail us out. Please bail us out here.
Should not have been this difficult. It is ridiculous. Yes, we can. The hard part is it was the right play call still. Like we'd say, yes, they should have run the football, but if Saquon catches it, it's ball game. But, I mean, my gosh, the defense just let them go 70 yards in a minute.
So you need to get to About 60-yard field goal is probably even remotely close, and they're showing us the Barkley drop here.
Goodness gracious. Come on.
Problem too, Josh, is that the Eagles have not been successful through the air tonight. It's all been on the ground. And now you basically can't. With 34 seconds, 2 timeouts, you got to get into Jake Elliott field goal range. Come on. Stunned Eagle crowd. It's so silent in there right now. No A.J. Brown. Covey, Goedert, Smitty, and Dotson are your 4 receivers right now. Hurts in the gun from his own 30.
The middle of the field. You got some timeouts.
Hurts takes the snap. 3-man pressure. All day to throw. Steps up, fires across the middle, and that's caught. Goedert at the 42.
Timeout.
And there's your first timeout, and that gets the drive going. There's Goedert, 2 big catches the last 2 drives, 26 seconds, and you got 1 timeout left. Okay. So you're about, 20 yards from taking a shot here at a field goal?
Yep, 20 yards.
43-yard line is kind of your target, is what we're being told. Oh,
and
I just want to just I'm so sick.
To have to rely on Jake to make in this situation where it's like, man, what have we been watching? What have we been witnessing this game? So ridiculous. By the way, Craig Cletus, thanks for the 10, said, so you're saying there's a chance. Let's freaking go, Birds. Yes, let's freaking go. But this is way more difficult than it should have been. Andrew also said same scared little girl play calling as far as I think the defense is what we're referring to previously. But 27 seconds. Come on.
1st and 10. 1 timeout left. You have your entire playbook in front of you. Ball at the Eagle 43. Hurts in the gun. Motion Goedert back across the formation. Now he's in tight. Hurts calls for the football. Here comes a blitz from the Atlanta Falcons. Picked up well. Hurts steps up. Throws left side. He's got Smitty, and it's intercepted. Game over.
You got to be kidding me.
Home run shot, Josh. You didn't need to. Double coverage. This is not even really open, is it?
No, even if it puts it right on the money, like that's almost impossible. Oh my gosh. Why are we doing that again? You have 1 timeout, just a completion for 10, 15 yards. Unbelievable.
That's it. Game over. Holy cow. That's an unforgivable loss, Josh. That is a loss that absolutely, oh my gosh. Wow. I cannot believe this. Let's have a look at the interception. Let's see if anyone else is open. No one really open.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of places to go with the ball, unfortunately. Not really anywhere. Wow.
Saquon drop. Lose the game.
It shouldn't have come to that. It's wow.
God, I just want to go to bed, man. I'm so sick right now. That is unbelievable. You lose that game at home. It's that's a loss you're going to look back on and you go, that loss cost us. That loss cost us.
For sure. You got an opportunity to take first place in the division. Get some momentum going into next week. You without AJ. I can't even. I don't know what just happened. God, that's unreal.
Wow.
Welcome
to the
Saquon,
NFL, man.
I know it's not a one player, but if Saquon makes that catch, it's ball game. If Saquon makes that catch, it's ball game. I know the defense was Swiss cheese on that last drive, so yep, you could then say, well, they were the ones that caught, but like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, defense horrible. I mean, what are we doing on that last drive? Horrible. Just get a stop, man. You got to hold. Jesus.
I can't even fathom what just happened.
Oh man. Sickening.
So stupid.
Sickening. You got to wake up and go to work tomorrow. If you're an Eagle fan, you got to go to work tomorrow. Probably rather jump into a volcano than have to go to work tomorrow.
I'm going to be under the weather. That's Pizza Hut says this loss is purely on coaching, no discipline, no creativity, playing scared. Oh, it looked terrible.
I think it's on the pass rush tonight. I mean, the pass rush is non-existent. The pass rush does not exist. They have zero pressure on Kirk Cousins, who is a statue back there the entire night. And geez, Josh, it's going to be ugly tomorrow. It's going to be very ugly this week. And you have the Red Hot Saints on the road in the Superdome next week without AJ Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we just might have went from 2-0 to 1-2 with the Bucs, potentially an undefeated Bucs team coming up for Week 4. I mean, the shift in this team is really unfathomable after that game, and you better hope they all learn and they grow. But oh man,
yeah,
oh man.
I mean, you're not wrong about the defensive line, but I would say it's an issue of the defensive line as a whole, not even just pass rush. It's the D line. You got to stop the run game to be able to rush the pass, and they don't have the ability to do that. They had a couple moments where they shut down on a third down, a fourth down attempt, but overall, the Atlanta Falcons were able to run the football all day on it. It then sets up the passing game and makes life so much easier. I just there's
The problem is, Josh, the problem is that this is the same feeling we had for 7 weeks at the end of last year, right? The same feeling. And again, 2022 team wins this game. So you're thinking, okay, here's a little test. Pesky Falcon team, they're playing great. What a drive to end this game. Clean them up, 2-0, learn from the mistakes, move on. The gut punch that this is unfathomable right now. I mean, this is truly unfathomable by Philadelphia, and it's going to be all hands on deck against statistically the best offense in the NFL in the New Orleans Saints this coming week in Derek Carr. So
they're getting ready to take advantage of it. That's for sure. That's unreal. That is just. Isaac Torres with a 2 saying Hurts playing garbage, trying to play hero ball.
I don't think you blame Jalen Hurts at all. Besides that final pass, I thought Hurts was great all night. That final pass, yeah, I guess was hero ball, but yeah, maybe the final play. Oh yeah, goodness gracious.
It shouldn't have come to that. I mean, we'll just keep coming back to it. It's like, yes, there's other areas that should have played better, but oh my gosh, I mean, it's just closing out a game. It should not have been that difficult, and it's always something. As with the Saquon drop, it's something that keeps the other team alive, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wait a minute. And then you want to let Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons go down the field in a minute without a single timeout in 1 minute, go and score a touchdown and win this game. It's inexcusable. Tony says, let's see, could have used Hassan for the closeout. Defense front is weak as Sharman. Yeah. And GD Saquon, why you got to drop the pass? I mean, that yeah.
Perfect storm.
Defensive line needs to be much, much better. And even with that being said, Saquon had the opportunity to close it out. It just doesn't happen. Isaac Torres with 2 more. Huff and Sweat, trash. David with the 1.
Pretty bad.
David again with the 10, saying, but Drake London, though. Good for you and your fantasy team.
Did it actually help you win the fantasy team for you, Josh?
I don't think it did. I think I still needed like 4 more points or something.
Yeah, so
and I would gladly take a fantasy loss every day of the week if it meant the Eagles won. So Brian with a 5 said Hurts going deep again after he just took a middle of the field pass to Goddard. I see no improvement with Jalen Hurts. Taking some Hurts shots here from some people. Man.
Yeah, there's not many words to say. Yeah. It's week 2. I mean, you come back and beat the Falcons, things look very different, but there's not a lot in this game to tell you that things are going to look very different. You massively missed A.J. Brown. That's very clear. They don't have another receiver besides Devonta Smith. Jahan Dotson has been undoubtedly an absolute bust. I mean, an absolute bust so far. He's been a non-factor. I mean, it's a guy who was almost wide receiver 1 during his time with the Washington Commanders, if not maybe 1B. They're not even looking his way. There's no trust from Jalen Hurts. He's not doing anything to help out his offense, and it's virtually Hurts, Smitty, and Goddard, I guess, with little dinks to Covey here and there, although Goddard was hardly used the entire game. And again, it
Mhm.
comes down to Saquon catching the pass. We're going to debate. You're going to have, 4 straight hours in each block at WIP tomorrow debating if you run the ball or not. You catch the ball, he's a genius. You run the ball and you don't get it, then you wonder. I mean, you have to look at the bigger issues than that play. And I think the Eagle offense as a whole played very well. They're a team that plays well with a lead. They are not a good team when they are behind. And you saw that during the final drive when, Jalen maybe panicked a little bit and then made a terrible decision to throw to Smitty when you still have timeouts. But the issue, Josh, is the defense is very Swiss cheese. And there is going to be there's going to be a lot of teams that are looking at the Eagles on their schedule and going, "Oh, we can score on this team." And our quarterback is not going to have a lot of issues. As Easy says, Huff bust, Nolan Smith bust. It went away. There were more people saying bust. At
Yeah.
this point, everybody who played well in the defensive line, Thomas Booker,
Yep. Thomas
Moro
Booker
Jomo,
and BG played
backups,
fairly
Milton
well.
Williams.
Yeah,
Where's Jalen
Milton
Carter?
Williams got a sack.
Oh my gosh,
I,
Jalen Carter's got
I, I
to
don't
wake
know
up,
where
man.
the Jalen
Gotta
Carter,
wake up.
JC was getting doubled quite a bit, but still, like,
Not an excuse. If he's getting doubled, then
yeah.
Bryce Huff and Josh Sweat have got to be getting home on one-on-ones. And I'm pretty sure Bryce Huff continues to have virtually a statless start to his NFL or his Philadelphia career. I think he's virtually done nothing. I don't think he even got a hurry in this game.
It's just ridiculous. I wouldn't have expected that, but man, there's really no words for it.
Nope.
David,
There is
appreciate
no
the 2, said if Philly wins versus the Saints, I'll donate $50. All right, well.
Thank you. We're going to hold you to that.
Yeah. Show back
Eagles
up
had a
if we end up doing win.
97% chance to win according to ESPN probabilities. So,
Jeez.
gotta like that.
And then
That's nice.
just piss it away. Great. Jasper the 2 said lots of people blame coaching, but it's the players. Yeah, they didn't make any plays. That's true. Coach is not putting them necessarily in the best positions with the Fangio defense on that last drive, but the pass rush isn't getting home. I mean, when you need it right there. Kenneth with 2 said if we have Brown, we win for sure. If we have AJ Brown, we win. Yeah, like the offense is night and day difference, and it's Jalen's confident enough to throw to someone else. I mean, it's like, hey, he looked at Smitty, he was trying to find Smitty all night long. Besides him, there's no confidence in it. It was Britton Covey on scripted screenplays, but it's not like drop back, try to look for someone and be confident to throw him the ball. It's only Smitty. So yeah, I mean AJ is a huge loss, but this is a game that. Oh, this is a game you win. You have to win this game. Brian with 5 more said throwing a pass on 3rd and 3 defies logic. That's 40 seconds off the clock, even if we didn't get it. I mean, it's a fair point. It's
yeah.
But
and
if
now
Saquon caught it, we would be like, who cares? The ball game. It's over. But I mean, I hear it. If you run on 3rd and 3. 40 seconds goes off the clock, and the thought is, like, if you run 3rd and 3, I would be shocked if you don't gain at least 2 yards. So then all of a sudden you have, a 4th and 1, and then you're for sure going to go for it. You're going to do tush-push, 4th and 1, and you, very likely you're going to get it. It's ball game. So, yeah, hindsight's 20/20, but that's probably the better move in the first place. But seeing that ball hit Saquon's hands, I would still also be like, it was a chance to just go ahead and end it.
Problem is now is that it's going to be who authorized the pass. It's obviously comes down to Nick Sirianni, but did he make the play call? Is it Kellen Moore who's going to take the blame? It's Chuck Nice says Fangio bend but don't break is turning into bend over get broke. Yeah, that's what happened on that final drive. It's pretty bad. Bryce Huff's trash. Those boys from Georgia's are also trash, says somebody. Gene says that one.
Yep. Green Wingman, once again, Sirianni Hurts been terrible when it comes to situational football, inexcusable. David with 21-22 more says, but Drake London, though, keeps coming back with that comment. David, thanks I
David.
guess. Mace Windu with a 5. Fangio went prevent on last drive and allowed them to score in just over 1 minute. That scheming is terrible.
Yeah, that final drive is crazy. And you think about going prevent, it's so hit or miss. But if you can't if you can't get pressure on Kirk Cousins in this game, Josh, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Yeah,
You can't get pressure on Kirk Cousins?
he can't move. I I mean, there were some plays, sure, that it was a quicker throw, but like I don't know if it's the fact that the guys are. It can't be that they're out of shape. We talked about, and Fangio's like, oh, we're gonna push them and we're gonna get, but the hurry up and the no huddle from the Falcons, like
Crazy.
it seemed to have some sort of effect because they kept doing it. You saw, I was like, okay, hey, well, first down. Next thing you know, Falcons hurry up to the line. They're running another play. That's just to throw off the pass rush and not let them to be able to have a chance to get their breath and go after the quarterback or what it was. But they could not get anything going, and that's just it's awful. Let's see, Green Wingman, another 5. On another note, Huff and Smith have been non-existent. It's starting to look more like we should have paid Reddick. Yeah, I mean,
Common chat. We've seen that one a lot.
yeah. Sam Lewis with a 2. Appreciate that. Justin with 1. No comments there, but appreciate it. Shane with a 5 said, "Where is the pressure on a drive with no timeouts? It shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be that easy."
The problem is that as soon as they get that first big play and then the second one to Mooney, the defense is so gashed that, and there's no timeouts, and so they're going to go quick, and there's just no time to call anything but hurry up. It seemed. I mean, that seemed to be the case. It's like, what do you want me to do? Slay was toilet water. He was pretty bad on that final play. He's just looking in the backfield, right? That's the give and take of Darius Slay. But when it's touchdown or nothing on 3rd and 5. Get your eyes on your receiver, man. Quit staring in the back. And I'm not interested in a podcast explanation about how good you did the rest of the night, man. Like, goodness gracious. We got to be better than this. It's just terrible.
Yeah.
It's just terrible.
It is inexcusable. As I can't remember who was saying that earlier, but there's from several people. It's inexcusable. I just don't get it. Shout out to David, became a member of the Let's Run It tier, so appreciate that. Appreciate the support. We could have run it. Speaking of, let's run it. Could have run it on that 3rd and 3. They've been great. Austin Harris with the membership for 3 months says, "Does anyone else miss when the Eagles blew away teams? I hope we find that ability when AJ
was
returns."
Our last? When did we actually last win a game big? When?
I mean, that's what I was saying. I think it was whenever we were in Philly and the Dolphins game, right? Like. Our wives and significant others would take the trip and had a great time, and then went to the night game. And I mean, there were brief moments where it was a little bit closer, but for the most part, it was like, hey, you know what? You took care of business, and that was a solid offense coming in. It's been way too long. I totally agree from people saying that. Goodness. Let's see. There's Shane with a 5 said, "I'm done with this season, Saints." Wow, already? Okay. "I'm done with this season. Saints have been really good, and they're going to cook us."
If the Saints cook this defense, we're gonna be we're DEFCON 1. What are we, DEFCON 3 right now? It's gonna go up big time.
I mean,
yeah, you know, the Saints next week.
And I'm not just. Oof. It's not like we're saying, oh, let's hope that another team loses because we have issues and we might lose too. But, like Dallas has Baltimore, they could lose. So the division, as far as that's concerned, is still completely wide open. But yes, like from the potential issues and concerns on this team, they got to get something figured out. Like didn't expect to see it. It's easier to say that from a Brazil game when they're slipping and sliding all over the field. That you can be, hey, pass rush, whatever. Hey, run stop, not a big deal. If they get more traction, they should be fine. Sorry, that's not that excuse anymore. Played on a solid field. Have the same sort of issues. Maybe worse. Dylan with 10 said they needed and deserved this loss. How they bounce back, if they bounce back, is going to define our season.
It's not a bad way to put it. I mean, it felt like, you're playing with fire a little bit,
Yeah.
And you get burned. And if you're a good football team, you win that football game. If you're a bad one, 22-21. It's kind of the result. We got a couple super chats. Did you get the Derek super chat?
No, I was right here. Yep. Okay. You got it. Or I can. Sirianni Moore must answer for this. I don't want a situation where Jalen doesn't trust his play callers again. Horrible decision.
Yeah. Tony Cadillac. Actually, let's go stick shift here. Did I miss that one? Bryce Huff is the problem. He's quit a lot and not fair to dog the team when one guy crapped the bed all night. No contain and no effort. He looks rough, man. Bryce Huff
He
looks
does.
real rough. If you have to single out one person, I think you have to, with the money, you single him out. I mean, I really do.
It's
Tony Cadillac, seeing the problem last year, softies, slow start offense, close score game. Do you see this problem manifesting itself again this season? The thing about last year is that it coincided with the locker room in turmoil, right? Like that was the issue, is that there wasn't any sort of, we got this or we're going to be okay. They're going to have to really show that they're willing to bounce back this coming week. Farmer J says, Thomas said, I ain't interested in a podcast explanation. I really would rather not. I would love to go to bed right now. That would be an amazing thing. We'll hang on for a little while longer. But what do you want me to say?
Yeah.
It's awful. Terrible.
It's atrocious. Yep. I mean, and the thing is too, like, it was almost enough, like almost enough to win this game, and we would be coming away from it saying like, okay, there are holes, there are some issues, but you won the game, and you were without AJ Brown, so the offense, could be better. Defense, like, let's be honest, I was saying this. I think several people are believing this or thinking it of, okay, offense probably should carry you the first half of the season, and the defense needs to be okay and then get better. And as the season goes on, then they could be in that situation where, all right, now we can truly rely on them. So it's not necessarily saying like, all right, it's time to just completely give up on it and this season's over, as there's a few maybe overreactions on that side. But at the same time, it does bring up a point of like, the offense didn't have AJ Brown, and it's Jalen DeSmity. Saquon, thankfully, is unreal, and you've got a great O-line, but there's not a whole lot of versatility. There's not a whole lot of getting everybody else involved. And if that's going to be the case, then yeah, as much as we might be like, that's kind of ridiculous, Saquon's got to have 30 touches. Like, you just say, you know what? This is one of those games we talked about. There's no issues with having to use that. Run Saquon 30 times. It's crazy to say that this early on, but when you have an offense that, whether it's a Jalen trust factor or not throwing the ball over to someone, then it might have to be done. It's crazy. As June says here, those 3 points at the beginning of the game were crucial. Absolutely, they were
made a difference.
Armchair MVP. Appreciate the two. Didn't get a comment, and then Trenches Network with a 5 says high blood pressure season. We are certainly back in that phase there. It's full blown. Everyone's blood pressure is probably not looking great. Shady Luke says Jalen played good all game except that pick.
Yeah, it's very true. He was really good. He was really good.
I would be curious to watch the film and see, like, whenever he bailed out a couple times, was it too early or was it just nothing going downfield? I did like to see him running the football like he did. So that's a different dynamic that he brings. But it's impossible to know with some of the throws downfield where he very quickly aborted the pocket. Was there a play to be made, or was nothing there? I don't know. We'll have to see whenever we watch it back. Mac with a 2 says run defense is garbage, and why place sticks D?
Great question. Yeah, it's going to be very fun to hear post-game press conferences. I don't even know if Sirianni has gone to the podium at this point. I don't think he has at this point.
I don't believe so. Not yet, anyway.
I don't think he has. Yeah, but we'll have the full recap tomorrow. So be sure to watch that, because I'm gonna have a lot of fun having to watch this game over and over again and edit it together and make sure that I just get excruciating detail for you guys on my recaps. It's gonna be great.
That's always the joy. Oh yeah, love these recaps. Fantastic. I was really planning on, hey, let's make a good recap here and get excited and talk about first place in the division. The squad looks good, made some improvements, and yeah, that's very different now. J-Man says 152 rushing yards allowed this week, 163 last week. It's been atrocious. Michael with a 2 says typical Eagles football.
Feels like it.
What we've seen, unfortunately, recently.
8-9 games, whatever it is. Mark Fripp says they completely abandoned as Smitty and Jahan. Jahan he was never there to be abandoned. He's the APB out for Jahan Dotson because he not only is completely gone and irrelevant, but he also stole a 3rd-round draft pick from us. So, John Addy, biggest issue with this team is the D line, 100%. Matthew Bear, this is absolutely sickening with the 20. I am right there with you. Oh man, I'm telling you, waking up tomorrow is going to be the worst because you're sleeping, alarm hits, and as soon as consciousness, the first thought is, we blew that game, Josh. We blew that game,
For
and
sure.
now I have to get up.
Without a doubt.
And I have to go be a good contributing member of society when I'd rather just lay in my bed all day and
call in sick. Tomorrow's a just call in sick day. That's
like
just
it.
I mean, it's sick. It's sickening, as Matthew said. There, like it is sickening, and it's worthy of a. I don't want to get anybody in trouble, but I'm just saying that is a miserable. I as soon as it happened, even thinking about it now, I just can't even fathom. There are no words for just that type of play and that type of reaction. But Tony was hoping, as everybody was at that point, hyped for a Jake Elliott walk-off, and then this.
Thought they were going to do it. Just had to get, 15 more yards? Like, how much
right,
further did you have to go?
They had time. They had a timeout. You could run something over, because, I mean, you watch and you look at their defense there. They're making sure you can't throw to the sidelines. They're giving you enough. Now, granted, they called up a blitz, so kudos for them on the timing of that. Jalen did have to get rid of it right whenever he did, because he was otherwise going to get sacked. But if you have some sort of play call there, the middle of the field was open. It's just a little bit too long of developing routes, I suppose, and you had some pressure that was coming on Jalen, and then nothing that he could do for it. But golly, I just thought it was like, man, hey, complete another pass over the middle for, 10 yards, 12 yards, call a timeout. Then you need one more play. You have plenty of time to complete a pass, spike it, and have a Jake Elliott, 50, 55-yard field goal attempt and a chance to win the game. But Titan Pro, thanks for the 5, said the D-line play is making me question if they fit the Fangio scheme. Pressure is almost non-existent.
Fair point. Sirianni's meeting with the media now, so we'll at least get the final word here on whose call was that,
Okay, there you go. Yep.
Might as well kind of be the way to wrap things up.
Yeah, that's man, it's hard to say with the D-line and the pressure, but something's got to change. And, I mean, trying to spin this positively, I guess, like
try it. Go ahead.
Fangio's going to do something. He's going to look at it. He's going to talk to you in the press conference, and he will call people out. Like,
he's not Thomas Booker. What's he gonna do?
Mince words. Like, he's going to say.
What's he gonna do?
He might say Jalen Carter is playing like trash. If he is, we're gonna have to look at the film, right? Because he was non-existent. But I don't know if it was tremendous. He had several double teams. I don't know to what extent. But I'm just saying, if it was specific play, he might say Bryce Huff. He's not ready. He's not willing to put him out there enough, right? Because he's just not showing you anything. But he's going to say something, and I've got to believe that he's going to change something. And similarly with Howie Roseman, he's watching the game too. You got a chance to make some moves later on or sooner rather than later, I guess. So we wouldn't say it's impossible for anything. But, everyone recognizes at this point. If we're sitting here saying, pass rush was basically non-existent. You have, 3 sacks through 2 games? Not good.
Pretty much.
Definitely not good enough.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kadarian, thanks for the 2, said Nick not taking that field goal came back to bite us. Yeah, that's what several people have mentioned there. It sometimes, early in the game, you have momentum. You feel like you need to just capitalize here, go for it. It's hard to say. Hindsight's 20/20, but at the same time, you look at this score for sure, and you go, "Yep, that was a no doubt." Sam Splish Splash Toaster Bath, and Christian with the 5, saying, "I was all for getting younger and faster, but man, Bryce Huff looks so undersized and lackluster against every lineman, missing Reddick."
It's just crazy that he shouldn't be this bad, right? Like
he was good in New York.
Yeah, and it's not like he is now being doubled because he wasn't in New York because of Quinyon Williams. No, it's one-on-one. He's being blocked by tight ends at times, and he just doesn't get any pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. And Josh Sweat is not any better. It's not like Josh Sweat is somehow, magically just, a couple seconds away. He's not getting close. There's no pressure from the interior, not named Milton Williams or Moro Ojomo. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah, Zach Knoll saying, sick to
All
my
over the
stomach, we have
place.
some real problems. The Eagles do have real problems. They have some real problems. And if AJ misses the next 2 games, I mean, you are going to be lucky to come out of this 2-2, I think. Win 1, lose 1, the next 2.
Yeah.
You win both, it's things are going to look up, but
It's
you can
phenomenal
lose the
if
next
you
2.
win
You
both.
could be 1-3, Josh. 1-3.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine after
No. No thanks.
we had this conversation, but could you imagine if you lose those? Like, winning in Brazil was kind of one of those, like, hey, okay, yeah, you won, but lots of issues to fix, but it was rust and all this stuff. Like, you can dismiss it. But if you lose those, we had conversations prior of, like, does Nick Sirianni get fired? At what point does he have a short leash? How far do you go into the season and say, I'm sorry, you have this roster? Like, it feels ridiculous coming away from last week's game, but now seeing this, if hypothetically you project it out and say, well, there's a couple more games and you lose those, I don't know. Man, I do not want to see the whole drama and dividedness or anything else that's going on there. But losses start to create some of that. And I really hope that we don't see it. Let's see. Matthew here with a 10 said, just a friendly reminder. Yes, it's a fair point. Friendly reminder that it's week 2. The only argument I get is the lack of starter time in the preseason. We got to relax. We lost week 2 in 2017. We don't know who's good or bad minus the Chiefs.
Yeah. I mean, it's fair.
I appreciate the optimism.
It's fair, but you also, you have 2 games now, right? I mean, 1 game is one thing. 2 games, there's the patterns start to really grow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Film is something that starts to kind of, double down. The Eagles get gashed last week for $150, tonight for 160 something. Patterns, man. Patterns are a problem. And when you see patterns that are not good, it's frightening. Tony Cadillac, why can't we ever capitalize on a Cowboys loss? Great question. They blew a massive chance in the NFC, not just the East as a whole. Niners lost. Obviously, the Cowboys lost. I mean, there was some crazy opportunities in the NFC, and they absolutely blew it. So,
and then Dre with a 2. They should have gone for that 4th and 3 at the end. Yeah, hindsight's 2020, but
it's so hard.
I would totally agree with you. No question, no argument at all. If it's 4th and 1, if you'd run the football on 3rd and 3, and it's 4th and 1, for sure you go with it. 4th and 3, yes, the way the game ended, sure, should have gone for 4th and 3. Should have realized that the defense is not going to get a stop and the offense is not going to be able to get into field goal range. So yeah, all that being considered, absolutely. But at the end of the day, I mean, you just think about a lot of different teams, but someone just mentioned the Chiefs. So if the Chiefs are there 4th and 3, even with Mahomes, I'm kind of thinking they kick a field goal. Like, you force the team to go all the way the length of field with no timeouts to score a touchdown to beat you there, and you trust your defense. Like, you say, go ahead, try to march down the field 70 yards or 80 yards, however long, it ends up being after the kickoff. It's crazy. You let them do that in a matter of 1 minute, not even taking any sort of time off the clock. I believe him with 2. AJ said he's going to be out a few weeks. Yep, we talked about that a second ago. But yeah, he's probably out. I would imagine at least 2 weeks. If he's willing to say on national television he's going to be out a few weeks, it's going to be at least 2. It's a little strange. We'll figure it out later officially from the Eagles. But they didn't put him on the IR. But based on where the bye week falls, I'm going to be like, okay, if he doesn't play next week, and then you start to have another week, then it's like, well, should you have put him in that situation, or just do they wait till he comes back from the bye week to not risk it with a hamstring injury? So I don't know. This early bye might be a good thing, but man, there's a lot of question marks, a lot more after this game than I thought we'd have. The Galaxy's finest with a 10. In all honesty, we needed to lose and realize what our real problems are. In parentheses, the defense. Our offense is solid. Our offense is solid as hell, but our defense is the same as last year, if not worse. Yeah,
it doesn't feel much better. It's definitely much better. It's not much better. Oh man.
5 from Kadarian. I love Nick, but his lack of maturity as a head coach is killing this team. It's time for him to go. As for Moore,
Heat
he
up.
needs to get Dallas Goedert involved more.
Non-existent, but those final 2 catches.
Which is really, I mean, yeah, he got it on the last second drive, but that will be fascinating to go back and see. What was it, a Atlanta scheme to intentionally take DG out of the game, or was it like Jalen not looking at him? We've seen that before. We looked at the film and it's like, hey, he's open. He didn't throw his way, but he was open. I don't know, but yeah, they got to do something else. Dallas has too good of a talent and ability, especially yards after catch, to on a game when AJ Brown is not here to get what was it, 3 catches for officially, 4 targets, 3 catches, 38 yards. Like that's just not going to do it. That's not even going to come close to cutting it. It's crazy. Oh,
all right.
Yeah.
I am I'm feeling like late. Going and cry myself to sleep because it's midnight here on the East Coast.
I don't blame you.
2 weeks in, there's a lot of bad. There are some goods. It's going to be very interesting as Bryn Young at the buzzer here, in or out on Huff. I'm very much out. He has 0 stats through 2 games. 0. He's done nothing through 2 games. But yeah, it might be too early to tell. It's just Chief Blackhawk, but I think Hurts played great minus the final drive when you're down. We know this team plays poorly from behind. Saquon drop, is going to put Sirianni in the spotlight because you might have been to steal that game, but the defense is the big concern here, right? The offense is one thing, the defense is a big concern, and that's the real issue right now for me. The defense is a massive concern.
Yeah. You got some injuries, still figuring out a little bit of offense, but I'm right there with you. The defense, you got to be able to make some plays. Got to have the pass rush. Linebackers, not great. You could say from stats perspective, tackling, Zack Baun had 9, Nakobe Dean had 7, but man, that's when a lot of runs are ripping off for 8, 10, 12-yard gains. So, yeah. Zach, appreciate the 2. Also, at the buzzer here, said, I'm sick of play calling, making Hurts look bad. Shaking my head.
Or Hurts making himself look bad in that final throw.
It's hard to say because, we don't get the look downfield, what he's looking at and where his receivers are. But we'll have reactions. We'll have recaps. We'll break it down, everything tomorrow and in the coming days, and keep you guys posted. This is not what I expected to say whenever we would be signing off. But unfortunately, the Eagles have dropped to 1-1, losing to the Atlanta Falcons 22-21. Appreciate you guys hanging out. It was fun until it was not. But
until the end, it was not fun. But yeah, there you go.
Thomas, appreciate it. We'll do it again. Hopefully a better result next time. But everybody have a great night. Have a as good as you can day of work tomorrow. And still, as always, you know what it is. Go Birds.
See you guys.